Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Bros podcast. First one of the year for 2021, boys. What is up?
Holy shit. Where have y'all been?
Damn, dude. Have you been waiting here?
Dude, I just show up over here.
You been living in TJ's garage?
No, I just pull up. and I like look in the window and I like knock and then I know people are in here, but no one answers.
That's true. That's true, man. It's it has been 3 months.
Well, you know, I actually went back and looked in 2020. Our first one didn't happen until like mid-February, so we're kind of par for the course. And then we really kind of ramped it up as the year went on for 2020.
So we're slow starters.
We're slow starters.
You know.
Yeah, strong finishers.
That's
what matters.
That's what matters,
That's my love life
Yeah.
too. Slow starter, strong finisher.
Yeah.
Some ladies like that.
Hey man, we're back in the garage too. So my kids approached me and they were like, we want our own room if we can. We have that bonus room, you know, and like we all would like our own bedroom. And I'm like, shit, that's a valid point. If this podcast was like bringing in enough money where I could be like, yeah, kids, but nope. But it's not. So I was like, you know, that's fair. And so
you can't call it daddy's office.
Yeah, I know.
Or work or anything like that. Like, hey, I got to do what I got to do.
Exactly that.
So now I thought it's pretty cool. They really love that.
I got to tell you, that's a strong like argument for me never having a third kid.
Yeah.
I never said it like out loud, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to give up that bonus room, man.
Oh,
like,
it's exactly right.
Like,
I mean,
at a time, like, you know, for a while, but there's gonna hit an age, and I'm gonna lose it, and I can't do that.
well, it's that you got to upgrade to something with third row seating, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's a whole venture having a third kid. So
yeah, you gave up your bonus room too, right?
Yeah, in the same breath. Yeah, I pretty much gave up our bonus room to our oldest, and she's since moved up there and is adjusting to her new life in her new room. So. Yeah.
That being said, though, when I was a kid, if my room was a bonus room, that'd have been badass.
I know,
yeah.
right?
Well, we had a few friends that had like bonus rooms. Like fucking, that was cool as shit, dude. You had a huge room, like it wasn't like all like on like the rest of your family. Like you kind of had your own area there. It's like a teenager's dream.
Like an apartment.
Well,
that's kind of what it's like.
Me and Steven's room in high school was pretty much like that. I mean, we had the entire basement.
Yeah.
For the entire floor plan of the house all to
Yeah.
ourselves. And we had our own living room area downstairs with a hookup for video games and stuff, and then had our separate bedrooms built in there with all that. So it was pretty cool. The only thing we didn't have is the bathroom. Having a bathroom in a bonus room is so legit. Like Chad's bonus room is fantastic for that.
Oh yeah, the bathroom is really good.
Yeah.
And it's just one since the kids kind of took over their bathroom, it's like hard for people to get in and out of there a lot of times. So the bonus room bathroom's always easy.
You just need to get you a bidet in there, son.
I know. I seen you got one in your second bathroom.
That's right.
Now.
That's right. Well, here's what happened. My son finally tried it, and he was hooked. This dude hates wiping his ass anyways. He always does a terrible job, so this is like a dream come true. So he would just constantly be coming in my bathroom and taking dumps. And I'm like, dude, this has got to stop right now.
You're like, for $30, I can stop this.
I can stop this, and I can be
and everybody will be happy.
Dumping in peace, man. And so, yeah, there's that.
Yeah. I keep thinking about it because I look at them on Amazon all the time. And you're right, they're really cheap unless you just want to get one that's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which seeing one that warms the water.
That's nice.
That's kind of
having the option would be okay.
Yeah, you just gotta get power. But next to our toilet in the master bathroom, we have the like the jacuzzi tub.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there'll be power in there. So I should be able to get a plug like right next to the toilet if I wanted to.
Hey, get that hot water hitter, baby.
But man, to get hot water, aren't you getting into like $400 then, or like something ridiculous?
I hadn't priced them. I like that cold.
Yeah, so it seems like it was around that.
The best part of waking up
is hot water in your butt.
Well, the thing is though, is would it warm up like instantaneously? Because you know, like you go wash your hands in most people's houses, it takes a little bit.
Yeah, see, I've had that question. I don't know about that.
But
it's probably like a continuous, I bet.
Yeah,
something
because your parents have something like in their house where like it's almost
a continuous water heater. Yeah,
that's nice, man.
System. Yeah,
it's so nice.
Which is kind of neat.
Oh, you're talking about like the tankless.
Yeah, tankless water heater.
Yeah, but you still got cold water in the pipes. You still got to kick out before you're.
But it's not long. I mean, it's very quickly.
Yeah, very quick.
Right, it's there. Now for Christmas this year, I got I bought my mom and my parents and my sister and Levi here.
Yeah.
Bidets as Christmas gifts, and my mom and my sister said best gift they got for the whole year.
Really?
Yep.
That's what they said.
Boy, and your mom actually, or your family,
They bought a
second one. They
one
went like
since
you. They
then.
bought a second one.
My
since
mom and
then.
dad did. They were like, damn. So
Well, I don't see it.
I see. I'm still not. I'm still not there. Like, cause I mean, I use it occasionally, but
Right.
Not. I don't know. I still prefer toilet paper.
I'm there
I mean,
enough
it's just,
to do it.
Yeah.
But it's the thing is like none of the rest of the family's down for it,
okay.
and I'm not good at like talking people into something that I'm not so
Oh,
sure
yeah.
about either.
Yeah,
Right.
fair enough. And plus, if they seen you trying it on that video,
Yeah, well, yeah, I
You
didn't
didn't
make
look
it.
like
I
you
didn't
were-
make it look like I was enjoying myself
Right.
at all.
Right.
It was like hey, you do you. You get one if you want to, but I'm not going to use it. I'm like, oh shit. I
well,
don't
you
want
gotta get it and then talk them into it later. You know.
That's probably a thing.
Yeah.
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 Wait till the time's right.
Right. That's right. Hey, let's take a minute to say hi to the folks in the chat because
Oh yeah.
we hadn't been going live in a while. So we got the Dabbling Dads. We got
We got our boy Kyle.
and Tyler both, and we got Renee is in there as well. And there's other folks that hadn't gotten in the chat, so get in the chat and let us know who you are and where you're at.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something. Let us know that you're here. All right. Hey, let's get into this. This
shit.
whiskey.
Can't believe we haven't done
So
that yet.
I have been looking forward to this bad boy here for a while. Since how long ago did you buy this, Levi?
So it's been roughly 4 months. I've been holding on.
Yeah.
We've been holding on to it.
This is you tell us about it.
All right.
That's your fun.
So Weller 12. The only thing I can kind of tell you guys a little bit about this is, everybody knows Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is one of the biggest things. We had I've had George T. Stagg. You've had the Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Eagle Rare,
Eagle Rare,
Blanton's.
Blanton's. All these guys, names that you hear, they're all descendants and have their own lines of whiskey in the Buffalo Trace family. So Weller 12, William LaRue Weller, was actually a salesman for Buffalo Trace.
Do you really?
Do you want me to pour that up while you're doing
Yeah,
it?
pour
Or
it
you
up,
need to-
open it up.
Okay.
But
underneath down here too.
he actually owned a rival distillery across the street or like down the road from Buffalo Trace, and Buffalo Trace eventually bought them out and stuff like that. But it's its own unique.
Dude, just a straight
It's
up
really
metal twist cap, man.
Yeah, twist cap,
I mean,
yeah.
this is like a Jones Cola cap.
Well, that's the thing that's so
Hell
funny is
yeah.
it doesn't even have a cork, but this is so with this bottle was $120. It's the most expensive
Damn.
one we've had on the show.
Damn.
But it retails for even more than that. And props to Jimmy for holding on to this bottle, giving me a call so I can be the first one to the store to go nab this thing because I've been
Attaboy.
trying to get it. So props to him for that. And super excited. So one thing that's different about this bourbon in particular that we've not experienced with all these other whiskeys or bourbons that we've had is that this is a wheated bourbon.
Ooh.
So it's got 4 grains in it instead of just 3, which is usually corn, rye, and
Okay.
barley. This one also has wheat.
Oh shit.
So it's supposed to be smoother. Pappy Van Winkle is a wheated bourbon as well.
Is it?
Which is another thing that makes it so famous.
Certainly
and
haven't had that yet.
So oftentimes Weller was referred to as the poor man's Pappy.
or the less rich man.
Less rich man's. But actually, some people will take the Weller, mix it with a couple other different things, and they're like, "This is Pappy." But this is the main ingredient,
Oh, they can simulate Pappy flavor by
Trying
mixing
to.
stuff.
supposedly. But if you had people who've had Pappy say it's more about the name, it's in the bottle and the experience. But this will be different.
Well, cheers, boy. Oh,
Man,
you smell it.
it smells good as shit. The smell is already exciting me a little bit.
It's got a nice color to it.
I like
That's for
that.
sure. Cheers, boys.
Let's see.
All right.
That's like $3 there.
Clink in silence.
What are you tasting, Levi?
It's pretty light.
It is light.
Right.
Much lighter than I thought it would be. I mean,
It smells stronger than it tastes.
I actually like that though. Like I'm not.
Oh man, that after though, man, that's good.
it's got a good
Yeah.
spice on the back, but it's
I
very
like the way
light.
it slowly rolls the flavor to you.
It definitely does.
Yep.
It slowly rolls it in.
You're exactly right. That's exactly what it's doing.
Now, the alcohol content on this one is so it's 90 proof, so it's 45%, pretty standard issue.
Standard.
Other very different and stark in contrast to that stag that we tried because that was unfiltered barrel proof straight
Oh, yeah.
straight from the barrel, and it was just like boom at the
I'm,
when we played cornhole not that long ago.
I can't think of a single thing we've had that tastes like this.
No,
This is very different.
definitely. I'm gonna give it a little bit more.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
good.
do too.
I'm a fan for sure.
Yeah, it has like almost no upfront flavor.
Yeah, it's
almost like water.
slow.
Very,
But then it starts. It doesn't hit you hard like a lot of them do.
No, it doesn't.
It's a slow
It's
builder.
like roll. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's very. I mean, I don't know if you don't like this, I think you just don't like whiskey. I mean, it's very like it tastes like whiskey, but it's not weird. It's not too strong. It's not too light. Which one was I saying was too light, Levi? Was that the E.H. Taylor?
The E.H. Taylor and Buffalo Trace. I think we kind of agreed.
Buffalo Trace, or was it
or the Guidance?
No,
No.
Basil Hayden's.
Basil Hayden's.
Was that the one of those?
But we end up comparing Basil Hayden's and Guidance together because they're almost like Scotch in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Guidance
Right.
is pretty light like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not. I don't think it's like this.
No,
this is
it's not like this at all.
And it may be the wheat. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like when you get a wheated beer.
Yeah,
like,
you taste
like
it.
A Shock Top or something like that. You really or like a Blue Moon or one of those Belgian type beers. You get that wheat like right up front. This I don't taste the wheat. But
I don't.
it does have.
I wouldn't like it if it did.
Maybe it balances the flavor. Maybe that's what's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the rye is such a harsh, spicy kind of thing, so that maybe the wheat just kind of balances out. Because it's just really smooth.
Yeah.
Man. But it's got that, like you said, that escalating flavor that's really nice.
I don't.
Are
I'll compare it to something else we got back there in a minute. That is way too expensive to just be pouring after pouring.
Right.
It's one you need to.
Have it all in bottles behind us. Most of those are empty, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't empty, are they?
No,
A few of 'em are
The back row's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back row for the most part. Yeah.
But they look
Oh,
so
we
cool.
we
Some
still
of those
got
bottles
the
are cool.
McKenna though,
Yeah, the McKenna's a damn good one.
and that special Maker's Mark.
Yeah,
that
have you
101.
tried that one?
Yeah, I got 2 bottles of
Oh
it.
shit!
I bought one because Levi told me it was there, so
Yeah.
I ran up and bought it, and then it was so good I decided to check and see if they had some more, and they still did. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a regular thing or not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
No, so it's limited supply. So they said that they did the 101 makers as a special release because of the limited tours that they had at their distillery.
Right.
So every year around the fall, Christmas season, they would invite people in and have a special blend that they sold to customers who visited the distillery, and that's what they bottled up and were selling at the store. So, but depending on sales, maybe it takes off and it
Interesting.
creates its own little blend there. But it's a seasonal blend,
That's
supposedly.
interesting.
Tyler said he's drinking Cayman
Cayman
Jacks
Jack.
tonight.
So
What is that?
Cayman Jack is a canned or bottled margarita. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're that white short glass bottle that you see.
Or they have blue slim cans.
I might
like
see a
that too.
picture of it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just crack a can and drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
little
Pretty good though.
But they have those little Jamaican red striped short kind of bottles, but
Is-
they're clear.
is it
with
like
a blue
a-
label with a gator on it and stuff like that?
Is
But
it
it.
like margarita, like amount of alcohol in it, or is it like?
I don't
I
know
don't
that.
think so. I would say I would equate it to like a Mike's Hard Lemonade type kind of deal, but lime flavored
Yeah,
instead.
yeah.
It's, one of those things.
Kevin texted
It's
me.
good.
Kevin texted me on the thing. Get in chat, bitch. Don't be texting me.
He
while
say
we-
he's watching. Hey
Yeah.
Kevin, what up, man?
Yeah, well, he said cheers. He said cheers. Oh shit. He said cheers, fuckers. Welcome to 2021.
Yeah.
Steven commented on the volume, said it seems a little faint. Anybody else out there
A little
having
lower?
volume that's being faint? Or
Oh,
is
can we?
or we need up the gains a little bit?
Can we? Well,
I'll
we don't
lower
need to
them
do.
down a little bit.
We don't need to do mics though, do we? Not
I did lower them some.
all of them.
Yeah,
well, because
slightly, just a little
we
bit. I did
might
all of them.
pick up too much echo though if everybody.
That's why I lowered them.
Yeah.
I'm just going to 1 o'clock.
Okay, just a little bit
It
more.
was at 12, so I'm
Yeah.
putting it at 1.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll see what's happening.
I
Hey, there's
wanted-
Rebello. He's drinking too.
Hey,
What's up, man?
attaboy. I wanted to bring up the Mars rover. We landed another freaking rover on Mars, dude.
Big ass thing, man.
I know.
Really? Seen that thing?
But this is the first. The cool thing is this is the first time we've ever landed something up there with audio recording. Not that we've caught anything cool, but it's just neat. Imagine if we, like, he heard some fucked up shit when he went up there, like screaming or something.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Hey, can you do like headphone volume like down a little bit? Since you turned that up, it's like
Too loud in the
now.
headphones.
Yeah, there we go.
I got you. All
Appreciate it.
You're like the opposite of every rapper.
Well, I feel like if it's too loud, then I can't tell.
Turn up the bass in my headphones.
Well, because then if somebody like is sounding too faint, you don't really even pay attention to it because
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So anyhow, but yeah, the rover. What's this one called? The last one was Curiosity.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is so,
I forget what the
I
name
so I
of
have a
this
question
was.
about this because this is the first I've heard of it.
Okay.
You know, I'm not on any
Well-
social media.
Well, let me tell
posting,
you this: they used a lot of this leftover parts from Curiosity.
Renee said our volume's low. Is it still low, Renee? Are we good
We just
now?
turned it up. Is it got any better?
I didn't check. I don't know if she said that before or after we turned it up.
I think she told us before.
Yeah, because we're
Let us
too.
know before.
Okay,
but okay, gotcha.
we'll try something
we'll
else that's
see.
still low.
Keep us posted.
But
y'all.
anyways, yeah, they. I heard on a podcast. Sometimes I listen to the Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast, and he had on there one of the guys that was leading that team, and he said they had so many spare parts, or they had not spare, like they got done assembling it. It was like, well, where do these fuckers go? But it was more like they had redundancy parts and everything,
Right.
and they used a lot of those to make it. So it's similar. It was a lower cost to get into, and they were able to add extra features like the audio and things
Okay.
like that because
Right.
they weren't strapped for that. So it's kind of interesting.
So when did this shuttle or rover actually launch? I mean,
It was. Oh, when did it launch?
yeah, when did it launch? Like,
Oh,
how long
back-
did it take before it got
Back
there?
in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it takes a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Okay,
Something like that.
And then it just landed a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
right?
a few weeks
so,
ago.
so
Yeah,
it took
middle-
about 8 months, give or take,
Yeah,
to
that
kinda get
sounds
there?
right.
Something like that.
somewhere in that range.
It's. I mean, that's a crazy thing to think that we have shit that we remote control cars that we can drive around on another planet.
Well, I saw
That's
the,
fucking cool.
I
That's
saw
pretty
the video. I guess I really didn't think about the audio
Yeah.
part of it before, but they were just showing just a video just of Mars. It was shit. It was like less than a day after it landed. They were done showing, and I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man. Like you're on another planet, and you're just hearing the sounds and seeing
Yep.
the thing. Of course, the camera on this one is way better than what they had on there before. It's just that's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
man.
it's not perfectly live, but it's not like crazy. It's like minutes, like 8 minutes or something that it takes for it to get there. So I don't know if it's 8, but it's something like that. So it's
Yeah.
almost live.
Did y'all listen to the Rogan Elon Musk podcast?
Yeah.
that he
The
did?
most
I did.
recent one?
Yeah. So he was saying that in 5 years he thinks we can be on Mars. And
Have
at least
human beings on
have
Mars?
human beings on Mars.
Yeah.
And at least laying that foundation for a potential civilization to start building like a city or urban type thing. Obviously you're gonna have a lot of people who are skilled there
Sure.
to farm and do all the things that would sustain life. But
Right.
that's kind of crazy to think about.
That is
5 years
crazy.
is not long at all. But that may be, pie in the sky kind of thought.
Sure. But I mean, he's a smart dude.
He is.
I
for
mean,
sure.
doing it and then finding people that can do it. I mean, that's a thing. Finding people that do it and then willing to do it. Can you imagine being smart enough to be a person that can pioneer the trip to Mars and then being like, yeah, all the money and fame and all that shit that I can have back home, nah, I'm just going to leave all that behind
Oh, dude.
and go somewhere where I'll never see myself get recognized for any accomplishment that I make.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like there's probably not that many people that are cool with that. I mean, even your early time sailor pioneers, they
Yeah.
knew they were going to come back, and everybody was going to be like,
Right.
"Oh!" and you'd be like,
Right.
"Check out all this cool shit that I did." Like, this is a one-way trip.
Well, too, but at the same time, though, their names will be like kind of marked in stone for
Yeah.
generations.
And
Oh,
how
yeah.
much does that mean to you? That's what I was thinking. My daughter and I were talking about the documentary about the girl that disappeared from the Cecil Hotel in L.A. Do y'all know anything about this
No.
story? It's just a girl just disappeared, but now there's a documentary, and she's been super famous on the internet, and she's gone. She's dead now.
Okay.
But like, think about how famous people that are only famous posthumously have no clue that they're famous like that.
Right.
That's crazy feeling to think about.
Right. I was thinking about this a lot after that podcast, Levi, and even so, I was thinking even then. So say you're on Mars and you've got still pretty good communication. Say they have internet there, and you can tweet, and you can you can be on Jimmy Kimmel at night just at a
Tweet
big
from
delay.
Mars, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, like, how much is that going to mean to you? Like, how long is before it, like, the fame is not going to mean anything?
Right.
It's like, oh, everybody on Earth thinks you're awesome, and they're talking about you all the time.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see it.
But you're still on Mars.
You're still on Mars, and it's not going to take. It's going to be cool initially, and then after a while, it's just going to be another part of the job. Oh,
Yeah.
let me go on and let me talk to whatever, the president or the president of some other country, or
Right.
be on some late night talk show. Like, it's just.
Well, that'll
You're not gonna give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go like out to eat and people are gonna buy your dinner and.
But the value is different. You know, it's sure you might not can translate that fame to women or stuff or things that like you would think about here, but there's some intrinsic value that goes, I guess, beyond maybe that type stuff. Maybe
it just seems like a lonely fame.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
you'd have to be selfless.
That's the thing. I don't see how you could do it for the fame,
right,
and then be comfortable. Like I just don't think you could do that.
Well,
like I think for people to do it, it's gonna have to get to a point where we feel like this planet is like dying,
right,
and these people are like, I'm gonna go first and clear the way for
Yeah.
the rest of you. I think then you would easily get people to line up. To
Well,
I think like when you were here. Sorry, I'm going to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
Talking about Elon, the thing that kind of impressed me when he was talking about his conversation with it was that years from now he hopes that Tesla's remembered for what they contributed to the energy solution,
right,
with the sustainable energy in the future,
right.
Yeah.
More so than anything. What was the impact on that? Because he was talking about airplanes, all that stuff. He's like, I don't care about that. I just want to know that we made an impact and kind
Right,
of sped things
and I
up.
get that, but he's here though. He
Yeah.
can see it. If he
That's
was
true.
on Mars, you would never see anything. You would never get somebody coming up and being like, "Oh man, like I never thought I would get rid of my gas, whatever Corvette or whatever I thought was badass, but these electric cars are like really fucking cool." Like you're never gonna see that.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Well-
we've had a lot of conversations about ego, but I mean, you're talking about having to be somebody with zero ego to go
Yeah.
to Mars.
Well, maybe fame is not the and is not the only reason people do something. There's people with just a thirst for
passion,
adventure,
yeah.
a thirst for the unknown. The folks that the Lewis and Clark expedition. Sure, they thought they would come back and
For
have fame,
sure.
but they also didn't know that.
Well, they easily could have died, but I think
Easily.
I think the thing is though, the plan is still to come back.
Right.
Like that's
The plan
goal.
for Mars would not be to come back.
The plan for Mars, it's a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Like you're just going and you're going. Lewis and Clark, or name any other explorer.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna do cool shit and we're gonna come back and then we're gonna be awesome. Everybody's gonna think we're awesome. Mars ain't happening. Even
Yeah.
like Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Like they knew. I think like what was the honest chances of them surviving
Yeah.
going to the moon? It had to be like not that good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
That's true.
And so they did it, and they come back and all that. Except for Tyler, he's already saying,
Yeah.
where I stand on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know where you stand.
Well,
on this,
Tyler from the Dabbling
I have
Dads-
I have no idea what he's.
We know that he doesn't believe space is real, so
Well, but I don't understand though. He talks about it, but then he stops, and it never gets deep enough for me to really understand what he thinks.
well, when
of
you
it
go
or
on that podcast, you're gonna have to dredge him into that hole.
I know. Well, that's what I want to do. That's the plan. I want to get into the nitty gritty of how this works.
I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah. I ask a lot of questions.
Fuck yeah, do it, man. I like it. I want to know where it too. So Mars rover.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one. Though.
Also, kind of on the Elon Musk vein, I have just like
Next Friday, they're done calling it next Friday. Shit.
That's it. I don't have a ton of it, but I have like $100 worth of Bitcoin. But it's enough to where I was looking at it, and do you realize that since this year, that stuff has gone up like 830 something %.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it went. So I looked at it a lot because when actually Tyler had told me about the Dogecoin thing because Elon
Yeah.
was tweeting a lot about it. But I got out of that camp and saw like all cryptocurrency when they bought up 1.5 billion dollars.
Right.
What was it of Bitcoin? Insane. How much it went from like $36,000 a share to like $58,000 per share. I mean, it just.
Well, it's not even share. It's like one coin costs
one
over
coin is worth,
$50,000. So you to get less than spend less than that, you're actually buying satoshis and not Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah.
Like Penny's version.
Dude, I wish I would.
fractions of been.
I mean, I remember hearing about Bitcoin at least like 10 years
Yeah.
ago. And I remember thinking about it, I'm like, dude, just throw $100 at it.
You know-
Like, what is it going to hurt you to throw $100 at it? And then, like, I thought about it, and then it, like, straight tanked.
Yeah.
Like, right after that, and I'm like, well, that was good. Like, that shit wasn't going to last anyways. Dude, that $100 would be like fucking like $1 million something dollars right now or something.
If you just put $100 in at the beginning of this year, or a year ago, it would have been almost 1,000. So, and that's just 1 year.
You know what's crazy is so how long's Facebook been around, give or take?
Oh, it started
a long ass time.
2004,
Well,
something like that.
Well, so
a
you
long
guys,
time.
You guys remember the Social Network movie and stuff like that?
I
I
never
watched
saw
it,
it.
but
So,
yeah.
so the Winklevoss twins, two rowers who kind of came up with the concept of Facebook and claimed that it
Yeah.
was kind of stolen from them.
They're in college with Zuckerberg.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they got kind of screwed out.
They got
of the whole-
zucked.
They got zucked.
You guys
Yeah.
suck, motherfuckers.
But anyways, these guys,
Antarctica rover, Tyler. Antarctica. There's no. It's a desert, Tyler. I don't even
He's gonna
understand.
start arguing.
I don't understand.
But the Winklevoss twins bought like so much money invested into Bitcoin. They own 1% of all the Bitcoin that exist, and they are like super rich. And then they started their own website called Gemini, and they have a Gemini cryptocurrency that is kind of its own thing too.
Yeah.
But I was like 1% of a Bitcoin right now, and I was just like, holy shit, it's like 9.6 million or $1 billion or some shit like that, and I'm just like, that is crazy, or 965 million or something.
I
It's
can't
ridiculous.
in good conscience, no matter how much, I can't invest much money into it because it just feels too like imaginary. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know.
s-
Like
a s-
I have no correlate. Like I could not tell you what's going to make it go up or down necessarily because it's not like a company can do well. It's like nothing.
I don't see how it could ever like last because
Yeah.
I still have the same argument that I had back then. Is the people that have the real money, the
Yeah.
real currency, well, they also have all the power.
Yeah.
And you think somebody's just going to be like, hey, we got this new money, so none of your money works anymore, and our new money is what's good.
That's right.
They are going to kill you. Like they're going to kill you in every way. They're going to kill you financially. They're going to kill you physically. They're going to. There is no way.
Ruin your reputation.
There is no way that top 0.01% of wealthy people are going to let Bitcoin or Dogecoin or any of those others be any significant threat to them.
How much Bitcoin you think Warren Buffett has in his portfolio?
Yeah, unless they buy it all.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. They might buy it all and just be like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin, whatever.
It's
Do whatever
great.
you want.
Look at
Yeah.
his hair on Chad, by the way.
Oh, no. Dude.
Have you
It's
seen
got long- it's
this?
got long, man.
Take off your headphones and show the camera. Dude, this
what do I need to
hair,
do? Flip
shake
it.
it out. Just
Flip it.
shake it
Flip it.
around a little bit.
There you go.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
You're about 3/4 of the way to a Fabio. Or 1/4.
I know. I've had one haircut in over a year.
God dang,
I
dude.
got my haircut last summer, and then I didn't even cut a lot off then. It was long when I got it cut, and it was long when I left. So yeah.
Are you using
Pretty
horse shampoo?
Horse shampoo?
Horse. Horse. Like mane and
Horse.
tail.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're looking like a whore over there.
Hey, so you're using herbal essences?
I thought you were telling me my shampoo looked cheap or something. Like, oh, you're using a horse shampoo.
Got a lot of split ends. You look using that horse shampoo.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
just like, no, it's not that great, but it's good to get cum out. It's what-
doubles as lube. That shampoo does.
That's right.
That's great.
You know, you put it in, and then like if someone comes in your hair, it just streaks right off. Like you can just comb it out. It doesn't even.
That's
the
great.
thing. It's like a pre-wax.
That's good.
See?
That's a pro. If that doesn't exist, I guarantee a Manscaped will come out with it soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Manscaped. Get the lawnmower 2.0.
Those things are so damn funny. They're everywhere now. The Manscaped
Yeah.
little mowers things. But the thing is, if you go to Amazon,
Yeah.
Amazon has it posted everywhere. If you've ever looked at it, like I was just looking at beard trimmers,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and of course that thing pops up all over the place. I clicked on it, looked at the reviews, and the very first thing is a picture with a guy with a napkin with blood on it, and he said doesn't work.
Damn.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about. What
It's a
what do I need to Google
It's
here?
a shear. I mean, just type in
Manscaped
Manscaped
lawnmower.
You'll get it.
Yeah. So it's for shaving your ball hair, but it's supposed to be good at not nicking them and
And
not
not
cutting
nick-
them.
First
Yeah.
one was the 3.0. I'm just gonna go to
Yeah.
image.
But yeah, it's not. It's supposed to be because the guy's like taking the webbing.
Oh,
of his
so it's just a
finger and,
razor.
Like, jamming it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be designed in a way that's better for not cutting you up.
I think it's a gimmick though.
I'll tell you what
God, it don't look like it.
What I found for good body trimming stuff, if you're into manscaping at all, is this just normal like whatever brand electric razor that I have, but it has like one attachment that's got a foil shaver in the middle and then two like trimmers on the outside edge, so you
Yeah.
can just press it flush with that foil and then kind of tilt it, and dude, you can knock the shit
Yeah.
out of some hair down.
That's like the body groomer ones. They have ones where it's got like the teeth on the side, but it's got that little roll thing.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm
yeah, I
talking
know
about. It
exactly what you're talking about,
works super well.
Yep.
I'm still conning my kids and giving them $5 to my daughters to shave my back because I can't freaking reach it. So.
I'm almost there.
See?
Can you not
conversation
like
came up.
tape like a straight razor to a stick and just go right to it? Is that an option?
I just feel like I don't trust that.
Gillette should sell that for sure.
I mean, would that not work? I feel like that would work.
Yeah, it's just scary to do. You can't see good.
The Chick stick.
The stick.
That should be
There
a
you
thing.
go.
The,
Yeah, I don't.
the reach around.
I feel like that would work.
Yeah.
the Reacher will sell way more.
Yeah, but not for
sure.
the right reasons.
Just by name.
Yeah.
The only problem with it, like, you're not going to be able to see like what you've missed. And
Yeah,
what you
that's
hadn't
my
missed.
point.
That's going to be the. I think it'll work, but will you be effective with it?
I won't be. I'm that good.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to have a good system. It would be like mowing the yard, but without being able to see what you'd already cut.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of have to like go for it and hope it worked out. And you know, like with your face, you can at least kind of like feel.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, there's a rough patch. You can't do that with your back.
Dude, if you're a blind person, I guess you do just have to kind of feel while you shave.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There it is.
I mean, I feel-
they just let it go, man. I think most
All blind people have beards.
I think most of them just let go. It ain't phasing them.
Well, I mean, I think that's what you have to do. Because I mean, I shave without glasses on, so it's kind of hard to see. But I mean, I can feel. You know, you can
Okay.
feel like what's happening.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll shave without glasses too.
Yeah, that would suck. To shave. What? Yeah. I mean, I guess that's all you can do. You just feel it out.
Feel it out.
And
Well,
so, and I
speaking
come back to it. And you
Lawnmowers, dude. I watched it with the kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids the other day.
Oh,
And, dude,
how does that hold up?
It's great, but that electronic
Wait, what's
remote
that-
control
what's that
lawnmower
on?
is so funny. I bought it on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It was cheap
on,
enough.
It was
I
on
just bought it.
Netflix for a short spell.
We've
there,
been
but
we've been
yeah.
going through a lot of those old classic movie with our kids lately. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid would be a good one.
Yeah. I was telling them about that you were almost in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Levi, and they thought that was cool, so they're gonna probably ask you questions about that next time they see you.
No, that'd be interesting. I wish I remember more about it.
And you actually somewhere have a picture with you and Rick Moranis.
supposedly.
You
yeah.
have to find this motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it's old. I think if there's any picture in it, I'm gonna look terrible in it. But
Is
but
that the most famous person you ever met?
I mean,
But you don't remember
but
that.
is Rick Moranis really all that famous? I mean, outside of the
Back then he was.
I mean,
now
because
I
he
mean,
disappeared for so long. Like, I mean, if you told that to somebody who was in their like 20s,
Well, he's not famous to everyone, but he's
famous.
famous to the people that he's famous to for sure. I love him in
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors and Little Giants and
Yeah,
all the
Little
Honey I
Giants
Shrunk
yeah,
the
there's
Kids
nobody
movies.
in like the 80s or 90s that wouldn't know who he was.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I because I think
Yeah.
his wife died or something, and then he just kind of just didn't have the heart to keep doing stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
he would have to be the most famous to have met.
But I mean,
that
he's in
recall.
Ghostbusters, man. That's like one of the most famous movies.
Yeah, I'm the gatekeeper, the keymaster.
Yeah.
yeah. I forget which he is. That'd be a good like trivia question.
No,
Was he
he's the key.
gatekeeper?
No, he's the key master.
Keymaster. She's
It's
the
a
gatekeeper.
sex joke.
Yeah, I know it's a sex joke.
Well,
Is
then
it?
he's the key master because he puts it in her gatekeeper.
Okay. I don't think I know the joke, so I mean I never heard
Well,
it.
you're
I don't
probably
think.
like
I
a
don't-
kid. Last time you watched
Yeah.
that, you probably went
Yeah.
over your
I
head.
hadn't seen it in so long.
Yeah, I was definitely older before that joke hit me. I was like, oh, this is a sex joke.
Oh, I remember the Humpty Dance, which it would someone shared it in a group text we were in recently,
Oh yeah.
and but the Humpty Dance when I was a kid, I would rap that whole thing, and I had no clue that when he says I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom, like I had no clue he was talking about sex.
You as a kid said in a '69, my Humpty nose will tickle your rear.
Well, probably was rapping along by myself. I think I knew that part was dirty, but the once got busy in a Burger King bathroom, I 100% legit thought that he meant he was like sweeping or something. Like he was busy.
yeah.
Like he had a lot of work to do in there.
I don't even know that. I mean, I saw that text, but
You don't know that song?
No. off the top of my head.
Well, hey, it's a good song.
Is it like an old school rap song?
Yeah, it goes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Humpty Dance is the trance to do the hump.
Yeah,
It sounds familiar.
think
but
like Run DMC like era.
Oh,
rap.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's sort of that kind of. Yeah,
I got you.
Brilliant song.
but you don't pick up on a lot of that shit, man. Like I remember asking my kids, "Have y'all seen Greatest Showman?"
You've told me a lot about it. Never seen it.
Well, there's a scene in there where like there's a lady kind of trying to like hit on Hugh Jackman, and it's very subtle. Like he's married, but she obviously kind of wants to be with him, and then he just straight up realizes what's going on. Spoiler: he straight up realizes what's going on, and he turns her down, and then she goes out singing her song, and she's like crying while she's singing it. And then so I asked my kids like, why is she crying when she sings this song? They had no idea. Like
Really?
no concept of what was going on, like anything. Like they didn't even. I mean, it's obvious what happened, but it wasn't. It never got to like a point of like where they weren't like making out or anything like that. But it was obvious what was going on to an adult. But kids don't see that stuff at all.
Well, yeah, because they've never been in those situations, those environments.
No.
They don't have anything to map it to.
No.
You know.
And adults are always worried about, especially because back then movies you're talking about like Honey I Shrunk the Kid and things like that.
Mhm.
There was all kinds of adult humor laced in there, but kids like they're really just not going to pick up on it.
Right.
They're really not. It's not in their like mentality to pick up on it.
It makes me less worried about show, which I'm not too worried now. Anyways, I've been a parent this long, but early on I started realizing like I remembered the Humpty Dance thing for me, and I was like, they probably don't understand a lot of what they hear anyway.
Yeah.
So
we showed the kids the Goonies the other day for the first time. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this movie is way more vulgar than I remember it being when I was a kid. But I mean, shit,
I watched
like,
it again here recently too.
yeah, it's great,
I love that movie.
and the kids loved it too.
I fucking love that movie.
But then it's like, how long? Like, okay, can we just glue Michelangelo's David's dick back on his statue and like move on here? Can we?
The where it's upside down.
Yeah. But then I'm
was
like,
so
well,
fucking
this
funny.
is an art. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just like a penis, but at the same time, it's a joke.
right.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I took my
Whatever,
kids
show
to
'em.
Louisville once, and there's a statue. That statue of David out there is like out on the main sidewalk, but it's like a golden version. And they started making jokes about it. They were singing like golden wee wee songs and everything. I'm like,
Well, the thing is funny is that
talking about wee wees.
the damn statue you're talking about is
You know the one?
I know what you're talking about, but it's so funny because it's like a bronze statue.
Yeah.
But you can tell where people have touched stuff because it's shinier.
Yeah.
Where it's touched it, and his
I've
dick
seen that.
is
And
like
his butt,
shiny.
and his
seen
butt
that.
cheeks.
His butt cheeks and his dick is shiny.
It's completely like it's like brand new.
Brand
and
new.
the rest of him is all like brown.
yeah.
And what is that called? What does bronze do when it changes colors?
like a patina.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's called something. Something's happening to the metal.
Oh yeah, it is called. Shit, I work in metal for. I mean, I know what this word is.
I forget what it's called, but because you have to like clean things to make people
Yeah.
from looking that way.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyway.
it's corrosion.
It
But,
is
but there's another
corrosion.
word that
Yeah.
we're trying to
Yeah.
think of. So, anyways,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah.
Oxidation is the word you're looking for.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. But
oxidizes.
didn't it still have a name? Didn't it have a different name? Or am I thinking of
Oxidation
something else?
forms patina, which is the outer layer. So I don't know.
Okay.
We can Google and see if there's something else we're not
No,
saying.
no.
But that's what I was thinking of. Anyways.
I don't really want to. I kind of just want to let it go.
All right, fair enough. Hey, I've been playing a little more video games lately, boys.
Uh-oh. What's been happening?
I got UFC 4.
on there.
Oh, they're still making UFC games?
Yep. The new UFC game
Is it good?
I played it with him. It's really
Is it fun?
good actually. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty damn cool. The fight system makes sense once you learn it. It's a little bit of a learning curve with that many things you can do in a UFC fight. But once you learn it, it's a system that makes sense. It's not overly complicated to where it makes it not fun.
That's the problem with all those UFC games is like, how do you do wrestling
Right.
with a controller?
Yeah, they made the grappling where you don't have to memorize a bunch of stuff, and that's what's important. They put a lot
Simplistic.
more into the striking because they know people enjoy that more. They simplified the grappling aspects of the game, which is
Okay.
perfect. And then the career mode is so fun, dude. I built my own character and played through, and it's not hard, it's not easy. You got to get on a run. He won the welterweight championship on his second to last fight. My character did, and I only defended it once, and then he retired because they actually build in your longevity of your career, and it's a finite graph that goes across, and the more damage you take in fights, it starts going across more. The more damage you take in sparring, so you legit have to think about how to extend your career to have multiple fights
that's
and
pretty cool.
everything.
That's
I mean,
cool.
that's kind of dark.
But wait, can you just metagame it and create a character that's super good in wrestling and jiu-jitsu and then just take everybody down and just be done with it?
Well, if you train that way, so
Well, it's because, like he was talking about, the time. You only have a finite amount of time. So
Yeah.
You can't focus on everything.
everything, right. So what's cool is it'll take your fighting style and it actually makes your fighter better at your fighting style because each individual move evolves independently. So they all start as one-star moves, and the more you do that move, the more repetitions, the more damage you do with it, the more you practice it, it'll become potentially a 5-star move, and so your style is emulated. It's like the greatest UFC game they've ever come out with.
It's
for sure.
almost like you took
Okay.
a JRPG, attack or whatever, and then you kept upgrading that attack to where it was OP and just absolutely slaughtered people.
Yeah, I like to get OP in my single player video games.
What does that mean?
Overpowered.
Overpowered.
Yeah, so it's just like you're just not even.
And games where you can get like that, where you, just get
Level up.
level up and get so overpowered to like at the end, you're literally just someone come up to you, just backhand them, and
It's an
just
easy.
one shot kill. You become one punch man.
You should
and it's
feel
fantastic.
powerful though. Like that's
You worked for that. You
Games
earned
should
it.
do that. Yeah, you should. I mean, of course, it can go over the top, and the game can get not fun
Yeah.
if you're too
too far.
if you're too overpowered. But yeah, it's a single player game, right? Like you should be having
Yeah.
fun. You should be a fucking badass.
The only characters that aren't like actual UFC fighters that I got some of those too with it. I've got the two boxers, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury in the game.
That's cool.
And then
DLC you had to pay for.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But these are so cool. They're extra playable characters.
Oh no, that's how they get everybody.
Fucking
Like,
Bruce
I've got
Lee. You gotta have Bruce Lee in there, dude. How can you not?
I know.
Get Bruce Lee?
Chad buys DLC. He's
I
shitting
do
on it
too.
right now.
No, I'm not shitting on you for buying it. I'm shitting on the practice of them selling it.
I know
Oh
it.
yeah, I absolutely do that. But it's like remember when we used to play games and you just got everything,
Yeah.
and like you had to like win races or whatever to unlock the new like skins or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
You didn't pay $5 for whatever new.
Unless it
skin.
was a cheat code back then. Somebody would.
I like
skip it.
Sometimes it was cheap.
But I do like that reward system where you can unlock stuff or find stuff. Because even like
Right.
Breath of the Wild, which we talked about, like going through and quest and unlocking armor and weapons and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I don't like when somebody can just drop money and do something. Like
Yeah.
again with those fighters, like how much more fun would it be if you got if you had a boxer that was champion whatever, then you or somebody that was strong in boxing,
Yeah.
rather, then you unlock the boxing character.
Yeah, that'd be way more
That'd
fun.
be way more entertaining than just. But I mean, they're not going to get $5 out of you,
Right.
or whatever that they cost now. But yeah, I try not to, but sometimes I do.
Yeah. I also got Brock Lesnar. He's a fighter, but he wasn't in
Yeah.
the game. So, but I was also thinking about video games. Like, it's crazy to me how infrequently they have to come out with new games because of things like DLC. Like, my kids have been playing Minecraft for so long, just Minecraft, because there's so much like. One, it's kind of an infinite game, but two, there's so much DLC. It's just it's a different day and age,
Yeah, it's a really simplistic base, and I mean they can just tweak a few things, and it almost reinvents the game because it's so basic in concept.
Well, and
it's
they take
so fundamentally sound.
They take way longer to make. But yeah, with DLC, I mean, think about Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that game come out on the PlayStation 3,
Yeah, still out.
and it was on the way to the PlayStation 4, and now it's on
now
the
5.
PlayStation 5, and they're just
crazy.
coming out with new shit. Like they have no desire to make Grand Theft Auto 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They're just
milk
gonna
it.
keep selling the same game and keep doing the same shit over and over again.
That's nuts, man.
Now, Chad, I've seen you online playing Darkest Dungeon and a couple other different
Oh,
games.
yeah.
Which, by the way, they had it on sale, and I got it for like $5.
Yeah, Darkest
Or I need-
Dungeon.
I need to.
Oh, that's a good $5 right
I
there.
added to the cart, didn't buy it just yet, but it's there.
Oh, what shit is it about to go off sale?
Well, they put it on sale, then Epic put it on sale, so now I can do it in both. Or
Oh,
not
okay.
Epic, but
Steam.
Yeah.
Yes. Darkest Dungeon's great. It's yeah. I miss because Darkest Dungeon is like graphically it's very old
Crude,
school. It's
yeah.
just a side-scrolling animated thing, and I wish people would get more back to that in games.
Well-
Like everybody, especially like with the Final Fantasies and the Square, like they have to make this just epic looking game with the best graphics you ever seen.
Right.
Fuck all that, man.
Well-
go back to Super Nintendo days
Damn,
and give me a
yeah.
good story and make that shit in whatever 16 months or whatever it takes you to make one and just send that out to me. I think I don't want graphics to get any better than they are right now.
I
Let's
think
just stop and let's just focus on making good games in a
Right.
timely manner that cost a fair price.
I think that's the problem with
point.
video games and also like even art. Like people chase photorealism. Like the more realistic a
Yeah.
picture looks, they're like, now that's damn good art.
Yeah.
But then like you look at like a Picasso painting or something like that. That shit's good in its own right.
It's interpretation.
And it's interpretation. It's how it makes you feel. So I mean, like the old school games, like you take a game like Shovel Knight or something like that. That
Right.
is an old school SNES, like 32 pixel whatever kind of game, and it looks great. It doesn't have to look great. It is what I want. I mean, I just enjoy.
Well,
that style.
have you played Hades yet?
No, I had the opportunity, but that kind of game, top down, kind of action
Well, it was-
thing is.
The only reason I bring it up
I
is
don't
it was one game of the year by a lot of companies.
Oh, wow.
When the game was
Yeah.
brand new, it was $30.
Yeah,
I got
it's
it on
cheap,
sale
too.
pretty quick for like $20.
It's on sale now too.
And it's fun as shit, man. It's fun as shit, and like they spent way more time focusing on making the game fun, and the graphics are just like cartoons or whatever. Oh, by the way, since we're talking about video games, did y'all see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge?
No,
I did not.
Dude, they're straight up just like doing a sequel to like Ninja Turtles 2 or 3, like the side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Really?
4 players on the screen at the same time just to beat 'em up. The graphics are just look like the cartoon.
Yes.
It's playing the music. It was just like, I have to play this.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it comes out, we have to do a Whiskey Bros.
Is that a console game, too?
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be on everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, apparently Nickelodeon owns Ninja Turtles now.
Yeah,
they do.
And
they made a pretty good series, a pretty good new series.
It was actually really good.
Okay, well, apparently they've been sitting on the IP as far as video games goes, but they've let it out for this, and like they're straight just hitting everybody in nostalgia and just giving people what they want.
That's great.
It is like they're making all the cowabunga, dude, and they're playing all the old music, and
That's
just
cool,
dude. We have to get this game. We have to play it together.
Of course.
I'd actually be down for like a Whiskey Bros plays.
We should.
Like
We should do it. It'd be fucking fun.
Especially a game like that would be a blast.
Oh, yeah, you just get drunk as shit and just hit things. Like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, jump around, hit things, and then talk shit to each other when you die for doing something stupid.
For sure.
Or not doing something stupid, just if you die.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. The newest Nickelodeon series was great, but the only thing is they really involved like aliens in it a lot. Did you remember that?
They turned the Crag and all that stuff like into like a very alien centric, and then they leapfrogged off of it into even deeper alien stuff. I'm like, this is getting really stupid because they were out in space.
That's the only problem.
But that's when they
But the look and feel of the characters is really cool. They did a good job with it.
But
wait, is that the brain?
No, yeah, the
Krang
brain.
was,
Krang is the brain.
Yeah.
That's right, not Crag. Krang, that's right.
Yeah.
But they end up pulling the plug on that kind of CG graphic one, and then end up revamping it and doing it all over. And Nickelodeon has an even newer, different Ninja Turtles that's like 2D graphics, kind of like SpongeBob looking.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know, it's different.
It's
But
what do you got?
So Chad, have you beat any video games since then? Since the last podcast, I mean, since Kevin, I mean, December. I mean, have you actually like? I finished Cyberpunk.
I finished Cyberpunk, yeah,
Okay.
which was, I said back then it was getting a lot of shit in the media, but I loved it. I loved the ending of it. I loved all of it. Yeah, I started a new playthrough just because I couldn't hardly stop playing it, but I really want like all the new updates and all the new things like that to finish. But the game is so good. The story's great. The acting in it is great. Well, except for the male. No, I didn't like him that much. You can pick to be a male or a female, and you get two different voices. The male, I could not get behind.
You like the female character better?
The female does an amazing job with her acting. So I don't usually play females if I have the option.
Yeah.
But I switched in this just to see. I think because the male, he has like a sort of like a thicker like Boston accent in it, and I guess it was harder for me to like identify with him. But anyhow, everybody else did really good. The music in it is so fucking good.
Yeah, they got freaking Run the Jewels track in there, baby.
And it's good, yeah. And then a lot of other bands, like, I don't know. But, yeah, that Run the Jewels track, that's, like, one of, like, kind of the montages in it.
Yeah, no save point.
And then I didn't even know, there's, like, a Run the Jewels hand signal.
Yeah, it's two hands. Yeah, he's got it. Do it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, in the photo mode, you can pose your character in that. It just says,
that's cool.
I forget what the name of the pose is. It may just say "Run the Jewels" or something like that. But
it's on every single album cover that they have.
Did not even know that.
That's pretty cool.
So I've beaten 2 video games since the last one.
He's going in. He's going hard.
Steven asked if I checked out the Rowan comics for TMT. No, I've never checked out any comics for Ninja Turtles. And then I don't know who's this person.
Shannon. That's Shannon.
Oh, okay. Hey, I didn't know how to say that. I didn't know how to say like their name.
Yeah, Shannon Rebello over there.
Okay, now I can see it. It's 2 names stuck together.
Yeah. What up, Shan?
All right.
But I beat Borderlands 3 and all the DLC for it, and then beat Gears 5 recently with Steven doing the co-op.
Oh, wow.
I did that because it's been so long since I played Gears, and it was okay. It was the story was not the best.
I've only played the first one. I've never played any past that.
They're really good, but it's a game that's meant to be played co-op.
It's on
100%.
PC. They released Gears.
I played on PC, and he played on Xbox, and we linked together and played that. But Borderlands, so the first PC game I bought was actually when I got my gaming PC was Borderlands 2. I mean, you talked about playing that.
Yeah, I like Borderlands 2 way better than the third one.
Third one, they've amped and changed a lot.
They tried too hard to be funny.
Yeah,
like it was too
Zane's
too
character is kinda
forced.
like that.
It was too forced. Like Borderlands 2 just was funny. It's a hilarious game.
But it was a good game. I'm looking forward to the next kind of things. But I was looking for something to kind of just take the stress off, and it was. I mean, when you just jump into a game and just start killing things.
That's what they're designed for, man. That's great.
I had bought Red Dead Redemption 2 and was hoping to get into a Western, but it was moving too slow, and I just kind of
the beginning moves a little slow till you can get to the explore.
I still need to get that. I keep hearing nothing but good things about that game.
It's extremely well made. It's just very slow paced. There is no fast travel, so you have to ride the entire distance to get from one town.
You know
to
what?
the next,
I'm okay with that. Like, but if it's a good open world game, you're gonna encounter fun stuff along the way. It's not just gonna be this boring run back from town to town.
Yeah, I got hitchhiked by or got held
ambush.
up by ambushed by a freaking lady who was pretending to get injured. She hopped up with a gun trying to steal my horse. I shot that bitch right in the face. I said, "No, sir, you're not taking my horse."
I do like
shot that bitch in the face. Said, "No, sir." He said.
Yeah, I love stuff like that about a good open world game.
Shannon talk about Fallout. Is it?
Yeah, Fallout.
Y'all play that game?
That's
the one with the little boy, the little character.
Yeah, the
cartoon character.
Fallout
Pit Boy.
The Fallout Boy. Yeah, but
Pit
yeah, maybe that's why they got the name.
But a lot of people just say New Vegas is the best one that they ever made.
New Vegas
4 was fun though. I love 4.
4, just the story sucked a bunch of.
It did, but it was a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, the game was the game was fun. The story just so.
And 76 was supposedly like a disaster.
Never played it. But I played 3 and but I own New Vegas, but I've never played it.
Oh shit!
But yeah.
Hey y'all.
Predates me a little, or I just never got into it. Go ahead.
Hold on. She's been a huge fan for 3 years. Is 3 is the best? Oh shit! You're gonna fight a lot of people with that.
3's the best.
A lot. It's a big fight over whether 3 or New Vegas is the best. I played through 3. I like 3 a lot. But a lot of people say.
Well, you gotta play through Vegas and weigh in on it, bro.
I really should, especially like you're setting on. Like I own the game, and then I'll sit there and just like look through my Steam library and be like, man, I don't have nothing to play.
Well, I mean, you're the same way. I mean, I've got The Witcher 3 and Doom Eternal I haven't even touched. And
I like 2 games on my Steam. I gotta step up my game, boys. Food challenge.
Oh no!
I was about to hit Tales of the Guano.
Oh no! I could see. I knew what you were about to do.
Fuck you! I'm not eating this.
I'm all for it.
It's not that bad. I think this is probably gonna be pretty palatable. Something I seen and thought was interesting.
So fucking awful.
Boys, we have jalapeno brittle. What the fuck is jalapeno brittle? It's got peanuts in it.
Oh, I'm down for this.
It's green. I have no clue what it's gonna taste like. I just seen it in a gas station.
I'm so happy this ain't like a bug or a worm or something.
But it's interesting though. It's worth it bringing it.
I mean, it doesn't look great. I mean, it looks like Shrek shit or something. But I mean,
Shrek shit.
Yeah.
The thing about jalapenos, despite whether how hot they are or not, good jalapeno flavor just tastes fantastic.
It does.
Right.
Yeah,
don't fuck up your. Okay.
I can put it in a different bag.
All right.
Couldn't get it, so
it might be delicious. We eat the whole damn thing.
It might be.
Grab y'all chunks.
Fuck you.
Pass one to Levi.
Damn, that looks like.
Break it off.
Break this in half.
I was gonna say that looks like a fucking cactus.
There you go.
All right,
I got a huge piece. Oh, it smells.
Y'all go ahead, and I'll follow along behind. They are putting it in their mouth. If you're on audio only, and they're crunching.
I have some more.
I'm gonna go now. Y'all start commenting on the flavor.
I mean, this tastes like normal brittle. I don't even taste any jalapeno.
It's coming on the back end. The heat's there. Just a little bit.
Dude, not my piece.
It's mostly just peanut
This tastes like straight up brittle.
With a little bit of flavor.
It's very subtle, the jalapeno in it. At least I taste it, but not much. It actually it's so sweet, but there is a little bit of mellowness on the back.
That is
very little.
Yeah. There's a little spice on the back end, but it's pretty much peanut brittle with like a little aftertaste. Of spicy.
It's like you took some spicy peanuts and then mixed it in
exactly.
peanut brittle. No.
Yeah. A little anticlimactic, but
it's tasty.
It's pretty good.
If you see green brittle in the gas station, don't shy away. It's not bad.
Not bad, baby boy.
It's not sport. It's good.
It's definitely not spicy. It is good though.
It like you can taste the jalapeno flavor right on the back.
Right. It's the last thing you taste.
Right at the end of everything you taste. Right at the end. That's it. You taste it though? Okay.
Yeah, I definitely taste it, but very slightly.
Yeah, very subtle. Yeah, disappointing, but whatever.
For people who don't like spice, they'd be okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's peanut brittle. I'm never going to complain about eating peanut brittle.
No.
But I really thought it'd be
But
weirder.
Some people really don't like brittle or toffee and stuff. But I love that.
I
shit.
love that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
My favorite Blizzard flavor is Heath Bar Blizzard. I just
damn good
love that toffee in the ice cream mix. Come on.
toffee. My favorite's butter pecan, but it's kind of got that same kind of toffee-esque.
You get a butter
sweetness
pecan
to it.
Blizzard?
They've had it. It's
See,
it's seasonal.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
It's seasonal.
My favorite Blizzard is Butterfinger, which is actually very similar to this.
Shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because that's actually a really good point. It's basically the top.
Basically, yeah.
It's
You know,
like shredded.
I
and
knew
repurposed.
Bart Simpson as the kid from the Butterfinger commercials before I'd ever seen the show.
Really?
Yeah, because our family called him. I mean, I was a kid. I was pretty young. When did The Simpsons come out? What year did the first episode air?
I'll look that up while you are doing that.
Maybe. I don't know. Let me guess. I'm gonna say 89.
I'm gonna say a little bit sooner than I would guess 87, but I don't know.
That seems
Let's
wrong.
find out what that is.
Oh,
But anyways, we used to refer to him as Baghead because my dad used to say that his hair looked like it was the top of
it
like
does
a
look
brown
like
paper
bag,
sack.
Yeah.
So we'd call him like Baghead before we knew his name. And,
wow.
And then they had the show, and we watched it as a family, the first episode. And then, like, pretty soon, like 3 episodes in, my parents said I wasn't allowed to watch it anymore because he was too disrespectful to his parents and stuff.
Yeah, it was a
So-
little. The first season of Simpsons was kind of shitty. It was kind of like trying too hard to be like edgy and different and things like
You
that.
want to take a guess on the year?
We did.
I
already.
guessed
Sorry, I missed it.
89 and he guessed
87.
87.
89 is correct.
Damn,
Nice,
boy!
son.
Just barely though. It was actually December 17th, 89.
Yeah, the first one was the Christmas
almost
episode.
90.
Yeah, it was a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Dude, you, you knew shit.
The chat's talking about Bethesda and all that, and Fallout and all that. 70.
And they're
Yeah,
talking about the
hey,
Blizzard flavors they like, too.
Hey, we're talking about Fallout 76, which is the newest one. This game was the hugest disaster probably ever of a video game ever released. There's a YouTube guy just called the Internet Historian, and he talks about just
shitty it
crazy
is,
stuff.
yeah.
But he does like documentary level of like stuff. Watch that one about Fallout 76. If you could just know shit about the game and get a ton of enjoyment out of just watching this guy talk about how they just fucked this up from beginning to end. Have you seen it?
I've
You know what I'm
seen
talking
it.
about, Levi?
He absolutely tears it apart. I mean, it's like
That's incredible.
world-
Not even in a biased way. He was just like,
No.
and then they asked anybody that wanted a refund could do this, but their website was so bad that it gave everybody's personal information out.
Oh,
It was just like shit like that. It was crazy.
damn, dude.
I'm definitely
I'm going to
paraphrasing.
take a little bit more of that weather right now.
All right.
Dude, my take on this Weller now after getting this far into it is I feel like if you wanted to show somebody this is what good whiskey tastes like. Somebody's like, I don't know about whiskey. I like alcohol, but I don't know about whiskey. And you want to pour them something to say, drink this. This is what good whiskey tastes like. This would be an amazing thing to give somebody.
Yep.
Like it tastes like whiskey. It's not too crazy on any kind of flavor.
It's just
in
really,
any way.
The perfect word to describe this is balanced.
It is.
It's very balanced. It's not going to shock you right up front because it's so smooth up front, and then it
Perfectly
just builds,
balanced,
and
as all things should be.
Yeah, it's damn good.
That sounds like a commercial for
It's
something.
it's a Thanos quote from Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Nerding out.
Was
up
it,
in here.
when he was holding the knife. Yeah.
Oh, Kyle said he got his PlayStation 5 yesterday. Fuck you, Kyle.
Where'd he get that? Where are they having them at now?
You know, you sounded like that right there. Fuck you, Kyle. Is
Cartman?
Cartman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ken.
fuck you, can.
Yeah, I'm sure Kyle hadn't heard that 1,000
I mean,
times. I'm sure he's not sick of that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anthem was a letdown. Yeah, Steven, Anthem was a fucking letdown
Yep.
because Anthem took all of fucking BioWare's resources and they made shitty games for fucking like 5 years because they put all their resources into Anthem and that game fucking sucked balls.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, I remember Steven buying that one, and I like held off. I was pretty apprehensive. I'm like,
They fucked over Mass Effect Andromeda so hard because they were putting resources in that game. I'm like, there's no way. Like, y'all should give me Anthem for free for paying for this fucking garbage.
Yep.
This unfinished piece of shit.
Damn.
Sorry. I'm raging out on video games now. Yeah.
Damn.
Moving on. I'm still mad about that. Like, what is that now? Been like 4 years ago or
That's
something
funny.
that shit come out? Yeah.
So what do you boys?
I would like.
Or go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I thought you were going to ask what we want to talk about. I was going to say I'd love to talk just for a minute about the last UFC card, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, I meant to. So I purposely didn't talk to you about it because
You thought we'd talk about it here?
because I was like, it'd be a good topic of conversation for here.
So I'll kind of highlight what was going on for folks that are watching that may not be UFC fans, but it was a stacked card on paper. You had 3 title fights. You had the first of the 3 was a guy named Peter Yan, which was he's the champion at 135 pounds, and he was being challenged by a guy named Aljamain Sterling, who's an American grappler. And that fight ended weird because there was it was
Illegal.
Peter Yan, the champion, was winning the fight, but then they're in a position where a knee would be illegal, and he just cracked the fuck out of him with a knee, and Aljamain laid on the.
I don't describe the position.
So the position was
right?
was two knees down and one hand down.
Wait, hold on. Who's got 2 knees down?
So Aljamain has 2 knees down and one hand down, and that makes him a downed opponent. So any
You got 3 points of contact down.
kicks
You're down.
or knees to the face would be illegal at that moment.
Okay.
And they're in like a semi-wrestling position.
I haven't seen this at all yet, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to paint a picture in my own head.
Yeah,
So the guy that got kneed in the head, he's down.
He's down knees in one hand, and the other guy's on top, kind of like standing, but leaned over, holding him in like a grappling position.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like praying beside his bed, but has one hand on the ground.
Right.
Or whatever.
Get on your mic a little bit. It's like okay, I get you now. So he's
on his knees, almost like with his body up, and he's got one arm down trying to balance
Yeah.
himself, and one hand that's up in the air, and the guy's kind of off to his side where the arm's up, and
Yeah.
right in that breadbasket
And
kind of area.
there was reports that said, because it was in Russian. Peter Yan is a Russian guy, and so the corner, he had mixed signals coming from his corner. One guy said punch only, and then there was talks that somebody that he apparently says, "Can I kick?" and somebody says yes. And he just knees the fuck out of it.
Well, if he lifted,
how does he gotta ask this question? How do you not know the fucking rules if you're?
But see, that's the thing though. His
don't
other
know.
arm, if his hand's not on the mat and he lifts it up at all,
then it's okay.
Then it's okay. So I think it's kind of touch
Hold
and
on,
go.
then I don't understand. I thought if your knees were down, you couldn't do any feet contact or leg contact with somebody in the head. Is that not true?
I think it's 3 points of contact. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it was only 2.
Either way, you're actually right. If knees count, though, I think if a hand is down, even if you're on your feet, you're down. But if your knees are down, I think you're down altogether. Either way, this was very illegal. It was obviously illegal, and he couldn't continue. So the guy that got kneed in the face was losing the fight, became the champion of 135 pounds because of an illegal knee.
Not even just winning, becoming the champion.
He was losing the fight and became the champion. And the look on his face when he got the belt was like, I don't want this. He threw it down immediately. But then what is crazy is like within hours after the fight, there's all these pictures of him leaking to the internet of him like taking shots with the belt over his shoulder. In the ring, he's acting like, nah, I don't want this.
Yeah.
To win it this way. But in the after party, he's holding that belt and drinking shots.
But in fairness, though, I mean, can you imagine, though? First off, he got kneed in the head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how fucked up are you going to be right then?
Right.
2, when you have probably 24 people telling you how much you own it and deserve it and take a picture of me and you with this belt.
Yes.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold that shit
No,
against
I don't
anybody.
hold it against him, but it was a bad look for the internet and everything, for sure. They had a field day with that. The next fight was Amanda Nunes, the greatest female fighter of all time, fighting, just anybody that could even.
And I did hear about this fight.
Yeah, come in there. And a girl named Megan Anderson from Australia. And the first time she caught one of those punches to the face, her eye got as wide, like she had never been hit that hard before in her life. You knew she was fucked from that first punch, man. It was ridiculous. And it was over in the first round or second round. I don't know. It was over quick.
Yeah, I would like seeing that. I like Amanda Nunes a lot.
We seen her live.
We did. I didn't know like she was going to be anything
No,
then.
now
but
she's on the undercard of a fight.
We did see that. I love it. The chat's just completely in their own like world right now. This is its
Yeah.
own chat room. They're talking about different games they're going to download for the thing. Kyle, you need to. They're talking about PlayStation 5 stuff. Kyle, you need to get Demon Souls, and I'm going to come over and play it. That shouldn't be any surprise because as much as I've talked about Dark Souls on this podcast,
I think a good introductory game for the PS5 would be Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Spider-Man game?
I think that's a good one that even his kids will like too. And
the thing about that was I've heard it was not worth $60. They said it was really short. They said it feels more like a DLC for the other Spider-Man.
It's an abbreviated game. It doesn't sell for 60. It was 45.
God of War Days Gone and Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, but God of War is gonna be.
If you haven't played God of War, you need to play that shit directly. That's one of the best games.
That's the best games ever made. Yeah, for sure.
And I've heard good things about Days Gone. And Final Fantasy 7 is, I mean, you gotta like that kind of game. But the remake is really, really fucking good. But anyhow, Demon Souls.
There's a lot of good chat in here. It's people talking about your hair always being on point.
They've been talking about.
I appreciate that. I just read that a minute ago.
Levi's hair is always on point.
Yeah.
Well, I made a point to get a haircut this week pre-podcast.
Look, I thought about it a lot since my hair's long, but like getting it cut like yours, I don't think I can pull it off.
I left the length on top this time to give it a little bit.
I don't think I can do it, man. I think it'll look like absolute ass if I do that.
You need to let that shit go Fabio style, baby boy.
You think so?
So I gotta ask.
It takes no effort to do that.
Have you done or try to put it up in a bun or anything like that? Hipster style?
I can. It's almost got long enough where I can do like a full ponytail with it.
Damn.
Like I never could do like the entire thing. But hold on, let me take my headphones off for a second. But if I pull it like all together and get it from the back, I can almost get this like tiny.
You do that Japanese kabuki kind of looking.
Well, and I showed that.
You're the prettiest man I've ever seen.
You know, Snake in Metal Gear 5.
Right.
He has that little like tiny ponytail like right on the back of his head, and then like the front is just kind of hanging down.
Well, it's
kind of
definitely do that. It's kind of like Keanu Reeves style haircut, like in 47 Ronin.
No, I don't.
Is that the one where he's a ninja?
He's a samurai. Yeah.
Ninja.
Yeah. Good movie. You'd like that movie.
I never seen it. You told me about it.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a new movie or is this an old movie? I've never heard of this.
47 Ronin. It came out probably like I don't know, 2015 or something like that.
Newish.
Okay, I need to watch some of this. I need to get some like recommendations from everybody because I've been playing less video games lately and trying to watch more like shows and movies and stuff. Trying to just like chill out at night more than
for sure
more than like staying up on video games. So I've got caught up on like all the Marvel movies, which
cool.
is like makes me way behind. Which is probably why I made the Thanos show.
I think I've seen them all.
I
think.
Well, I hadn't. I'd been missing out.
I'm surprised you hadn't seen all this.
It's just like the time, but I do better if what I'm doing now is so I decide to watch a movie and I say going into it that I'm not gonna finish it.
Oh really?
Like I'm gonna go till I start getting really sleepy and then I'm gonna turn it off. Now sometimes I still finish it, but
you don't feel the
pressure.
Yeah, the pressure.
Yeah, like because my problem is with movies is it's like such a commitment.
Right.
Like, okay, well I'm gonna sit here for 2 hours.
But you might watch episodic things that are less easily for 2 hours.
I watch 3 of them.
Yeah.
Might watch 3 hour-long episodes and not even think anything about it. Yeah.
Right.
So
what shows y'all been watching?
Well, I watched. It's not new, but I watched all of Vice Principals.
Oh yeah, the one with Danny McBride and that other guy.
Somebody said, "Get me a John Wick cut." I'm thinking about that because that's how Keanu Reeves looked in Cyberpunk. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that.
Ooh,
anyhow, go ahead.
That'd be cool. That'd be great.
I've watched like the first season. Me and Amanda had started it, but I had a limited HBO subscription, so we never kind of went back.
Sure.
To it.
Yeah, I mean it was funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
It's funny. That's all it was. Just funny.
I watched an HBO series here recently and burned through.
What was it?
There's only 2 seasons. Barry with Bill Hader. And it's a really good show. Each season's only 8 episodes, but he is a hitman who tries to give it up and go into the world of acting, which is pretty interesting.
This is a comedy?
I would say it's
Bill Hader.
It's a good mix. You know how? Did you ever watch It 2? It Chapter 2?
No, but I mean I know who he is. I haven't watched either of those.
Well, I would say he's funny, but it's definitely more of a serious role for him. But he's actually won some writing awards for his writing for the episode in the show, for certain episodes in the show itself.
That's cool.
It's pretty interesting. Though.
Wasn't Barry also the name of a movie about Barack Obama?
Was it?
I don't know.
That seems very disrespectful.
What's this? Barry is a good nickname for Barack.
I know, but it seems like what you would title a documentary if you're making fun of him.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm just saying.
No, I don't know. I haven't been watching that much, but I need some because I still pay for HBO, so I need to watch some stuff like that. We never watched the last season of Westworld, so I think we might do
only
that
watched the
next.
first episode, the first season. That's it.
The first season is some of the best TV you'll ever watch, and second season took a fucking like nosedive off a fucking shit mountain. Yeah, it was awful. But I don't know. Maybe I may give the third season a chance. But no, Westworld season 1. I mean,
It was so good.
everybody should watch it. It's really fucking good.
That's what I tell people about Fargo because every season is something totally different. But man, the first season of that show is so fucking good.
Did you watch the movie first or
no? I've
does it have
actually
nothing to do with the
still
movie?
have never seen. The movie.
So you don't even know if it has anything to do with the movie.
I know that it doesn't only because I looked it up to see if you had to watch the movie to appreciate the show before I dove into it. But it's just more about the area and the town and the people within different gaps in time and crime that happen within the area.
Okay.
Like murders and
it's
like
never sounded good to me, but everybody says nothing but good things.
The
about
first season with Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman, the dude from the Hobbit movies.
Martin Freeman.
I
only watched the first Hobbit.
He literally played Bilbo Baggins in the Hobbit movie. But was also in the original Office. He played the character of Jim in the British version of The Office.
I know that guy. Those are so goddamn hard to watch.
They're cringy, man. So cringy. But that's
their accent is so thick.
You don't even know what they're saying.
I need like subtitles.
Yeah, 100%.
I honestly do. For some of that British stuff, like there was a couple of episodes of Dark Mirror where we
Black
straight
Mirror.
Black Mirror. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We straight turned subtitles on.
For
like,
real.
I cannot get through this accent and understand what they're saying.
I don't remember having any issues there or like Mighty Boosh or anything like that. But on that Office, it was the worst I've ever heard.
It was the one. I think I only watched like the first episode of the British Office, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
I was the same thing. Like I don't even understand exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But we did watch on Netflix a show called The Stranger.
Yeah,
we watched it.
I've seen it, not watched it.
That's where you sat on your hand before you masturbate, isn't it?
That is it.
Okay.
That's what I thought I was getting into in this show. Obviously, not about masturbation.
Okay, fair enough.
At all. My wife had read the book, so she wanted to watch the show.
My wife.
Show's pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend it.
Really?
Yeah, don't watch it. It's not good.
I thought that's not where this was going. I thought this was going to be a review, highlight reel.
I mean, if I tell you what it's about, it'll sound good. It's not good. Now the book, and I'm like, and I told my wife, I'm like I'm sure. Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
My wife.
There it is. I said I'm sure the book does a better because the show tries to do this like fake ass like was it like tension. We're like, oh, they're chasing them, and oh, they're this, and then they get away, and then you're like, it's just like you know how a show can just blue ball you so much where you just don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like just stop this like fake tension. Like stop doing this shit.
I hate that on like American Idol the way you used to do that. Or
we're
Now we're gonna go to a commercial break.
That's kind of what it's like. It's like the movie version of that kind of stuff. And so I told him, like, I'm sure the book was way better than this show, but this show is doing a fucking awful job. And she was like, the book wasn't that great either. I'm like, why are we watching this? She was like, well, I've read a lot of books. She does read a lot. But she was like, but this was a show about a book that I'd seen. So I kind of wanted to see, like, how they turned it into a movie. I'm like, well, it sucks. And she was like, yeah, it sucks.
That's hilarious. I got the new Jordan Peterson book. Came in.
Oh, I didn't know he had it.
Just dropped last week. So I mean, I also got the same day I bought an audiobook before I realized I was getting the Peterson book that day. So you know which one I finished and which one I've barely started.
The same book on audiobook?
No, I got
a different book on audiobook.
Annika Harris, Sam Harris's wife, did a book about consciousness, which I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. I didn't read a lot of descriptions. Just name and the name of the book was like enough for me to know I'd probably be interested. It was about it was basically an argument for panpsychism, which is like the thought that consciousness is inherent at a molecular level for everything, but it's just the receptors that it's able to experience things is different depending on where it is in space and time. It's a whole book making the argument that it's a possibility. Not saying that is what it is, but saying like don't close this down as fast as you think you should. Which is, I see your face. You're trying to close it down quick.
No, but that's shit though. That's like saying every life form has the ability to do algebra.
No,
but
that's not what it's saying. No, not exactly what it's saying. It's saying that it's saying that if you structure the molecules of a 4-leaf clover in the way that a four-leaf clover, its experience in the world would be that of a 4-leaf clover in that space and time. And then if they're joined in a way that has a human brain, then there's different receptors. It's almost like a brain doesn't care what's mapped into it. Like the same way a bat sees things through its sound waves, its brain is receiving those and interpreting those. The brain doesn't care. It's the structure of this molecular world, and then it tries to say that we're thinking of consciousness the wrong way when we say that it's impossible for different experiences.
I think for this conversation, it's important to note. Apparently, she agrees with her husband on their philosophy on no free thought and and everything being predetermined.
Yeah, predetermined. Yeah,
which when you get into that, it makes sense that she would say that, but I kind of don't necessarily agree. With the whole no. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
It was a little while
on one of the podcasts about their idea. It's an extremely non-religious way of saying that everything is predetermined.
Yeah.
And there's
you don't have free will. Everything is based on inputs. Everything is an output based on an input. Yeah. But anyways, it's just an interesting idea, not something I necessarily believe, but it was fun to listen to. But then Jordan's book came out, and it's called Beyond Order: 12 More Rules for Life. And he said it's probably the last rule book he's going to do.
That's good though. How long can you do?
Well,
the rule?
he had more rules than this in his initial. So how all these 12 rules and 12 more rules started was a post on a Quora, that website Quora, and it was like
Never heard of that one either.
it was like it might have been like 50 or something rules he had done for that initial post that got a lot of popularity, and that's why they said this would be a good book. But I don't have a lot of comments on it. But Jordan's back. So.
People hating on Jordan Peterson online is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like, people get so mad, and I'm like, it's just a self-help dude. Like, well, I don't know how cleaning my room is going to help me do shit. Well, then fucking don't do it, dude. Then just move on. Like, why are you so mad?
Right.
Like, how are you so mad that somebody's saying, like, and the thing is like, well, did you clean your room?
Right.
Well, no, but I don't, like, that's, like, that's not going to, like, that's not going to help me do anything. Like,
the point is, like, you're not going to, you can't change the world if you can't even fucking keep your own damn room clean. You can't make the world a better place if you're not even capable of keeping your own life
Jordan
straight.
Peterson brings a lot of this shit on himself, though, because he says everything in a very clickbaity way.
Right.
He posts it that way, and then he says that in interviews. He's like, you want to be successful? Clean your room.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
It's like, well, hold on. You got to fucking elaborate
expound on that.
before people are going to just clamor around. But once you understand it, he makes a lot of sense. And then, again, it's hilarious to me that anybody could disagree with that being a bad thing. It's like the military thing of making your bed up every morning.
Yeah, they do that too. It's like starting out with a positive thing, get your momentum rolling.
Well, and you're
direction.
starting out doing something productive, so
Right.
that's going to lead to, like, okay, I make my bed, and now I'm going to go,
I totally
make
believe in
coffee,
that,
and I'm
dude.
going to do that. Absolutely is.
I mean,
I fuck around most mornings because I don't do that.
Yeah, when I make my bed that day, I feel like things are already off to a better start. I feel shitty when I leave the house and it's my bed looks like shit.
Imagine somebody arguing with you about that. Be like, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You just think that way because you're a fascist and probably racist.
Yep. Probably am.
Because, the slaves, they didn't have bed sheets.
Yeah.
You racist motherfucker.
How dare you?
And, like, people get so mad about just saying make your bed up. It'll make you a better person.
I agree with that 100%. Even the fucking clothes you put on in the morning. If you're going to lounge around in the house in pajama pants and think you're going to have a productive day, I feel like that's a stretch. I feel like if you dress for what you're doing, then you'll be more successful.
I do that for school a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like, I put shoes on.
I'm
not even going outside.
No, me too.
But I put shoes on.
No, if I'm gonna do some shit around the house or whatever, I'm gonna throw my shoes on.
But to be fair, Levi, you hardly take off your shoes ever.
I'll sleep in my jeans and wear my shoes all the fucking time.
I know.
Man.
He lounges in jeans constantly, bro.
I'm prepared for everything.
I know. Your shit goes down. It's funny.
Be like, this dude's house caught on fire at 3 a.m. He come running out fully dressed.
Yep.
He sleeps in a 3-piece suit.
It's very rare that I'll switch over to at least like some jogging pants or something. But for the most part, I mean, I'll wear my jeans until it's shit about time to roll in bed.
That's crazy, man. I've always known that about you. It's hilarious stuff.
But
I have no idea what's going on in chat. Jesus Christ, they're doing their own thing. Okay.
What were we just talking about?
Talking about Jordan
Peterson, but then we went to
we were talking about Sam Harrison.
making your bed.
Making your bed.
That was the point I was going to make about this shit, but I can't fucking remember what it was.
Predetermined
fate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard something interesting that you kind of triggered a thought. I was listening to an episode of Meat Eater podcast.
Steve Rinella's
with Steve
podcast.
Rinella, and he was talking about the Blitzkrieg hypothesis. And apparently
The German Nazi thing?
well, apparently, I thought it's something like that because Blitzkrieg is. I immediately go to that term, but apparently it was some sort of thought process that a meteor like landed on the planet Earth, and then all life spawned from that meteor landing.
It carried alien, stuff with it,
and then had all the aminos and all these different things that kind of produce life on planet
I love
Earth.
that sci-fi shit.
And it was pretty interesting hearing him talk about that. That's the first time I ever kind of heard that theory. And he said it gets romanticized a lot and kind of going into that. But now they've done a lot of things to disprove that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
theory.
I think it's definitely a fun thing to talk about and think about. I love all that shit. But the thing is, like, so you're saying, okay, well, life didn't start here on Earth. It came from this meteor.
Right.
But then that means that it came from somewhere else that was on that meteor. It's like, why couldn't it start here? Like, it could start here just as good as it could start there.
Start anywhere.
I feel like a planet this distance from the sun doing this thing would be a way better place to start life than some meteor just fucking flying through the air.
Right.
I mean, I guess they said it could have come off a planet that got destroyed, but still, that's a fucking destroyed planet. That seems like a good way to kill everything.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to think about, but it's pretty far-fetched, too. There's also the stoned ape theory, which that evolution, took that rapid push. Because it would have had to have, what they say is evolution at some point would have had to have been kind of like ramped up at a quicker pace. And Terrence McKenna used to say that he thought that was when the prehistoric man or ape-like man discovered magic mushrooms, and it expanded their mind in a different way. And it was like it caused them to open up the world in a little different way. So I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. All that stuff's fun to think about.
It's definitely pretty cool. But what got me into listening to Steve more, me and you had kind of talked about it, but I've been looking more into potentially going hunting this year.
Oh, shit.
And was looking at a couple different stuff.
Wait, what? For what?
Well, spring season, if we're going to go
It's
hunting
turkey,
anytime
right?
soon, is turkey and or small game, squirrel, rabbit, and stuff like that. You got to wait till fall before it really gets going into, full-blown hunting season.
Squirrel or rabbit.
Big game.
Way more fun than anything else, just because you're just fucking walking through the woods
and shoot them,
trying to shoot something that's really hard to shoot.
The biggest problem is trying to find land and knowing somebody where you can actually go do something.
Yeah.
Because Tennessee is pretty locked up as far as people's property lines and what you can or can't do, and there's not any public.
Land between the lakes though you can hunt on. I was just reading about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Land between the lakes you can take. You can get the Kentucky. I guess it goes into Tennessee too, doesn't it? Land between the lakes.
Yeah, it's like or I don't know if it's half and half, but it's definitely in both states.
Okay. Well, whichever state it is, it like a $25 extra to get like a Land Between the Lakes like pass added to your thing where you can hunt inland between the lakes, and that would be public land.
Your brother's saying bow hunt.
Yeah, well,
but I don't think you'd be bow hunt, dude. If you bow kill a rabbit or a squirrel,
well,
you would like win the Hunger Games.
Well, me and Stephen used to do archery tournaments a lot when we were younger because my dad was real big into.
Did you guys shoot like a Gemini type bow or like more like a hunting style bow?
A compound bow was always what we shot. The little pulleys and things, but the trigger.
Can we do that like one weekend? I don't know shit about shooting a bow. I would need you and your brother to teach me how to shoot a bow.
Well, it's been years. I mean, I would say it's easily been 12 to 15 years since I shot a bow.
Well, I still know more than I do.
I took one class from a guy in town, like 30 minutes away from here, and he was teaching, and he's like a marksman archer like that, and he was teaching the form and everything like that. I took one class, and that's it. So wouldn't know how to do it, but like there are things like that where where you can do it. There's even like a place you can go to like rent a bow, kind of like you would a shooting range, but you can do it with a bow. Yeah.
Well, the thing that's crazy about bow hunting and stuff like that is that typically when you think of like people going turkey hunting, using a shotgun, and you shoot them right in the face.
Right.
For those of you who don't know about how turkey hunting works,
shoot that
you want to keep the neck, baby. Keep the meat
all the way off.
So that they puff up. You think of like a Thanksgiving turkey. You're not supposed to shoot them then. You're supposed to wait until it's like relaxed and it's just doing its normal thing, strutting around. But anyways, there are people who go bow hunting for turkeys and shoot a turkey in the face with a bow and arrow.
I've seen those arrows.
That's a hell of a fucking shot,
dude.
Man.
Those arrows, they're like it's like a 4 like bladed like cross.
Oh shit!
And they just go spinning through the air.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, it's crazy looking. But it looks like something Hawkeye would Dude, see, I've been watching a lot of my Avengers stuff.
But the thing that's crazy, even thinking about Bo, is like, and TJ, you've killed a deer more recently than any of us, and did it with a rifle. Can you imagine? So a bow is so contingent on you pulling something that's weighted and you're shaking,
right?
And the adrenaline kicks in. Like keeping it straight.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'd be, man. It'd be so difficult to.
Well, imagine, especially if you were not facing down a turkey. Imagine you were facing down an elk, as big as they are, as intimidating as they are.
Well, that. Actually, I watched speaking to that effect, there was a guy I was watching a YouTube video. His name's Cameron Haynes. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's also
a super marathon runner. And stuff like that.
He was at my daughter's birthday party. We know him really well.
Fuck, shit.
But anyways, this guy went and shot a elk that was fucking massive. I'm going to talk about, like, the rack that was on this elk couldn't fit through your fucking garage door big. I mean, this thing was huge. And killed it with a bow. Got within 50 yards on it, creeped up on it.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Called it, and just drilled this bitch.
I feel like you got to be at that level, though, before it's responsible enough for you to shoot.
Right.
Anything, not a deer, but like an elk or something that big with a bow.
Yeah, he shoots bow a lot though.
Yeah,
I used to follow his
lot.
Instagram, and he would be constantly taking shots, and then he would even like work out, like weight lift, bench press and everything, get his muscles fatigued, and then go take shots and try to be accurate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that dude's a freak of nature,
yeah, he's
man.
a freak.
Absolute freak.
And he works a full-time job as a like at a water treatment plant.
Bro, just crazy.
Yeah.
Does he still?
Well, he did.
Probably not now.
He did a while ago. I
just
mean, not that long ago. A year ago.
He's probably in his 50s
For sure.
For sure at this point. So I don't know. He may be retired at this point doing his YouTube channel and
I don't
other
think
stuff.
so.
But I don't know. Maybe not. He's an overachiever.
Are y'all want to go back to old school and smoke our Black and Miles what you used to in here?
Oh shit!
I'll have to get into it. Here
Break
in
them
just a
out.
second.
I will.
All right.
But anyways, long story short, definitely want to try to get into that before too long. But I started thinking about different stuff. So
Is this our only ashtray? Sorry.
So one thought concept that I had thinking about hunting and stuff like that. So we ride horses. Throughout a lot of like the Western.
Humans.
Okay.
Humans
Okay.
as humans. But
it's been a long time since I've rode a
But
horse.
there's tons of like hoofed creatures that we could have like encountered. So could you imagine if we would have encountered and started riding like elk before horses?
You think we could have tamed them?
Possibly. I mean, why not?
I bet an elk is not near as easy to break though. I bet horses worked out just because you could break them.
Well, but initially were they as wild or were they?
I don't know. So apparently right now there's a wild horse problem in the Midwest.
You just look at a horse's back though. That shit's asking to be ridden.
That's true.
You look
That's
at him.
true.
Like it's even like dips down.
You're
just a
begging
little
a
bit.
road.
Yeah, an elk like I'm gonna get poked with those horns. Like I don't know about all
I don't
this.
know. I mean,
Their backs like hump up. It's like a camel.
No.
Well, not like a camel, but it ain't like a horse, is what I mean.
But
They don't have two humps or anything.
But was a horse's back always like that, or is it like that because genetics over time they got a swoon?
Well, I mean, there's still wild horses, so unless those horses descended from domestic horses,
I'm sure they probably did at this
They
point.
probably did because so there were horses here a long time ago, but then they were almost gone, and Europeans brought horses back here. So horses were domesticated before they were reintroduced in North America. There wasn't wild horses.
There were horses in Europe and in America?
I believe so, yeah. I think, but maybe not Europe.
I think
don't
it's
know.
like the American horses were like even older, like way back.
Shit, one like the American horses were probably brought over by Vikings or some shit like that.
Probably,
Yeah.
honestly. But then they were almost like gone in the European contact. They brought horses back over here. And I think some of those that got loose became wild. So I think they were domestic first and then wild.
Well, they just got domesticated so quick, and so people were so protective about horses. I know we talked about like eating horse meat and stuff like that, and some other countries kind of have that available to them. But I just wonder if the narrative had changed and we got some other creature to ride besides a horse.
That's a good idea.
Would hunters in today's modern world, like in a parallel universe, like going out and look at the mane on that motherfucker, look at that Clydesdale, and then just shoot the fuck out of it out in the woods? And it wouldn't be weird. It would just be that kind of normal.
Well, there's the
kinda hunting
religious
process.
aspect of it. I mean, the Christians weren't supposed to eat things with like a closed hoof like that.
Closed hoof.
See, yeah,
Cloven. I think it's a cloven hoof is the way it actually
Is that
said
what
it
it was?
Yeah.
So that's what like horses you weren't supposed to eat, but you could eat elk, cow, deer.
Well, cows are
Split hoof.
I split hoof. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all
But-
of them have split hoof.
But anyways, I got thinking about it. Then I actually found out that Stephen Ranella had a podcast about wild horses and the problem that they present in the Midwest, because apparently there's a lot of
I don't like this that
oh,
much.
it sucks. This one sucks.
It's
in my
okay.
opinion.
It's okay as a mixing drink,
I
but it's
had-
not great straight.
I had.
Yeah,
By the way,
it's-
we're talking about Greenbrier, Tennessee handmade sour mash whiskey.
The story is great on that whiskey because
yeah.
I'm telling you, I had a bottle of this shit.
Yeah.
That was some of the best whiskey I've ever drank, and I've not been able to have another bottle since then. And I drank out of that bottle more than one night. It wasn't like, oh,
Really?
you were fucking hammered and you did. No. I drank out of that more than once. I'm like, I'm buying my own. I go buy my own. I'm like, what is this shit?
yeah.
It was like they just hit it right for one barrel,
well,
I guess.
I've had that for a minute, and that's all I've drank. But it's okay to mix with stuff.
They fucked it up,
Yeah.
and it was like the best barrel
Well,
they
dude,
ever had.
we're used to drinking bourbon, and that's like
It's
a
a
sour
sour
mash,
mash,
you know.
yeah.
So it's like, what are you
Right.
gonna do?
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I was thinking too was like it's got fucking like a steering wheel up on top of his fucking head too.
That's true.
Already kind of built into it. But either way, apparently there's some bill that they're trying to pass out west where they don't want people to kill wolves or some shit.
Sorry, I just
Yeah,
read
sorry.
chat. So can you imagine going to someone's house and they have a horse head on the wall?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
that'd
I would
that'd
fucking
be
love
great.
that shit, son.
Yeah, look at that thing.
I want a Clydesdale head up in this bitch.
Oh,
That's
dude,
sea biscuit
that is
right there.
funny as
Yeah,
shit, man.
that is funny.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean it could have totally changed, and that could
Yeah.
have been a normal thing.
Yeah, that would be crazy to ride. I'd love to ride an elk or a moose.
Yeah.
Dude, a moose.
Moose would be moose are so fucking big. God dang, they're big.
Yeah.
They're scary too.
I've ridden a camel at like the zoo.
Yeah, zoo
when
and
I was a
stuff like
kid. And then
Well, imagine if you had
Elephants.
that mounted up on your fucking wall.
And
a
they,
fucking
Yeah.
camel
in the Game
face.
of Thrones books, there's a guy that wrote a moose. The Cold Hands, the guy that lived beyond the wall in the show.
his
It
name
was
is
the
Cold Hands.
that's
Yeah,
all they
Cold
called
Hands.
him, like because he didn't have a name, so they just called
Cold
him that
Hands
because,
Luke.
because his hands were cold, or they were like dead. But well, obviously they were.
Old Cold Hands.
But anyhow, yeah, he rode a moose around. I'm like, dude, like you were like reading a book. You're like, dude, this
Fucking
motherfucker,
man.
like he just rolls up like to this group of people on a moose. Like, how are you not gonna respect the dude who rolls up to you on a moose?
Totally, I respect him.
Like this
already.
is not like they're sort of like our world. This is not like nobody rides a moose.
That's incredible.
You imagine you're sitting in the woods and some dude just comes up on a moose and he
I'd-
starts telling you things. You're listening to
Yeah.
everything this guy's saying.
Shit, if he can tame a moose, there's no telling what else he can do.
Yeah, he'd be like, and aliens, they come down over there, and you'd be like, they probably fucking do, dude. The dude's riding a moose.
Yeah.
Believe everything he's saying.
Oh, speaking of which, that guy came on Rogan's podcast that said he was one of the early abduction stories,
Yeah, I listened to that.
and I don't believe him. I'll just put it on
the
it.
guy, hold on, he's the guy that was in that movie.
Fire
in the Sky.
Yeah,
If you've seen that, he's that guy. The guy that movie
that was
on.
based on. Yeah, and by the end, I just don't quite
You don't
believe
believe
him.
it all? I believe that he believes what he says.
Oh,
I
I
don't
believe
know
he
if I believe
believes
that
it.
happened.
I just don't believe it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally don't believe any of that shit.
Well, listen, there was too many holes in the story, so I don't want to get off into that right now. I
No,
guess.
I don't. What's the holes in the story? I don't know.
Well,
I'm curious.
when he was talking about it, like he gets so he's missing for a few days. He finds his way to a payphone, calls his family. They choose not to call the authorities immediately. They bring him back to his house, and he immediately gets hypnotized.
Well, hold on. First off, they said that they didn't believe. They thought he was a prank caller calling him. They didn't believe he was.
But his
who he
brother
was.
came and picked him up, though.
The brother came to see what the fuck was
Yeah.
going on.
Took him back home instead of like, hey, let's go to the police.
But they had apparently been getting a lot of prank calls of people fucking with him.
Sure. Why was he immediately hypnotized?
No, I don't know about that part.
That's what when Rogan asked him, like, how long after were you hypnotized? He was hypnotized immediately. He didn't talk to anyone until he's hypnotized. I mean, that was all I needed to hear. The guy already had, like, when he was saying stuff, it already seemed just something in his personality seemed unbelievable to me. And I want to believe this stuff. Like, I really believe the guy that said he worked at Area 51, Bob Lazar. I think that guy was a legit guy, and I believe a lot of what he said. But
I listened to his.
But
I believe him.
have you
too.
Yeah.
have you ever been hypnotized?
I've not heard the other
No.
guy.
Have you been hypnotized?
But
Can't-
why
can't-
did they
can't
have
be-
that set up to where he got there and immediately was hypnotized?
No, I don't. That's weird. That's definitely weird.
That's the part.
Well,
that's like,
but
okay.
what?
Chad,
I don't know all.
like you said that like you've been hypnotized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Recently?
I used to know somebody to do it. No, not recently. A long time ago. But I knew somebody that can do it. It's
Damn.
not like it is on TV for sure.
Every time I play fucking Pop Goes the Weasel, you start acting like a chicken, don't you?
Not. I mean, the thing is, like, it's not gonna like last. Like,
For
you're
real.
not gonna be like 10 years later, fucking acting like a chicken. Like, and the thing is, like, it would only even work like if you were somebody that was really like embarrassed to do shit. Like, it wouldn't work. Like, you would have to be sort of a I don't know, somebody that kind of was like cool with that to begin with.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like hypnotizing is like a weird thing. It's almost like you're kind of like between like you know how you are like right before you fall asleep.
Right.
That's kind of just how you are. Like you exist in that between being asleep and being awake state.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in.
So it's like no one could hypnotize you. So no one could hypnotize you to like take your clothes off. But if you were a stripper, then they could hypnotize you to take your clothes off. You see what I'm saying?
You're already
It's
in
something you would already do. Like
Okay.
if somebody was like, "Hey, take your clothes off," you just snap out of that shit like immediately. You just
Yeah,
be like,
what?
hey, like, hold on,
What
no,
you
I'm
talking
not,
about? Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing that. But they can suggest things to you, and they can definitely make like some of that shit you see on TV is definitely real. Like you
Mhm.
can definitely make that happen. But what I'm saying is getting to this, like it's like you couldn't just hypnotize somebody to believe all this fucking shit. But I mean. Maybe if they hypnotize him, suggested him all this, and he just still remembers it and is still talking about it, maybe.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
why would they do that then? Why would I mean, I know it's weird to be hypnotized right when you come out, but like
that just seems like stupid. Like immediately you hypnotize the guy? You've been missing for 5 days and you immediately hypnotize him?
that, I mean, they just had to have known somebody that was a hypnotist.
Yeah, I guess.
And like, and apparently too, I mean, when he come out, I mean, he was apparently like was pretty fucked up. So maybe they decided to hypnotize him to
Help get rid of the
help, to help get through. Because I mean, they
Like
do use
process and
hypnosis to help people process trauma and things like that. I mean, again, I'm not trying to say aliens exist or this guy's story's true. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, I get
here.
it. I appreciate that. I've never been hypnotized or have no exposure to it. I just found that super weird, and it was enough for me to be like,
It's
"Meh."
weird. Everybody should do it. Everybody should do it at least once.
Yeah.
It's weird to see like what it's about.
Does anyone in the chat know a hypnotist? I'd love to have him on as a guest to let him hypnotize us on live on the air.
There's people.
That'd be cool.
The thing is, like, you may not even be a person that even can be hypnotized. Like, you have to be able to like relax yourself enough
Sure.
while this person's talking to you. Like, if you're the kind of person that like can't let your guard down,
Yeah.
Oh, I would
you-
never be
you-
able to be
you'll never be
hypnotized.
hypnotized.
I can't even be in a fucking pool and relax myself enough to float. So I mean, I sink to the fucking bottom every time.
See, I was bad. Like, I was weird. Like,
I can't do it. I seriously
like
can't.
I could be like hypnotized like to a level, but then it was like a, you know, like you think you know another language or that chicken thing. Like,
Yeah.
no, I was out. Like none of that happened
Nothing
at
like
all.
that.
But I did see a girl who he had her like basically just doing her job. He told her that she was at work and she was doing her job.
So she went into like,
And she did her job in an amazing amount of detail. I mean, amount of detail that no one would just fake.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she was doing every little thing that she does and every little this and that. It was pretty crazy. But I mean, I never could let my guard down enough to get like too deep in it.
I'd like to try. I'd be interested in it.
It is interesting for sure.
I rub one out first to get really relaxed, and then
I'd like to try acupuncture.
You think?
Acupuncture? I think would be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, that seems like a waste of time. Acupuncture, like, what's it gonna do for you though?
Well, I mean, but you're actually taking like a physical stimulus and hitting pinch points and nerves or whatever to try to
Yeah, but
release
I don't-
pressure.
But I don't believe any of that's actually releasing any pressure though. Like, how is it though?
I mean, I'd try anything. I don't know. It's interesting.
I'd try it. Somebody's an acupuncturist. They want to acupuncture me. I'll do it. But I just have no belief in that it's going to do anything. I mean, I guess
I don't know
there's
enough
no
about the
You,
science
you, you don't
behind
you don't think someone can stick a needle
There
in a
isn't any
certain part of your
science
body
behind
and it just like almost like paralyzes you?
I think somebody can
Yeah, in
stick
your
a needle.
spine. I think they stick a needle through your spine. You'll be paralyzed.
I think somebody
Absolutely.
I get that.
sticks a needle into muscles. You could certainly relieve some tension in the muscle. Probably. I mean, if there's a right way to do it. I don't think that's far fetched. I don't know any science behind it, but it's not far fetched.
I would do that before I would do the hot stone thing because the hot stone just seems like you're just gonna get fucking scalded. Like
Or what about that cupping where they put those suction
Oh,
cups
dude,
on?
fuck
All
that.
seems like bullshit.
the
Yeah.
cupping thing.
Every
seems,
one of these.
Well, but the acupuncture's been around like for like so long. Like
yeah, it's Eastern tradition.
Fuck that. Read my tarot cards and don't stick me with anything.
I want.
See, I think tarot cards is a completely different thing. I think it's a bad comparison.
It is. He knows. He knows
it
that. He's making a joke there.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. Yeah.
But I would. I want to go to one of those massage parlors where they walk on your back.
So,
Have you seen those like on movies where the Asian women will walk on your back and they have the things they hold on to?
Yeah,
up above you?
they weigh like 90 pounds or something.
Yeah,
and
and they walk around your back, dude. I totally want that.
Well,
What are you looking at me funny for?
because I know why you want that, but
No, you don't, because I want to relax, bruh. You think it's because I have a mild foot fetish is what you're trying to get at.
Little Chinese feet and doing something.
Yeah,
fun.
I'll take a little Chinese
But
foot on my back.
You know, I've never had like a traditional massage ever.
Really?
Yeah, I've never done that.
Have you, Chad?
Yeah, once.
Yeah. I had one couples massage like that, too, and it was fucking great.
It's okay. I wish I would have done like a...
It just seems so expensive, though. I don't know.
I hit like medium level of massage.
Okay. You should have been hard.
Yeah, I should have went hard, but I didn't know. I'm like, dude, what if hard is like fucking like
Too
awful?
hard.
Yeah. I didn't know.
The ideal person is like a real like butch woman to give you a massage because they're strong.
That's what Steven said. You want a 300-pound.
Is that what he said?
woman.
That's
woman
it.
to
What
stand
actually
on
weighs
it.
300 pounds?
Oh, is he talking about walking on my back? I don't want
You
that.
get that deep tissue
that
walking on your back.
deep tissue.
300-pound woman's walking on your back.
Girl, give me that deep tissue.
I've had my wife walk
Now,
on my back. It pops it. It feels good.
Yeah.
Shannon said
That's
something
cool.
about fire cupping is fantastic.
That's
Ever
the
seen
same. That's that
Is
cupping.
that
that
the
the
cupping thing?
cupping?
Well, I think
What-
there's like a suction thing, then there's like a heat-based
No,
one, right?
they
I
use
don't
the
know.
fire.
That's cool.
They put the cup up. The candle takes all the air out of the cup, and then they put that on your back,
okay.
and it sucks it up.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You've done it, Shannon? That's cool.
Wouldn't that bruise the hell out of you, though?
Yeah. Bruises the
Like,
shit
like
out
fucking
of
hickeys?
Yeah,
Yep.
you'll see
you. Yeah,
MMA
you got
fighters.
hickeys all down your back. Yeah.
Some MMA fighters will
Absolutely
do
does
it to try to recover from injuries, and they'll come into the octagon with fucking cut marks all over the back. It's weird.
I think
It's all good. It's a
I
garage,
don't know
man.
if I'd be down for that. I was gonna comment back on Tyler's thing. I would love to shoot a bow or a gun with you anytime, man. That'd
Has he
be,
got
that'd
'em?
be a ton of fun.
Has he got bows?
shit. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm down to shoot
Let's
anytime.
do that. Let's do that. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I want to do it. I want to shoot a bow.
I need to get
My
a bow.
baby mama told me that she's going tomorrow with her mom to do a float tank.
I wanna do that,
The,
too.
the deprivation
sensory
chamber.
deprivation tank.
Where's
yeah.
there
See,
one
I would
around
do that
here?
too.
There's a few around in Nashville if you Google it. Yeah, there's
What
a
does
few
that
around.
cost?
Same as a massage, basically $1 a minute, I'd say.
But see, what I'm
Where
So
saying.
they-
you're
where
about
is it?
$80 in or something like.
So I got a
Yeah.
question about that. If you can't relax like me and float, I mean, I'm
Well,
gonna be
they
fucking
have
miserable
they have
in that
enough
thing.
minerals in the water itself to help aid you in that. So it's not like just your normal buoyancy's not there. It's got minerals in it too.
Yeah, it's like a Dead Sea stuff, right? Like
Yeah,
super
yeah.
salty or
Yeah.
something to.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so yeah, I got you.
I'm just
Yeah.
afraid I'm gonna freak out in there. Like I don't know like what mental state I need to get in.
Right. I don't know.
I feel like it's gonna be like those miserable nights where like I can't sleep.
I would
wanna
like
sleep.
to practice mindfulness meditation like leading up to it. I'd like to like take a couple weeks where every day I have a good habit of mindfulness meditation because I think that's what you'd want to do when you're in there is get into that space where you're like where you're just acknowledging your breath, you're just acknowledging the little things around and
See, I'm like that. That's kind of like I know you historically have done it, and I enjoy doing it. Is like like when we used to go on hikes, like waking up early morning where it's absolute dead silence and just listening to the nature, a creek or something kind of going in the background. There's something euphoric about it that's really enjoyable.
I never did that, but I like falling asleep to that sound.
fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
It's better than any air purifier or anything else.
I actually was not. I used to sleep in absolute silence, but now like a noisemaker is a must for me. And,
Yeah,
and
I'll run
because you're married to my sister who
Yeah.
loves to have noise.
Yeah, she loves that, but we like different stuff though. She likes like rain sounds type deal, and I like a thunderstorm. I like. I mean, I always love thunderstorms.
Yeah,
as a kid.
I'm the same way. Now, I just run an air purifier, which is just basically just means it's a loud fan, and I would prefer absolute quiet. But the thing is, you're never going to get that. There's always a dog way far away barking. There's always something weird thing that the HVAC unit's doing. There's something. So there's always something. The hardwood floor starts popping for some reason. Like, it's way better to just like dead silence would be great if it was actually dead silence, but it's not. It's not.
That's why white noise is almost better. Steven,
It is.
Steven mentioned cryotherapy.
That
I've seen
chamber,
it.
that cold chambers
cold
like
chamber.
that.
Man.
Never tried it. I'd like to though.
I'd do that too. I'd do every single thing that we said here.
Damn.
Well,
That's kind of like that polar.
like acupuncture,
swimming
I'd do
kinda-
it.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. but
Yeah.
I'd do it.
I think it could be cool if we could have somebody film us and follow us and try some of this shit.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
That could be
like,
fun.
Well, the cryotherapy and the
cryotherapy is
deprivation
scary.
tank would be the most boring
Yeah.
of all those videos.
Yeah, we just have to come back and talk about that one.
yeah.
the cryotherapy, I instantly think of like taking an ice bath, and that it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. I mean, it does help
Yeah.
with muscle recovery, but it's so fucking
Dude,
miserable.
The thing is, like, it sucks so hard off the bat, and then you kind of get used to it, and it's kind of not so bad. Which is why I kind of think the cryotherapy would be interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
definitely.
once you can get past that initial fuck this in your body telling you to run away, once you can get past that and you kind of settle in, I don't know. I'd be down to try it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I just don't want to pay for it
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's
Yeah,
my problem too.
yeah.
That's why I'm
or
the
take the
float
time
tank,
to go
I was
deal
like-
with it. I just want you to have it over here, TJ, and I
Okay.
just come over and do it.
All right, I get that. I would love to have a.
Can you rent one? Can you rent one like you rent the kids like party float things,
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be awesome, dude.
like the water slide and the blow up thing?
Bring me a cryo chamber.
Can
over
they just
here.
bring one and set it up for like a couple hours?
I want a hot tub, dude. Kinda.
Hot tub's pretty great.
Dude,
The problem with getting a hot tub in your house is just how much it fucking costs to just.
run one.
Yeah, you basically just got to keep it running all the time, or you got to decide that you want to do it 10 hours before you get in it,
Right.
so you can start it up.
Right.
That's just kind of pain in the ass of a hot tub. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I love a hot tub. I love it for every reason you could love a hot tub.
Yeah. Yeah. reason.
Every single reason. I love it. You name a reason that's good, and I'm down for that.
Oh, man, I recently went to Gatlinburg and got one, and I smoked a blunt in the hot tub, and that might be the best way to do life right there, man. Just sit in a hot tub with a whiskey and
Never-
a goddamn big old blunt in your mouth, man.
Never done that. I've never done. I mean, I've been plenty drunk in me hot
Yeah.
tubs, but I've never done that.
I was like, shit, I need one of these at the house now, bro, but I'm probably never going to have one. Probably not recent, anytime soon, put it that way.
I mean, you could definitely do it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a place to do it.
What are
You
they,
got
like $5 grand for a hot tub? Well, how much do they cost?
I feel like that's like a pretty good one. Well, the thing is, like you're gonna need somebody to run power. You need like 220 run to your back porch,
Yeah.
so you pay an electrician for that. And then it's just like your monthly bill is like your electric bill is what's gonna be part of it.
Okay.
But I mean, you can always turn the motherfucker off.
Yeah. Like in the
Um,
summer, like you may not be.
I feel like I'd be willing to like more do it. And
For real?
Just because like when you want
You're
to be
outside.
outside,
Yeah,
like,
that's
might as
true.
well do it. But the winter, then you want to do it because you want a reason to be outside.
Yeah. Just keep it running all year round, baby.
I just want to say I really hope you get one. really, really hope you get one, and I hope you get a big one.
Dude, we'll do
never really been-
Whiskey Bros Hot Tub Edition.
Hot tub
Oh,
edition.
dude, can you imagine? we get arms for the mics. We
Yes.
just chill.
That would be the greatest episode
Oh,
ever.
Down, so down.
And Chad'd be like, "Well, I had to pee. It's already taken care of, though."
Yeah. Just bounce.
Hey,
bouncing
Brittany Wilkes in the chat. That's a cousin of mine. Long time no see. What's happening?
Hey, there we go.
Anyways,
Good stuff.
well, you brought
Oh,
bring up
let's
something else earlier before I
Well-
took the subject.
No, so the only thing I was on the hunting thing, I just thought was interesting. They were talking about like predator control, and like a lot of people who are anti-hunting
Right.
are always against like you killing
A lot of-
animals.
a lot of people are
But
stupid.
at the same time, if you don't, keep the population in control, they cause its own series of issues. And
Right.
then not only that, but most of these creatures that people hunt will eventually grow old and then get mauled by wolves or bears or something
For
like that,
sure.
and that's how they die. I mean,
or
get
they
eaten.
take over the ecosystem, so they're eating shit that other things could be eaten, and
Right.
Right. So, but anyways, they put a cap limit on how many timber wolves you can kill within an area, and timber wolves are like fucking wreaking havoc and killing all these other animals out in the wild. And then wild horses apparently are really a big issue because they are taking all the water, eating all the greenery that deers would
Damn.
typically mulch on and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean,
people think
it's
just
causing a
because
lot of
it's like
issues.
an herbivore that it can be fine to just roam around. Like, no,
Right.
they can fuck a lot of shit up,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're killing a lot of vegetation, and it's hurting the ecosystem for
I'm sure.
a lot of the
I'm
other
sure.
animals. So I thought that was interesting. But
for all this to work, it takes like it's a synergistic, everything has to meld together and work in unison, and whenever you introduce something new, it changes it. It may eventually find its own piece where they all work together again, but it's going to change it.
Yeah, I had this conversation recently with my daughter. She's, I guess she gets it from me, but she started having this conversation about what would happen if all the people just disappeared off the earth. Ooh. And her thing is, there'd be a lot more animals, like they would do, and which is true. But then, then me being me, I have to say too, well, there will be a lot more of some animals, but some animals will probably die off.
It's true.
It's important. Humans hunting and eating animals keeps the species in check, and without that, they could run rampant and take over certain things and kill off other animals, and things would be really different. There would be more animals overall, but there would be certain species would certainly go extinct.
Or look a lot different. Do you take things like rats, in big city areas where they live off the easy pickings of our trash and our things like that. Those animals would have to be change the way they do business, kind of.
True.
They were Ranella was talking about he would love to go back in time and go hunting with Daniel Boone if he could go back in time.
Sure.
He said, can you imagine how because the human impact on America was so little at the time outside of Indians that deer probably grew to much bigger and greater sizes overall, and he's just wondering if it stunted the growth of the species because they were so massively hunted for fur traders and all this other kind of stuff.
Well, that stuff is great. I mean, it's like I'm sure your grandparents are like mine. Like seeing a deer was a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like now, you see fucking I'll probably see one, within the next couple of days.
He's talking about way further back. What you're talking about is when they were few and far between because we had overhunted at some point, didn't control it properly.
But if you go even further back,
he's saying
when there was more.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Like John Smith landing with the Pilgrims, and man, that's a big fucking deer.
Was John Smith a real dude?
No, probably not.
Okay.
No. John Smith was absolutely a real dude.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, he was absolutely a real dude.
Was he really in a relationship with Pocahontas?
No, apparently they were separated by a few decades. They existed at the same time, but no, the movie Pocahontas was bullshit. But no, John Smith was a real person, and so was Pocahontas.
I'll tell you this, Pocahontas in real life less hot than a cartoon version.
Yep.
I can imagine for sure.
Yeah.
Sacagawea, still pretty hot though.
Yep.
Sacagawea was hot.
She's hotter than Pocahontas.
She was good in the sack. Yeah.
I haven't seen. I mean, the only Sacagawea I saw was the one that's on that stupid dollar coin that would come out.
Even then, she looked better than freaking Pocahontas, though. Yeah. Even on that coin.
I don't know. My only Pocahontas I know is Disney's Pocahontas, and that's the only way that I prefer to see her.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what's funny is earlier you guys had brought up Lewis and Clark going across the United States. And how dangerous that trek must have been, to not know if you're coming back, because it was like we were talking about the journey to the moon and Lewis Clark.
And to tie all this together, Sacagawea was one of their Indian guides. She was actually married to a guy who was a French guy who had pulled her from her tribe and married her, and he spoke. They really brought him in because he spoke French, English, and a lot of the native languages. But his wife came along with it, and she became more valuable. So.
Wait, did the French guy go with them, or just Sacagawea?
Both of them. And then there's all these.
But we don't talk about the French guy. We just talk about Sacagawea.
She was super famous because she became more important. And then there's even rumors that Meriwether Clark had a little thing going, like a little fling on the side with Sacagawea.
Yeah. Well,
so
one thing that was interesting was Ranella on his podcast had talked,
especially if she's as hot as you're saying she is.
Hey,
had talked about that there was 2 Indians who had actually been knighted by the Queen of England or something like that, or one of the kings at the time, and came back to America, and Lewis and Clark passed them and stopped at their camp or whatever on their way out west.
With those
over in Kansas or something like that.
Sidebar: are we cool to call them Indians?
I prefer to call them Native Americans. I prefer to call them,
but I mean, it seems like people still call them Indians.
Well, I just don't like it because I think it's. I don't think it's disrespectful. I just think it's silly because
we have Indians.
We knew once we found out this isn't fucking India, we should have stopped calling them Indians. Really, you know?
Agree. Right? I agree. They're fucking.
But I'm not hating on you. I'm saying I'm hating on the tradition of calling them Indians.
Confusing as fuck.
Well, Native Americans. Yeah.
It's like calling Puerto Ricans Mexican. It's fucking they're obviously different people.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're not even obviously different people. They kind of look the same.
Right.
But No one looks at a Native American and looks at a person from India and being like, I can't tell the difference. Like, they obviously are a different race.
Steve made a good point. I catch myself saying the Washington Redskins and
Still?
and I'm like Washington football team.
Oh, how did that go? What are they now?
The
Washington football team,
professional football team.
That's it. They're not getting another mascot.
They might. They still haven't decided. I think they're just gonna leave it. Like the Cleveland Browns, they're just like, whatever. We're
Look,
good with it.
that's not the Chad hot take on all that situation. Like I don't if you're offended, then you're offended, and don't do that. But I feel like if I was a Native American, and you have football teams called like, Falcons and fucking badass shit, and then they say like whatever Redskins. I mean, that's
it makes you seem kind of
it's
badass.
a thing, but it's like, dude, obviously you're like a feared thing, like you're like a badass thing, like I don't.
That's
or
true.
or
That's a good
Braves,
point.
or
That's a good point.
Well,
what's the
Chiefs.
other?
So they changed
Chiefs.
The Chiefs. So the Chiefs.
It's like,
the
dude,
Chiefs and the
like,
Braves. They're like, oh,
we
this
didn't
is
we
fine.
didn't call them
But
the Washington Navy SEALs.
It's true.
We called them the fucking like this is a badass fucking.
Yeah, they're supposed to strike fear kind of into your heart.
It does. That's the whole thing. Like, other than the fucking Cleveland Browns, they just fucking picked a color. But most people, they pick a.
There's an
bear.
origin there, probably.
The Titans, even Cowboys.
I always questioned. I always questioned the Dolphins. I was like, you're
Dolphins
fucking
kind of
Miami, and you could be the Sharks or some shit like that, and you chose Dolphins.
Yeah.
They should have been the Miami Seahorses.
They should call themselves the Porpoises or some dumb shit like that if they really wanted to.
Well, because that's what they really are. They have a picture of a porpoise, and they call themselves a dolphin, which is a fish.
Oh, shit.
Getting to the technical side
Fuck
of things.
you, Miami.
Going
You
hard,
don't-
baby.
You don't know shit about mascots.
A killer whale would have been
That's why-
cooler than that.
And then you decide to double down on picking the shittiest colors you could possibly pick for a football team.
We want teal and orange.
Yeah,
God,
it is.
what happened there? What absolutely happened there?
Laces out, Marino.
Seriously, who has a worse color scheme than Miami?
Jacksonville would be my choice.
Has a worse color
I don't think
scheme?
Jacksonville's worse.
The only thing that's even close is
ugly
the
teal,
Washington
gold, and black.
Redskins, because yellow and red fucking McDonald's
It's
colors are pretty
yellow
bad.
and maroon, though, technically, not red.
Well,
but,
fair enough.
Yeah.
That just makes it more racist.
No, the Redskins is kind of maroonish.
Yeah.
Hell,
But I mean, teal and orange,
it's
and you
bad.
call yourself as a Dolphins?
it's bad. I'm
We
trying
have
to
a
think
picture of
other
a
teams.
porpoise with a fucking football helmet on its head.
That's not good.
That's got to be
it's
the worst
not.
mascot.
Well, they took the helmet off its head. Now it's just a dolphin. But I mean,
I
it
really
still
always like the
looks-
Falcons colors, and I like
the
the
Seahawks are cool.
the
colors,
Raiders and the Seahawks, like that color wise.
That navy blue and that neon green is
Yeah, you're
pretty
right.
tight. I like it.
yeah, if I was gonna pick a team based off of mascot color and all that, it would be Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, because
There.
black and red. I mean, shit, look at
That's
look
what
at-
I was looking at you
Look,
right
look
now.
at me.
Yeah.
Look at me, black and red, and then their mascot is a falcon. I mean, that's I mean, it's a poor man's Hulk, but still, it's a falcon. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's better. I mean, Tennessee's got Titans. I think that's badass. The Blues are good.
Talk about
I like
terrible
that.
colors. The Tennessee Vols with that fucking bright orange.
Look
is
like
terrible
a
to me.
dreamsicle shit.
At least it stands out, but I don't like it that much. So.
The
Yeah.
Patriots is pretty cool. I can't hate on that. It's a good team name. It's strong. It
Solid.
sounds
I
good.
love so much how much people hate the Patriots and Tom
Well,
Brady.
They don't anymore though.
Him winning this
no,
whole thing
Yeah.
Well, see, no
made
one,
me so happy.
no one hates the Patriots anymore. But
Because he's gone?
They just hate Tom Brady.
But the thing is though is I actually was rooting for Tom Brady in this because Tom Brady's a different person not playing for Belichick.
Right.
He's so much more
What was
relaxed
so
and
funny though
chill.
is like everybody is like, oh, Tom Brady, blah blah blah, cheating and blah blah blah. This like he just rolled into Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
He just rolled into Tampa Bay and he was like, "You boys want some Super Bowl rings?" and fucking took him to it, man.
Yeah.
Like, and people are so mad.
Well-
like they're so like the internet was just blowing up when they won.
So
Hilarious.
well,
I loved
that
it.
is
I
funny.
loved every bit of it.
the thing that was kind
I
of
love
crazy
Tom
was
Brady.
that team.
That too.
That team.
I love Tom Brady.
That team is a super team. They were a super team early on, and people were like, they're the odds-out favorite to win the thing. And then they struggled so much out the gate to get their chemistry right, but they hit a niche, made it through the playoffs, won like so many straight road games, and then just crushed it in the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady was like, "Y'all can do what y'all used to do, or you can win a Super Bowl." And
Yeah.
so-
yeah. Take
and-
your pick,
and then
boys.
and then so they started doing it.
Take your pick.
I do. I love that. Like,
I'm not a big fan of their colors either.
what?
Buccaneers.
Like,
But yeah, Bucks are pewter and like a weird funky
Pewter?
red. Yeah.
If you asked me what color pewter was, I couldn't tell you.
I thought it. Bucks
orange.
they're
and
still like they're like orange and black
red.
though, right?
No.
and gray. Orange, red, and
Wait,
gray.
talking
Isn't
about
it?
the Bucks?
Yeah.
No, it's a crimson color and or maroon and
And like a
I say pewter, but it's like a brown color, like a metallic brown.
But I like
Still
their
way the fuck
I
better
like,
in Miami.
I like
Not-
the pirate ship in their stadium though.
Yeah, not titanium, but yeah, they have a cool ass.
I
stadium.
like the Buccaneers. I'm not gonna hate on them
Yeah.
or their colors.
Yeah.
I like. Well, I don't give two shits about them as a team. I'm just saying uniform wise and
the
basketball.
a lot of strip clubs down there near the stadium in Tampa. A lot of strip clubs. They have
Really?
one with like a spaceship on top of the building and a strip club with like a flying saucer mounted on top of the building. Looks like something straight out of the dang 50s or something.
Is there any theme to the strip club with this thing?
I didn't
or
go
is it
inside.
just
I just ran by it.
you
out
should have went
there.
inside.
I should have.
Maybe
for
like
science.
Alien strippers or
like,
something.
look, we need this story. I'm completely ignoring chat.
What's going on in the chat?
Have we been
Catch us up.
Shit, I'm behind then. Apparently, you had a nice little line drop, TJ. I don't even know what.
Yeah, I don't remember what that
God
was.
damn it! I need to be a better. Any thoughts on the Patriots making the stupid decision to resign Cam Newton 1 year
Yeah,
to a 1 year deal today? That's Levi.
Resign, yeah.
I could talk. I could
Brady
talk.
is a beast. Brown gold. That's good. Okay.
I could talk an hour on football if I really wanted to, but
Please don't.
I'm not going to. We talk. I'll just hit it
But
briefly.
what do you think about that?
Free agency.
I'm
is,
gonna pay, but I'm gonna listen.
You're good. Free agency is the biggest that it's ever been this year. There's a ton of big name players who are hitting the market
Yeah.
that will re-sign with different things. Titans let go of a ton of players that are in key roles, so
Really?
they're totally different outside their offense. Their defense and Johnny Smith, Corey Davis.
So for those
Right.
those that can't see, Chad has walked out of the door of the garage and he's peeing currently, and we can see him peeing. So he's doing his pee break,
Yeah,
but he's still part of the conversation here. So
He's the we can see him pissing.
this is a new development for doing this in the garage.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. This is exactly what we do. We pee and continue talking.
The stream is strong.
The stream is.
Hey, this stream is strong.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know which is stronger, the
Chad's
stream or his
our
piss
actual
stream.
Yeah. But no, there's a ton of stuff happening in football.
Oh yeah, the laces out quote. That is what I said. She
yeah.
clarified. That's the nice little line drop I did.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Shan, for picking that up.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone pays attention to me.
The Patriots are the Patriots. I think Cam's not the answer. They'll find somebody else. But I don't know. If Garoppolo hits the market, he'll resign there. That's all I really got to say about that. But there's a lot of players going to change. A lot of disgruntled quarterbacks. Russell Wilson wants out of Seattle. Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston. A lot of stuff. But big money players signing big money deals. Dak Prescott signed a 4-year deal for $160 million.
Who's he going to play for?
The Cowboys.
Oh, he's staying there.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
going to stay there. They overpaid him. It's ridiculous. 4 years and $120-something million is guaranteed.
Goodness gracious.
Whether he
Hey, to
plays or
tie
not.
all these conversations together into one, did you hear Baker Mayfield said he saw a UFO the other day?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I like Baker.
Yeah.
He's a nutty kind of guy.
He said
But,
he said he saw something in the sky that he thinks is a UFO. So that kind of ties our two conversations together.
Well,
So,
I mean, anything is a UFO if you don't know what.
if you don't know what it is, that's right. That's
true.
right.
Yeah.
They don't even call them UFOs anymore, though. They have a new thing that they call them. I don't remember what it is. It's funny how they change stuff like that. Like you used to call them Siamese twins, and now that's offensive, and you got to call them conjoined twins. You used to call them midgets, and now you got to say little people. Like, you know,
Yeah. Well,
what does this evolve in language we have here?
freedom of speech is getting infringed on in such a huge way. It's ridiculous. I feel like you can't say shit anymore without offending somebody.
They just keep upping stuff. I don't know. Did you see Levi where Twitch banned the term blind playthrough?
What?
Blind playthrough?
Yeah. So if you're playing through Twitch,
We've never
Twitch,
seen it before.
You So if you're playing a video game for the first time, people would tag it as a blind playthrough because not only do they not know anything about the game, they don't want to know anything about the game.
That's fair.
So
Makes
they're
sense.
saying don't go through it. Well, then they banned that because that's offensive to blind people.
That's so stupid.
And it's like,
Are blind people actually offended, or is this non-blind people thinking they might be offended?
Twitch is like trying to be so woke. There's examples of them failing horribly at being woke.
I'm just gonna throw out there it's offensive. But what blind person is watching Twitch?
They're listening to it, bruh.
Yeah, yeah. I guess they listen.
Listening to somebody play video games? Are you serious?
But the
Well,
best
watching sounds terrible
best,
too. So
the best comment that I saw is like, well, somebody better take this message to all the scientists out there that do blind placebo test, and they like. it's so dumb. Like it's just a term for for that you don't know what's ahead of you.
That's why even in science they talk about a double-blind placebo, study.
Exactly. So they're gonna have to call it something different now.
Yeah, God.
Not again. This is according to one company that's owned by Amazon that's trying to be too woke for their own good.
Amazon owns Twitch? I didn't realize that.
They do now. They bought it a few years ago. They bought them.
Do you know Roblox is now an IPO, traded on the stock market? You can buy stock in Roblox.
As of today, right?
Yeah.
It just crazy? It just came out,
Ain't nobody buying that shit. That game is weak.
No.
Dude,
for that age group, for that young kid age group, there's a shit ton of people playing
and it's making a shit ton of money. The problem is with me, buying stock in it, is it's like, dude, I feel like it's got to be at its peak, right? Like, it can't grow that much higher.
Its entire business model based on DLC, though, for sure.
And that's how Fortnite's turning. Fortnite's like that now. So they had it where you can get Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. They got the Predator character. Alien, so they're doing all these desperate pleas to try to get skins where you can play these.
Hey, but y'all saw the Chun Li though, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually got that one. And Ryu.
Yeah, you did. Hold on.
Ryu and Chun Li were a package.
Dude, listen, Chun Li.
I meant to send this. I completely forgot that.
Chun Li was fully tittied out, and she had them thick thighs too.
Oh, dude, you hold on,
dude. I give Chun Li the business all day.
Here's Chun Li in Fortnite.
Damn, now she don't got thick as a Snicker.
Well, no.
Look at that booty.
There's Fortnite Chun Li.
Look at that ass on Chun.
Chun Li was never that thick in any video game.
That's with two C's, bro.
They turned her up to 10. Look at that shit. That's the hey, buy this skin.
Chad, that's Photoshop. I hate.
It's a cartoon.
No, this is their thing.
It does not look like that. No, somebody's Photoshopped that. I guarantee it because I bought the skin. It don't look like that. It does not look like that. And I didn't buy.
Did you ask for your money back?
No, I bought it for Ryu. Ryu was cool as shit.
He bought it for Ryu. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
No, I bought it for Ryu too. That's why. True, for sure.
I mean, they didn't have Cammy. I mean, it's fucking.
You think Cammy's hotter than Chun Li?
Well, no. I didn't say that. I just said that. I mean, if you're going,
let's calm down here.
Okay.
I didn't say. I'm just because I talked about a female don't mean.
No, if they wanted a scantily clad Street Fighter character, they would have went Cammy. She's basically wearing a thong leotard. So I mean that's like.
Yeah,
the MO for her.
Cammy definitely had the sluttier outfit there, but Chun Li was still the hotter of the girls. I think I'm gonna try this triple smoke again.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
I went back with the.
Don't do it. What are you doing this? Are you doing this just to make fun of me? It's the worst whiskey that we brought on the podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep it sitting here?
Well, try something.
Renee said the word woke has been taken out of context. I don't know what she's referring to.
She's talking about how, because I was saying Twitch was like trying to be woke about everything.
Okay, gotcha.
They got in so much shit recently because they for International Women's Day, they wanted to they said something about celebrating women and they spelled woman WOMXN.
Oh shit!
Because that's supposed to be inclusive of transgender. But which is like completely against like transgender people don't want to be different.
Yeah.
Like they want to be women.
As the opposite.
They identify as women. They don't want to be
a separate category.
They're not a separate category. So dude, they took a mountain of shit over that. Which good. Like what are you doing? Like you obviously don't even know what you're talking about. You're not in touch with the transgender community. Yeah. Obviously. You're just trying to say shit to sound like you're I don't know, woke. Yeah. Basically, is what you're trying to do here. I'm not doing this to make fun of you. I'm doing this to fucking try. What? Did you make this?
Yeah, I made it.
Okay. If you made it, then I'm going to make fun of you.
I made that. I brought it, so I feel attached to it.
But I mean, we got to take risk on certain whiskeys, right?
I will tell you this though. When I tried at the actual distillery a like sample cup size, which is so small, I was like, that's pretty interesting and like I don't know. I'd like to try more of this. When we tried it here, I didn't like it either. So,
yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
So,
I don't define you by this.
Please don't.
This Corsair triple smoke.
Now, Chad, I will say with the Fortnite thing, like the Chun Li thing. Actually, her character didn't look like she was very sexualized at all, but they have definitely done that. I'm actually surprised Fortnite hasn't had a lawsuit come against them for a couple characters that they've done
over sexualized characters.
Because the outfits, and then probably the worst one that I've seen so far was they did skin of Poison Ivy from DC Comics, and it's the sluttiest thing you've ever seen.
Poison Ivy always.
She was kind of
slutty,
slutty. That was her persona, wasn't it?
For sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, to a certain point, you got a lot of like little young boys who are on here and stuff like that. And
That's why they
I
did
feel
it.
like that- yeah, I mean,
hey,
I'm sure they sold a ton. But I mean, the thing that's crazy is
Hey, look back on like the comics we used to read. What was Rogue wearing? What was Psylocke wearing?
I know.
Psylocke was dressed like Cammy. I mean,
I get
just
it.
without the leggings.
I always
For
used to
sure.
try to see if I could catch Laura Croft in them Tomb Raider games in a like catch an angle where I could see something I wasn't supposed to, which is so stupid
Oh,
in
yeah.
hindsight.
But I mean,
I do it right now.
uh,
I ain't gonna-
Hey, did you? I was talking about companies going IPO. Bumble, the dating app,
yeah.
they went IPO, but the lady became the youngest woman to ever take a company open like that.
Yeah,
to
I
IPO.
watched,
she was like 28 or something.
I watched several
wow.
interviews about her. But, like she was like a college student when she started it and kind of got it going.
That's
to where
crazy.
it was. It's extremely crazy. But actually, I didn't know what an IPO was for the longest time. But initial public offering.
Yeah, yeah.
So when they first become publicly traded on the market for people to buy their stocks.
That's pretty cool. You laugh at something in the comments, funny?
Yeah, they're talking about
DOA.
Mortal Kombat, and then Steven said
DOA.
DOA was probably most absolutely like that
Yeah,
was the point.
The beach volleyball game and all that other kind
Yeah,
of shit. they
dead
had,
or
yeah.
alive. Because,
yeah.
but I mean, that was back in the day where like physics were not something easy to come by.
Yeah,
like,
so they made titties bounce for the
they
first
made
time.
titties bounce. Yeah, so that was a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
DOA, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I see it, and I think it's kind of a sad selling point for video games. But I mean,
Sure, if
still
that's the
buy it.
whole selling point, it is. How's that triple smoke, Chadley?
It's awful, and you're awful as a person for.
See, you said you weren't going to judge me.
I know. I lied.
God
I'm
damn,
straight
dude.
judging you.
Damn, dude.
I cannot believe you would choose something so terrible.
I tried to talk you out of drinking it again. Is the thing.
No, we gotta have new shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
we do.
what was it? Chris kept saying that we never did shit on any of our whiskeys. We
That's
always
true.
liked them.
We shit on that one.
We
I'm,
need
I'm,
one.
I'm actually happy about that.
We need something.
The bottle looks cool, though.
no, for sure.
Well, I mean, dude, who's gonna trust us if we don't shit on anything? If
Hey.
we said that was good, then why the fuck would anybody trust us for
On the
liking
Weller.
anything
That's
else?
a good point.
And this fucking this
I don't like that one. But
this
that's-
Greenbrier. Dude, this is
I love the story of
this
that one.
is-
It's
this is
local. It's
local.
cool.
yeah, it sucks.
Don't like the whiskey, though.
I would like
That's
to buy the bottle of the.
Unless you can get that
cask
one
strength,
barrel.
One that's a little bit more expensive, it's like 54. With
Okay.
one of the double horses on the front. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it's time.
It's time
Oh shit, is it time?
for the.
It's time
Fine, that's not good introduction.
the Tears of the Guano. Woo! All right. Oh, Shannon works at Gibson. She said they have a Gibson whiskey now there. So
Oh, that'd be cool.
that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And Levi's talking, or Steven's talking about Quiet from Metal Gear. Yeah, we all know about Quiet from Metal Gear. That was
Oh, we talking about Metal Gear Solid 5?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
That was a game where I was like, well, yep, I'm not going to get to play this game too much in front of the children.
yeah. Quiet was pretty great.
All right, we're going to do I only have 4,
Okay.
and we're going to read through these. So, here's the first one. Texas man, which I don't know if this is trying to replace Florida man or not, but Texas man, a Texas man who used a loaner car from a BMW dealership to rob a bank and then tried to buy a BMW with the stolen money was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. According to court documents, Eric Dion Warren, 50 years old, was in the process of finalizing the purchase of a BMW in the summer of 2019 when he went into a bank, walked up to the teller and put a bag from a fast food restaurant and a note on the counter. The note read, "This is a fucking robbery. Play with me and die. I want $10,000 in 50s and $100 bills. Now you got 1 minute or I will kill you."
$10,000.
After showing the teller the note, Warren pulled out what looked like a handgun and said, "I ain't playing around. I only want hundreds and 50s.
Why 50s?
Why hundreds? Most everybody wants 20s and 10s or something.
I know. He's very specific. Authorities said 15 minutes after the robbery, Warren went back to the dealership in the loaned vehicle and, according to employees, began waving around cash. He entered the dealership's finance offices and attempted to finalize the purchase of the BMW by giving the dealership $3,000 cash as a down payment. He didn't fucking rob enough to buy the whole car outright.
He's got 10 grand.
Still got to finance this bitch. Yeah. What the fuck, bro?
You robbed the bank. Just steal the fucking car.
Yeah, right. Just don't come back.
Just don't come back.
While Warren was in they probably took his license though and stuff. While Warren was in the dealership's finance office, an employee received a phone call informing him of the recent bank robbery. The employee realized that the vehicle used in the bank robbery matched the vehicle the dealership had loaned to Warren, and the employee alerted law enforcement. When Warren was arrested, he had more than $5,000 with him, and the serial numbers matched those stolen from the bank. Police found a painted pellet gun resembling a real handgun. There you go.
Stupid. So stupid.
How are you possibly that dumb?
Here's the guy. He even looks like a guy that would make bad decisions in his life.
Oh, look at him.
That's a face of disappointment.
I tried. I did the best I could.
I fucked up.
Do the best I could.
Been like, no, he's got like this. I own it. Like, hey, yeah, exactly. I did the best I do. Hey, I robbed a bank better than anybody could ever rob one.
He also looks like he's wearing one of those things that they put on you at the hair salon.
Yeah,
to cut your
exactly,
hair.
exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
I get a trim.
Yeah, he had a full head of hair before they put him for that lineup. They strapped that thing on him, shaved his head.
He don't have the best head for a bald head either. A little domey at the top.
Oh yeah, he's the little cone head.
A little cone
there.
head.
Yeah.
So, there you go. All right.
Out on that.
Next. New Zealand teenager attempts record for swinging on a playground set.
They have records for that?
Apparently. So, one teenager in New Zealand was outside playing so long they may have set a world record. 17-year-old Patrick Cooper spent 36 hours swinging on a playground set.
17?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? You're 17.
I know. Possibly breaking the Guinness World Record of 32 hours. I guess it's just not confirmed yet. Patrick started at 10:23 a.m. on Saturday and finished at 10:23 p.m. on Sunday. He was supposed to start at 9 a.m. but slept through his alarm. Super motivated, but still a teenager.
I really hope this boy has some kind of disability.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all we get on this
dude, what are
one.
you doing at 17 years old?
Did he piss himself or what? You know, that's a long
good
time
point.
without
wake up
pissing.
playing on a playground.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's he pissing? Like, is he just
you
pissing
let her
between the monkey
fly.
bars?
I think you just let her fly while you're swinging, don't you?
Or maybe you can run over to like the bathroom. I mean, I guess
Hey.
don't get us records. They give you like a little
Yeah.
time.
Maybe to your point, maybe he was in one of those special swings with like the little plastic like thing. I mean, that's comfortable
He
as
just-
fuck. That's
he
like a
just-
recliner probably.
Yeah, he fell asleep. He couldn't
Plus,
get
like,
out.
Just relaxing.
Yeah.
Had a little
Somebody's
place to lay
pushing
his head
him.
on and stuff.
The story didn't have a lot, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
That would be the worst if you were like, I'm going to spend 36 hours swinging.
Oh God,
That sounds terrible, dude.
you're 17. Like
What are you doing
there's
with your
so
life?
many things you should be doing at 17.
I
I
mean,
know.
don't involve a
Have
playground.
you,
I
have
mean,
you
if
ever met a woman before,
if-
son?
I mean,
have
if
you ever played a video game?
I think if you're gonna
Dude.
set a record for swinging, I think he's doing the wrong kind of swinging.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
True.
Damn. That's a
True.
record.
That would be an interesting, for sure.
Number 3.
Hey, side note, can we just buy some brown food coloring? I just want to compare the taste of this whiskey and see if I can taste any brown food coloring in there. Why are you taking this personally?
No,
Can we
no,
not?
no.
Can we not chill the whiskey
No.
together?
Absolutely.
Can we not be a team?
Absolutely can. But you said like you judged me as a person for it.
No, because this is your house. So hey, next time, hey, when we
Okay.
get the cigars and the whiskey and
Let's
the
get some
chips
brown
and the
food
whatever,
coloring.
can we grab some brown food coloring?
I did think
Like,
about that
see-
for some
see
of
what's
those
going on?
some of those empties back there. I said I wish I had some
I
water and
really
brown
feel
food
like the
coloring
entire
to make it-
flavor of this is brown food coloring. I really do.
It tastes like brown food color.
But it's also real smoky too.
Why is it that our two most local whiskeys are the two shittiest ones?
Yeah, I know it's bad. I drove through Lynchburg this week, like coincidentally, and I saw the Jack Daniel's barns and everything.
You didn't stop or anything?
Didn't have time to.
Man, I don't know. Like Jack, just regular Jack is, it's overpriced.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But man, some of
Yeah.
that like Sinatra and the
Yep,
single barrel
yep,
and all that,
yep,
that's
yep.
some fucking good
I
shit.
even think
You know,
Gentleman Jack's.
We've not done a Jack on the podcast. And
Not a single
we'll have
one,
to do
have
that
we?
at some point.
No.
And for
No, we should.
us being in Tennessee, we definitely should do that at some point.
I like Gentleman Jack.
Yeah.
It just costs way too fucking much for what it
Sure,
is.
sure.
It's like
Yeah.
I like it, but it's still like
You're
that
still
lower.
You're still buying the name.
I mean, my thing is like when I talk about Gentleman Jack, I'm like, well, yeah, it's better than Crown. It's better than Jim Beam. It's
Right.
better than Wild Turkey. It's better than all those. But it costs like damn near double
Right.
what they cost. Like, well, it's not
not
worth
worth
all
it,
that. It's just better in that class than those.
Yeah, I feel the same way about it. I don't even have any Jack Daniels here in this house, so that should tell you something. But I should have some.
The single barrel is the first like Jack Daniels where I'm like, okay, this is a special taste. This is its own thing.
Yep.
So anyhow,
yeah, it's good.
Yeah. To get off subject, I want to talk about some good whiskey.
We gotta do that stuff, man. Let's get some brown food coloring. We'll do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. God damn it! All right, Oklahoma places $2.1 million bounty on Bigfoot's head. Need a quick $2 million? You could try the lottery, maybe invest in Bitcoin, or head to Oklahoma and capture Bigfoot. They placed a bounty on Bigfoot's head there, $2.1 million. But some rules. You can't bring Bigfoot in cold. Oklahoma tourism officials, hoping this generates some buzz, say that Bigfoot needs to be captured unharmed and stress that bounty hunters can't break any laws during the hunt.
What's the stipulations on what qualifies as a Bigfoot?
So, I mean, I'm guessing when they're saying not cold, that means he has to be alive?
Yeah. This is just some fucking
douchebag.
I'm a douchebag.
We'll double down on it. The Whiskey Bros give $4 million for an alien.
Fuck yeah.
Not cold.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to bring a live alien in.
Warm,
brought into this garage.
Degrees.
Yeah, we will give you $4 million.
Straight up $4 million.
100%. I'll do
100% $4 million for a warm alien in this garage.
Yeah.
So Renee had asked a question. So is it true the more it costs, the better it tastes with whiskey?
Not true.
Not true.
Not true at all.
Some of our favorite whiskeys that we've had on the podcast is 1792 and Russell's 10-year and
very affordable
and
whiskeys.
$30, $36, and very affordable.
We talked about it, Renee, and for anybody that hasn't heard the conversation, me and Levi after one of the podcasts did a blind challenge. Oh shit! Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so insensitive. An uninformed
taste test.
Taste
okay,
test.
fair enough.
That TJ moderated.
Right.
And anyhow, we had some fairly expensive whiskeys in there, some fairly rare whiskeys, and me and Levi both ended up picking
the cheapest,
easiest to find. The
1792, which and I even told Jimmy at the liquor store today that the 1792 is still probably.
We picked it. Now we thought the 1792 was. We thought it was this. We thought it was this McKenna, and now we were 100% right. We matched every whiskey with every bottle except for these two. We got them backwards.
And the problem is we had convinced ourselves before choosing that we thought the McKenna was superior.
That we did.
If
we got in our own heads about it.
If we didn't think that beforehand, I think we might have actually made the right decision.
Which is why it's important to do shit like that.
And they are a similar flavor profile, but the 1792 for the price. Now that used to be 36, but this is.
I mean,
30.
it just tastes better. The 1792, if they all taste the same, I would still pick the 1792.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I like this a lot. I like a lot of these a lot. But yeah.
Best bang for your buck, 100%.
But again, that's a good thing that we did that because I mean that's me and Levi went into it with no ego on the line. We went into it like we wanted to learn and we wanted to actually see if we were full of shit or not with what because we get on when we start trying new whiskey, then we talk about it tastes like this, it tastes like that. This. Well, then again, like you start thinking like, do I really know? Like, how full of shit am I? So it was a good learning experience for me to do that.
I was impressed by how many you identified correctly. How well you guys did that.
Yeah,
I was too. I felt good about it afterwards.
My taste buds are not as strong as you guys. That's why I would choose to opt out of those contests most of the time because I just am not as good at that as you guys are.
I don't think I wouldn't have done as well if I didn't have Levi to bounce ideas off of.
I think that would
me and him being able to kind of talk it out between us, we were definitely able to work it out. And it also helps. It was a multiple choice test there.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of questions on here too I want to address. They asked after that answer, which was, are there any that you guys would prefer chilled versus room temp? And then have you guys tried Dueling Grounds from Franklin, Kentucky? So we haven't been able to get our hands on any of the Dueling Grounds. We know about them. We've seen their billboards posted up here. And
I drive by their place all the time. I always want to stop, but I'm like, I don't want to stop without the boys. So
I don't know about them. I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's out of Franklin, Kentucky. They have a new
Franklin, Kentucky?
Yeah, Franklin, Kentucky. Have a distillery called Dueling Grounds. But COVID kind of made things weird as far as their distribution and also tours and stuff that they were doing.
I think they're open,
but
now,
they're
though.
open now.
Yeah.
As far as the question about are you guys prefer chill versus room temp, to me, ice in drinking it neat versus with ice or something like that. It depends on the proof. The higher the proof, I feel like it needs ice. And if you talk to any whiskey experts or Scotch people, they tell you that diluting it with water opens it up, lets you taste more of the flavor profile, all the notes that they claim to taste in whiskey and or Scotch. So if it's a higher proof, absolutely. I think
but that's not the same as chilled. That's on ice. Chilled is just put it in the freezer or something.
Put it in the freezer. I don't think I've ever really done that with any whiskey.
I've done it like Crown Royal, I feel like, back in the day.
Yeah, cheap whiskeys.
Yeah.
Cheap whiskey maybe. But I think if you're trying to enjoy whiskey in its purest form, I think you need to drink it neat at room temp.
Well, hey, I keep a because like if I go out like on the lake or something like that, I always keep like I say a little flask. It's like fucking 16 ounces or something.
It's a hydro flask.
It's a big flask. But anyhow, I fill it with Makers, and I put it in the freezer, not because I prefer it in the freezer, but because it's the warm whiskey don't suck out all the like ice blocks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
that
it's just
makes
better to keep everything cool. And so that's like kind of the only. Because that's the thing with a question like this. It would be like you would have to try it this way and then chill it and then try it again.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I've actually done both ways.
Right.
And it's definitely a different taste. Straight whatever it is, 0 degrees I think is what my freezer is. I mean, it's definitely a different taste, but I think it tastes more like whiskey room temperature. It's better room temperature than it is.
Too. Yeah.
I think it's better chilling it if you just don't really like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I put stuff on rocks sometimes.
Yeah, I do
for sure.
I mean, I prefer drinking it with ice,
especially if there's the one big ice cube.
Yeah.
Where it melts slower.
See, I've never done
That's
that.
a
The
fun
only
thing.
time I put every whiskey that I drink is just straight room temperature, unless I put it on the rocks and mix it with Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only way. And like all of these, like I would never do that because I feel like I'm wasting them.
Right.
So I mean, on the podcast, obviously we tend to drink neat, but you guys, when you're drinking whiskey at your house in your casual time, what is your preferred method for consuming whiskey?
Yeah, to me it depends. If I'm drinking something that I would consider a higher end flavor, then I would go either neat or on the rocks. If I'm drinking some of my just like regular nights, I do the Coke Zero and a ice for like a Wild Turkey 101 or even a Maker's Mark. I put that on the rocks like that. So
I've gotten to where pretty much any whiskey, I'll drink it on the rocks and just straight whiskey. I almost don't do mixer at all anymore.
Okay.
But for the higher end stuff, sometimes like I want to try it neat first, but if it's a super high proof, I definitely kind of want to add some ice to it to kind of melt down and get that.
Here's my thing though, dude. I love the way even the carbonation feeling and everything. If I'm like doing certain things, I've gotten myself in a habit. If I'm eating popcorn on the couch, like the only thing that goes good with that is some whiskey and Coke. Like together, it's just like
I get
it
that,
blends so good to me,
Dude, that is a fucking underrated whiskey and Coke and popcorn.
Yeah,
is a really amazing combination. It's
Totally.
something about that salty butter and like whiskey, and then that caramelly Coke with it.
it's great.
Man, that is an underrated, amazing combination.
Well,
the problem is you
I
end up
need to try
drinking
that.
way too fucking
Right.
I need
much.
to try that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Don't they put Fireball in like coolers at some bars and stuff? Like,
Oh yeah, they
chill
have
Fireball?
that.
Yeah,
Because you would see the big things for Jägermeister back in our
Yep,
day.
yep,
Now they do
yep.
that with Fireball,
right.
and so it does it kind of like you were talking about your parents.
Vodka.
No, the no, their water heater.
Oh. Well, they put vodka in they chill their vodka always too. So.
Yeah, fair enough. But I
Yeah.
mean, it just runs the water through the heat block. It's the same thing, but a cooler. You put a Fireball on top, and it runs it through a chiller.
That's what I've seen.
And then comes back on a thing.
I said,
Your parents,
vodka.
Nice, but no, I generally go one or the other. It's generally everything that I drink is neat room temperature, except for Makers and Coke.
Well,
that's the only one. Man, I mean, I just feel like Makers is just by far the best whiskey to mix.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you next. Is for anybody who's listening, start of 2021, what is y'all's go-to whiskey that you go to more than anything else that you just drink for your casual drinker? Whether it's, not necessarily a mixer, but just the one you prefer to have on tap in your house, ready to roll for whiskey.
Are we talking about neat, or are we talking about
just every day?
I mean, Makers and Coke is going to always be my thing.
Well, I say I always associate Makers with you.
Now, if I'm drinking something neat, I want it to be this bad boy right here. This Makers 101.
Yeah.
What is Levi? You can tell more about it than I am. It's a special one, right?
Yeah. So this is the seasonal blend we kind of talked about earlier, but it is a limited release, and it even says that across the bottle. But it is a higher content. Obviously, it's 101 proof, so it's 50.5% alcohol. Probably better on ice, like we mentioned.
See, I never done it. Maybe.
But if you did it neat, honestly, 50 is not super high. Like that Stag Junior we had, it was 63% alcohol, super high content. But 50 is kind of the threshold for like. Once it goes above 50,
you're getting high.
You're getting pretty high. And
Yeah.
honestly, if you're doing shots, I don't recommend doing shots of anything that's over 50 because you will get yourself fucked up super fast.
Don't do shots of something like this. If you're gonna do shots, do something fucking do
Yeah.
Fireball or some bullshit like that.
Right. Also, I want to go throw that out there. You mentioned Fireball. Fireball will never ever be an episode on this podcast as long as I'm here because that's not fucking whiskey.
No,
that is a cinnamon schnapps bullshit kind of thing. That's not whiskey. We will not probably ever do a flavored whiskey.
They call it whiskey, but
I mean, do you guys think we'll ever get so desperate that we're going to do? Oh, we want a blackberry bird dog on here.
I'm willing to try. I'm willing to do anything.
If it's something,
now if you're a guest, sure, bring it. But that's just me. I'm not going to personally choose that out. I don't want any flavored.
I think that kind of stuff is better for mixed drinks and stuff too.
For sure,
blended like a blackberry bird dog. You can mix something good with that.
Or like,
plus, I've heard good things about blackberry bird dog.
Or like that one whiskey that
but it's
slow and low rock and rye.
Yeah,
because that's it's supposed to be a bottled old fashioned is basically what it's supposed to be.
Interesting.
Well, the thing about Bird Dog and Fireball is they're both based on some shit ass whiskey. Like Jack Daniel's Fire is pretty fucking good.
Right. So it's not the flavor that's the bad thing. It's the base whiskey they're starting with.
Yeah, you're dealing with some shit whiskey. I mean. I'm not against a flavored whiskey on the podcast as long as it's not some fucking
novelty
garbage
kind of thing.
Again, if you're a guest, bring whatever.
Yeah, bring whatever. Absolutely. I'm just saying for my own personal taste. Yeah, I will never.
But there's context though. If you're doing Bird Dog in shots or you're doing Bird Dog in a mixed drink, it's totally different than doing it neat like we drink them here.
Well, Bird Dog's actually kind of coming along and trying to make their name for themselves for an actual bourbon now.
So they're getting
more
stepping up their
on
game.
The higher end, yeah, for sure. And they have other ones come out at the same distillery, Calumet and Sam Houston's bourbon. If you ever see those out, they're made by the same.
I like the bottle.
Bird Dog. So.
I like that dog.
I'm on like shots are for people that don't like liquor.
Yeah, you're trying to get it over.
I mean, that's what it is.
Sure.
So I mean, if you fucking hate what you're drinking and you just want to be drunk, then fucking shoot it. But I'm not. Like I'm too old and I drink too much for that. Like, just pour me something. Like, because that's what'll happen at my. People will grab my big makers and they'll pour shots for like everybody.
But you know as well as I do though, when we're out in like a social situation,
right? And
I'm do shots.
And I'm a part of it.
Yeah,
I drink my shot. I take my shot.
For real?
But I just sip it. It takes me like 3 or 4 times to get down. And I tell them, I'm like, I'm an adult. That's what I do.
Because I was like, we were all drinking shots at Chris's concert we went to that night. That time we were drinking shots then.
Yeah, and I did shoot those. So I'm not 100%. This is the person I want to be. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not who I am.
But your situation changes what you're drinking. If you're sitting at the house by yourself and you're taking shots, that's a problem.
It's a peer pressure thing.
I'm still.
Well,
but
I mean, I'm the
to.
worst about that. Like when it comes to like, hey, Levi, finish that bottle. Hey, yes, sir, you got it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's never a good.
He never
time
met a liquor he
afterwards.
didn't like. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but so Makers is what I associate with you with, and the 101. This is your kind of go-to for neat.
I mean, really, the 1792. I mean, that's. I'd like to actually compare these two with some 1792.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Just to kind of get the difference of that. I know, like we just talked about how easy it is to get. We need to get some more
slide down to the store.
1792.
I change up my day to day. I
101
drank Wild Turkey 101, and I've drinking a lot of that. And also, I got another thing of Tin Cup recently, and almost finished that. And
I was thinking what Steven got today. He got a bottle of the
Tin
Cup.
Yeah, and I'll go through and want Maker's Mark, and I'll switch it around. But I do enjoy the 101. It's strong enough. You can buy a bunch of it for cheap, and it mixes well with Coke Zero. So
Yep.
And I invented a new name for that drink. I call it a 10-10. 101 and 0, 10-10.
There you go. That
I'm
works.
trying to get it to catch on.
Yeah, catch on. Yeah.
Hashtag 1010, people. And like this video. And share.
Comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that shit.
101 and 0. Oh, because the second 0 makes it another 10.
10-10, baby.
That's not bad.
See?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Come
Yeah,
on.
That's
not
not
bad.
I'll take that.
I'll take
That's pretty good.
It's catchy.
It took me a second there.
I actually bought.
I do shots at home. Jesus Christ, that's you just do shots by yourself.
Who
That's
said that? Brittany?
Yeah. No, the person who's
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay.
Oh, cool.
But I mean,
a lot of people do shots at home.
But see, when you're doing shots at home, it's not that you. Sometimes people just want to get to that feeling real quick and just kind of chill out and relax. So if you're trying to get to that feeling,
I've done it.
That's the way
I've definitely done it.
I just prefer to drink something I enjoy, but I definitely have done shots where it's like, okay, like.
Yeah, if I've had a shitty day and I'm trying to get over it real quick, shots might be.
Yeah, or there's that, or it's like, hey, somebody's coming over the house. Oh,
I gotta get ready.
Hold on, I am not mentally prepared for that. I gotta
I'm about to go to
catch
this
up here.
So today we're gonna
10-year 10 cup. I still haven't had the 10-year 10 cup.
No. Who's drinking that?
Steven's had that.
Steven was talking about that.
I want to try that.
Like one, yeah.
I love
Hey, I have
marketing rather than.
You got one more. I'm sorry. I do. Yeah,
I have one more I want to just finish real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let me catch up with
Catch
chat
up.
first to make sure. I say I love Fireball in the marketing rather than the point. Yeah, Fireball's fucking garbage. Nothing wrong with doing shots at home. You're right, Steven. There is nothing wrong with doing shots at home.
There's honestly, you have a motto about not
You do.
talking about what anybody has in their glass, and I think it's a damn good motto.
I absolutely do. When I'm saying I don't do shots because of that, I'm talking about my personal thing. Everybody else do you 100%. You like doing shots, do shots.
Yeah.
I talk about my own personal like philosophies, and I feel like people think I'm trying to push that on them. Don't,
yeah, but you're not.
Don't take it that way.
He's not.
Cheaper than paying at the bar. Fuck yes, it is. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. It's better. Drinking anything is better. We can buy Pappy and still fucking do better than if the three of us went out to a bar tonight and drank the same amount.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
But if I was gonna shoot alcohol, tequila would probably be. I mean, because it has the reputation for shooting. But
see, I doubt that. But like, I've started trying like good tequila.
Yeah,
man,
Right.
good
You
tequila.
don't need to
I
shoot
can
that
sip
either.
like whiskey, man.
Drink it
yeah,
neat.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
If you're gonna drink a tequila,
No salt, no lime. Just drink it, man.
Reposado is the way to go if you're gonna sip it.
Never had that.
Reposado, it's not a brand, so you can buy.
Oh.
And I think you had talked about it a little bit too. So it's the aging process for the tequila. But añejo is the word. It means old.
Yeah, it's the old.
So it's been aged for longer. Reposado is somewhere in the middle, typically from like 4 to 6 years is typically a Reposado. So it's a little bit lighter in color, more of a golden color. And then the Blanco or the white, is the clear.
And then they have
that's your
one
mixer.
other category that's the real smoky one. What is that called?
It's a twist on an añejo. I know what you're talking about, but it's like really far out.
It tastes like a damn campfire.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
very
tequila and
smoky.
campfire mixed.
Which reminds me a lot of like a lot of different scotches. But Reposado, like even for sipping, I bought some tequila that Jimmy had recommended to me for just sipping on, and it was really fucking good.
That's cool.
All the tequilas that I really liked have been clear.
Clear?
Yeah.
Really?
But I don't know. I mean, that's not to say. I haven't tried
So I would equate añejo tequila to whiskey. It
Got a little bit of a golden color.
Well, the fact that it's aged for so long, it's actually a very caramelized color. Maybe not as dark as this, but pretty similar. Añejo is like, Reposado is like more of a golden yellow color. Almost resembles beer when you see it in a actual cup. And I think that's probably the best of both worlds because it's sweet and good.
Yeah. No doubt.
But
I need to do that. We need to just try some. We're the Whiskey Bros, so I don't know about a podcast, but just trying.
We did Bloody Mary Sundays. We can do a Tequila Tuesday or something like that.
Tequila sunrise.
That's a good idea.
Do one, and as the sun comes up, we start the podcast at like 4 a.m. and we go till the sun comes up.
Wait, when's Cinco de Mayo? Can we do a Cinco de Mayo
The
podcast?
5th of May.
Dude,
Well, I mean, what day of the week is what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Is that even? Hold on, let me look.
Is that a legit thing?
That would be fun.
Cinco de Mayo is on a Wednesday. That's right in the middle of the fucking week.
Could we also have like chips and sauce?
I mean, I guess we could do it. 2 days late.
Oh,
do a
hey.
late Cinco de Mayo.
Never mind.
What you
I'll
got?
save
Talk.
that for off air.
What
No.
you got?
What's in the box? We got to get back to that at some point, but we'll discuss that off air.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. So the last of the Tales of the Guano before we end it is the Alabama House votes to overturn the ban on yoga in schools. So in Montgomery, Alabama, a decades-old ban on yoga in Alabama public schools could be coming to an end. The Alabama House of Representatives voted 73 to 25 to approve a bill that will authorize school systems to decide if they want yoga to be allowed in K through 12 schools. This bill now moves to the Senate.
It's hilarious that was banned to start with.
I know. Yoga done in school would be limited to poses and stretches. The bill says that the use of chanting, mantras, or teaching the greeting namaste would be forbidden.
Namaste. Fuck is that all about?
The Alabama Board of Education voted in
This is the most Alabama article ever.
God dang it.
They voted in 1993 to prohibit yoga, hypnosis, and meditation in public school classrooms. It's funny how those three are together. Like meditation and yoga are like tame.
That just says like we passed a law about something we have no understanding of
Yeah,
whatsoever.
it scares the fuck out of us.
Yeah. Kids would be walking around saying namaste
Yeah. Oh.
like a bunch of fucking pagans.
Namaste here in church is what I'm going to do. That's basically the end of that story. So, tip the Tales of the Guano ending there for us.
That's a good one. Oh,
Levi.
tells the guano ending.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry.
I ran into the head with it.
I almost got that in trash can.
It's time for.
I need an ending now.
We need
Tales
we need
of
an
the
outro.
Guano is
Yeah.
done.
That's what I thought there was an outro. I was like, oh shit. Am I forgetting?
Well,
That's it on
hey,
that
so Steven brought up, St. Patrick's Day is still right around the corner. If I were going to recommend an Irish whiskey for anybody out there who's celebrating St. Patrick's Day, we have an Irish whiskey here.
Oh, it's that whatever. What did Tyler bring?
But this one,
That's the one, right?
what?
Oh, proper 12.
No,
I
I think that's garbage. But that's
his
just
was
me.
Scotch, wasn't it?
His was
Oh,
Scotch.
Scotch.
So
Never
he
mind.
had Speyside or Speyburn 10-year Islay malt, which is $35 per bottle. Most liquor stores, it's pretty readily available. Pretty good, different kind of flavor profile. Good, sweet, light, good Scotch. Not bad. Not smoky at all. But if I were going to recommend an Irish whiskey, it costs about like $25 or $35 for a bottle. Slane Irish whiskey. It's kind of smaller bottle. You can find it pretty much anywhere in Tennessee. It's a kind of a lower name. You see a ton of Jamesons and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah.
But Slane Irish whiskey is much better than those, in my opinion. And if you want to go for the upper echelon, go Redbreast Pot Still 12-year Irish whiskey. $60 a bottle. Comes in a box. It's a nice bottle, but it's pretty.
Bring one of those for whatever for that podcast.
If we can get us. If we
It
can
don't matter if you've had it before.
No, for sure. If we do St. Patty's Day, I want to bring Slane. It's a really good Irish.
I mean,
whiskey.
let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
that then.
Yeah.
What'd you say the Scotch was that Tyler brought? It was Glenn Levitt, right?
Well, no. When he came on here, it was Glenfiddich.
That's right, Glenfiddich.
14-year
That's right, I said it wrong.
bourbon
That's right.
barrel age. But Glenlivet is another one that's real popular.
I know.
But-
I can't remember the difference
get 'em
between
mixed
them.
up.
all.
But I was thinking the Scotch that actually the one I refer to, Speyside Speyburn or whatever it is the one he brought to the podcast thing. And I
To the
tried it
cornhole
there.
tournament.
We
Big
must
world
not want to
Okay.
expand our mind. We absolutely want to expand our mind, Renee. We expand our minds about everything. I don't know what she's talking about.
Elaborate.
Yeah. I don't care for
Lunch.
yeah. I mean, constantly expand our mind.
Yeah, I'm never not expanding my mind. My mind's constantly expanding.
Constantly.
it's
that's why we don't drink Maker's Mark every podcast. We drink new shit every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
always into branching off and trying new stuff. But yeah, no, that'd be my recommendation there. Glenlivet is good, commonly used in James Bond martini cocktail, aged 18 years.
Right.
Well,
right,
maybe
right.
for whatever one.
Glenn,
he uses.
no, James Bond drinks
Belvedere.
vodka martinis.
Yeah, Belvedere.
He literally says vodka martinis,
So-
shaken not stirred.
Well, and Steven knows that because Belvedere, because hell, he bought it for a relative of ours here recently. She's talking about that anti-yoga meditation bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're talking about
okay.
those people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
okay.
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Doing yoga in school would be way the fuck better than a lot of other bullshit.
I did. I've only done yoga like in a studio. Like I've done it at home and like videos and stuff. Back when P90X
Yeah.
was popular, they had a version that I did, but only like at a studio once, and it was challenging, man. It's not an easy thing.
Oh yeah, I did that P90X yoga. And
Yeah.
Anybody wants to shit talk yoga can fucking do that video and then get back with me.
Holla
Like,
back at
yeah,
you, boy. Yeah.
dude, it's like it's no fucking joke. It's like, oh no, we're just gonna like get in this position and stay there for 30 seconds. Yeah, let's see if you can hang on for 30 seconds,
right.
motherfucker.
I
Yeah.
felt so like embarrassed in a way because there was these like ladies that looked like just soccer moms that were doing better than me when I went.
Yeah.
And I was like
Oh,
decent. I was exercising pretty regularly at the time.
It's not
so.
an exercise for bulk or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an
No.
exercise for
leaning down, lean muscle.
It is. Yeah.
And control. It's about control.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
hell, I tried to do Pilates one time, and I felt like
Classic
I was
bone.
gonna fucking die.
Did
man.
you? That's
God
crazy.
Dang, man.
I do want to try hot yoga. There's a studio close to my work on Charlotte Avenue in Nashville here.
Do you have to be hot to go into that yoga class?
Yeah, so I passed. I already got certified, bruh. Hot as hell.
Okay.
No, like I don't know. It's scary, but I want to try it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
wouldn't
good. I mean,
see,
yeah,
I
try
don't want to
things
go
that are
anything
scary.
where I'm gonna struggle in front of everybody. I'd feel.
Yeah, get you a
Don't
mat in the back of the room.
don't get past that. You'll be better as a person. Struggle in front of people. They struggle too. If they're fucking
true.
assholes, then fuck them.
I would love to see someone in like a spin class struggling.
Generally,
like, I'm nuts.
I guarantee you, Levi, you go in there, people will be supportive if you're struggling
Oh,
because
yeah.
they remember when they struggled.
Yeah,
And most
yeah.
people
probably
are
there'll be
supportive of
somebody
that.
struggling
Yeah,
too.
but
I
all men
guarantee.
hate pity, so I don't want that.
It's not pity. It's encouragement. It's
it
encouragement.
is.
It's encouragement to well, no, because the thing is, they know they remember when they struggled. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
That's a good point.
Nobody walked in there like being good, and most of those communities, no matter name this or that community, like generally people are supportive because they love what they're doing, and they love the fact that new people are doing what they love doing, and they're supportive to most of the time. There's just a few times where people are assholes about it, and
Yeah.
generally it involves the gym or some stupid religion or something like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're assholes.
No,
like
you're
new
right.
people.
Most of the time when you come into a thing, if you're an open mind and you're really trying, then you are right. That community will embrace you and everything, lift you
Definitely.
up. So for sure.
Definitely. Like I said, almost every time, unless it's just some fucking dumb shit, and then you probably don't need to be there anyways. You probably need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's the way
That's
most
fair.
people are.
Yeah.
But I like doing new shit. You know, that's why I'm saying like I want to do shooting bows with you. I don't know how to shoot a bow. Like I'm gonna look like an asshole.
Fun as hell though.
It is. Like it's fun. Like
To
what
learn something new.
it is because it's humbling. You know, you should always find ways to humble yourself.
it's
but then
like-
you get to learn something new. You're like, fuck, I know I shoot a bow now. That's
I
cool.
mean, there's not a whole lot to that. I mean, it's similar to a gun. It's pull and release and just getting repetition and practice.
Yeah, but it's like your own mental resume.
Right.
You know, so like when you're watching a movie, you could be like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Or no, I can't do that. Like that's fucking amazing. Or like no one can do that. No one can shoot a fucking plane with a bow and arrow. That's stupid.
When I went to that training, the guy was having us shoot without like sights and stuff. At first he was saying like the best like the way to learn is like naturally the way you point like with these things like
Really?
as you're learning.
That's true.
So we weren't using sights or anything. It was just straight like what you felt like would be natural.
Yeah,
So
it-
I would
kinda
think
cool.
that's horrible advice. So that's how little I know about.
It was
shooting a
more
bow.
about technique and form is what he was really practicing more so than
it is-
aim. Like
It is true because even with the sights, you have to get used to the drop. You have to get used to
Okay.
the drop of a bow. Yeah, probably.
It might be better.
But yeah, you have to get used to the arc.
okay,
Because even with the sight, you can have it in, and usually once you get it pulled back, because you can change the amount of pressure that you have on the bowstring.
yeah,
50 pounds or whatever that you're pulling back.
yeah. Your distance would change how you
You
aim.
change your
probably.
distance, but the stronger it is, the less arch it has. So I mean, if you have a weaker, it's gonna
So do you have to know
off a
your
little bit
bow and know like what the arc is going to be?
Yeah, so it requires tweaking, just like any rifle or like if you had like a red dot scope, you have to kind of
Right.
sight it in and stuff like that. So your bow is constantly requiring you tweaking it, taking an Allen wrench and kind of tightening up things and making sure it's ready to go.
Yeah, I guess that's why he didn't want us overthinking. It's like you see where your first arrow goes and you just compensate.
Well,
What he's
exactly.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do is he's trying to focus you on technique,
Right.
which is like with guns. I mean, you pull the trigger back and don't disturb the sights. I mean, that's it. You can hit anything as long as you can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm guess he's trying to do the same thing with a bow, which pulling a bow back and letting it go is going to be way fucking harder than pulling a trigger.
Yeah, without tampering.
Without messing stuff up, than pulling a bowstring back and letting that go without.
More involved.
Yeah,
well,
it's definitely going to be harder.
I think it's kind of weird about pulling a bow is like the initial pressure to get it to go back is so hard, but once you get it back to its apex point, the pressure is a lot lighter. You don't feel it anymore.
In a compound bow.
In a compound bow. Yeah,
right.
Recurve bow different. But as you hold it or whatever, the biggest thing is getting used to the weight because there's a lot of counterbalances. You can add weights to the top and the bottom to kind of get your balance right when you're letting go. And there's very different trigger releases that you can have for how you let go of the string and stuff like that.
Right.
That changes everything. And then even in where the bow and the actual arrow rest on the handle part, the nock. There's ones like little bristles, like a little circle that has it where it goes through.
I've seen those.
So there's all this different stuff.
That looks like that would fuck your shit up, though,
it
right?
does. And then you even talk about like the different types of broad tip and the weight that you have on the arrows that affect the trajectory of it and stuff like that. So there's all these little nuances with it that
because if you got a heavier arrowhead,
it
different.
dips more.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty crazy, but once you kind of get sighted in and get accustomed to a certain flow, then it's just quick and easy. The hardest part of bow hunting at that point becomes not necessarily the shot itself. I mean, you have to regulate your breathing and be calm, collected, pull the string and release. But it's the approach because for a good bow shot, you need to get within 50 yards of whatever animal you're shooting.
Damn.
And that's hard. So it's a stalking becomes a bigger part of it. Than
that's why I think
I
would like to learn how to shoot a bow a lot, but I don't think I could ever like hunt with a bow. I mean, a rifle is just better in every single way.
Well, so with a bow, like typically when you hear people killing stuff with a bow, it's from a tree stand or a blind because you are waiting for an ambush attack because you want something to walk up on you, they not see you. You have
out here, that's the case.
I mean, I guess
out
with
west,
a turkey,
yeah.
a turkey may be different because you got to be pretty close to the turkey with a shotgun too. So I mean, I guess shooting with a bow and shooting with a shotgun's probably not gonna be that much different. But I mean, as far as distance wise, and that part is what I mean. Obviously, the shooting them's gonna be different. But I mean, if you can be confident enough in your shot, but talking about like killing a deer or an elk, like shit, man,
it's irresponsible. Unless you've practiced enough where you can place it where you want to place it.
It's definitely irresponsible.
Yeah.
Definitely irresponsible. I mean, that's like people trying to kill something with like too low of a caliber rifle. I mean, that's fucking irresponsible.
But if you practice enough and you're competent with your bow, it becomes not irresponsible then because they have pass throughs. You can get double lung punctures and everything just like you can with a bullet. Because they have such strong tension on these bows now where they're not like sticking in it and running off. It's going through that motherfucker,
The arrow goes completely through. But even with a rifle, like I was watching watched Rogan's first like actual like mule deer kill, and he shot high, shot the deer in the spine. And I mean, didn't hit the lungs or vital organs, and it's worse. It suffered, and he walked up on it, and he was struggling, and he had to put a second shot in it to put it down. And I mean, you could tell like when he did that and saw it. I mean, it was pretty rough. But for his first kill, like it was a very humbling type thing. So ever since then, he took that as like a personal grain of salt. Like, man, I have to be better in the preparation and know that I'm gonna kill that thing on the first shot.
I don't know enough about it, so I mean, it's. I'm not gonna comment too hard, but I mean, it still seems like you're trying to make it more difficult for you, so you feel better when you could just grab a rifle, and just be done with it, right?
That's kind of Renella's take. He hardly ever hunts with a bow.
Yeah. Renella's is not.
But
about
there's only one Renella, right? Like, I mean, he's got to be one of the best bow hunters in the world.
Well, who Renella? No.
No. I'm thinking of Cam Haines. Sorry, Cam Haines.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my point. Like, there's no shot you're going to take with a bow that wouldn't be better with a rifle.
Right.
I mean, a rifle is just better all the time.
It's true.
Like, you're just hunting with a bow just because you want to
for the sport of it.
Do it. Yeah.
Well, it's the old school mentality that you're taking to it.
And I hate that shit. That's so fucking stupid to me. It's like, oh, well, I don't use all this newfangled stuff. I'm old school.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that was new at one point.
That was new at one point, but then you have a guy with like a muzzle loader that's doing the same thing. And then you got a guy with a rifle, but he's using a fucking 30-30 with fucking iron sights.
I'm gonna be
and
the
then
first
you got
man
another guy that's using a 30-30 with a scope. And then you got another guy that's using something bigger.
Yeah.
Like, who decides what's better? Like, are you jumping down? Like, are you trapping it? Are you jumping down out of a tree with a knife and like now you got a bone.
Supposedly,
this thing's throat.
Bryce Mitchell, the MMA fighter, who's from Arkansas, who's a super country guy, he's the one asking for camo shorts every time. He's told a story that his gun was like he dropped it or something, and it was outside, and a deer walked under his stand, and he dropped on top of it and choked it out.
Choked it out?
He says he thinks there may have been something wrong with it because he shouldn't have been able to do it, but he said he did. He said he freaking put a rear naked choke on it
I don't know about that.
and choked it out.
Man,
And then cut his throat after it was passed out.
But I don't know.
That's fucking badass.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Hey, I want to tell y'all this, though. Did y'all know this is the year for the 17-year cicadas?
No.
I'd heard that, but I thought it was last year.
No,
but
this year, Brood 10, the biggest concentration of them for like these areas is going to come out in May.
Oh God, I hate these things.
Yeah, it's going to be the loud, high-pitched noise. This is the 17-year fucking. We're going to be in our 50s next time we see these.
Isn't it cool, though, that we live in a
That's
time where
crazy.
it's like cicadas are coming? Shit, things are going to be loud. That's going to suck. Like, we don't worry about the fact we're going to go hungry this winter at all. Like, we have zero worry that they're just going to, like, eat all the plants and everything.
That's true.
There's like, oh, this is going to be a mild nuisance.
Eat those cicadas. That'll be the food challenge come May.
Oh
Not
no,
for me.
Fuck that, dude.
Cook
Fuck
some of those
that.
bitches up on the grill.
Man, well, the reason I have a problem with it is, I mean, like these things hit your windshield, and it looks like a fucking carton of milk exploded on your damn windshield. I mean, it's fucking
Dude, when you were eating them
disgusting.
grasshoppers, you were just eating a smaller version of that.
Yeah, but it was dehydrated.
It was
That-
almost nothing.
That makes it okay.
Yeah,
It was almost nothing.
there's no juice in it.
It was not juicy.
Hey, have you eaten escargot?
I've
Snails,
never
no,
had
I would try it though.
See, I don't know. I that was brought up to me recently. Like, would I
can
try
you buy that here? Can you get it here?
I don't think so.
I feel like you got to go to like a restaurant to get that. I don't think you just like buy it.
I don't know if Shannon O'Neill's in chat. She lives in Canada and watches sometimes, but
I don't think-
send us a jar. They have freaking cans of escargot in Canada. Like,
Wait, you
Yeah,
get
but
it
do
in
you
a
want-
can?
do
I
you
feel
want
like
cans of
escargot.
it?
I thought it was like a prepared
A fresh
thing. Like,
delicacy.
I know that a colleague of ours, Levi, when we worked at that company, used to bring those back when he would go on those trips, cans of escargot. I never tried it, but
okay, I thought it was just snails until you prepared it a certain way, and then it became the dish escargot.
it's probably
That's
like
not true.
something where you've got good versions, like restaurant versions and shitty versions. Like you can get a lot of stuff at a restaurant that's way better than canned. So probably it's not going to be near as good from a can.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I thought it didn't become that name.
I guess
Until you got to that point. I
don't
guess
know.
I'm wrong on that.
Yeah,
then.
I guess so.
But I mean, the thing was, is would I eat that? And I mean, I've made a pretty hard stand against eating shit like that.
But,
But then, well, I mean, people pay a shit ton of money
yeah.
for this. So I don't know. I don't know what. I definitely ain't eating it out of a can. That's for damn sure.
yeah.
But if I was at like a nice ass restaurant and somebody was like, "I'm gonna buy some escargot," if everybody promises to try some, like, you know, I like what you think like an escargot? Like if somebody's buying like a $30 appetizer of escargot, like how the fuck you gonna say no
dude,
to that?
I'm trying it.
Oh yeah.
I told you I tried those fucking cow balls at that
Well,
restaurant.
yeah,
so.
I know y'all would try it. I guess it's just me. Like, I feel like I would go against my my whole whatever my outlook on trying bugs and worms and shit like that.
Oh yeah, you want only things that you consider
But
food.
then again, it's like, oh well, we put some butter on it and put a $30 price tag on it. Like that's still a fucking snail.
yeah,
Like,
but
nobody, no matter how
not-
you cut it, it's
if
still
you
a
were,
snail.
if no one told you shouldn't eat snails when you were little, you wouldn't know any different.
That's true.
Would I not?
No, I mean if it was the norm,
If your mom and
everybody
dad
ate
was
it.
always eating snails, you'd be like, all right, guess I'll eat some snails.
Yeah.
What am I eating now that I would not eat if someone had not ever told me? Like,
Oh, that's a
hey,
good
this
question.
is a terrible thing.
Ooh,
Real good
yeah,
question.
I,
I
like
feel
that
like
question.
anything that I eat seems logical to eat.
Well,
Other than like like candy and like chemical shit. I mean, like Coke is obviously a fucking
Sure.
can of chemicals. That's obviously a terrible thing.
Sure.
I'm trying to think.
But
good
food
example
wise,
of that.
I mean, I feel like anything that I eat, I feel like it's not expanded enough. I've never
I don't
eaten
know.
rabbit, and I would eat the shit out of a rabbit.
I've had rabbit a couple times. It's delicious.
I know. I want to
Actually, if we go hunting,
we food challenge
if
a
we go
rabbit?
if we go hunting for small game, I would love to get some rabbit to cook it up. I mean, seriously,
Let's do it up.
legit.
I'll kill it. You cook it.
Yep.
Dude, I'll shoot shit out of a rabbit. That would be fucking fun to hunt.
Shoot the shit out of a rabbit.
Dude, I mean, I hope so. Like,
Yeah.
dude, rabbits run in there like doing
Yeah.
like you gotta fucking know how to shoot to hit a rabbit, man.
Actually, if we go in a group, it'd be better because they like get them to scurry and head.
Yeah,
in
my
direction and just
granddad
pop
talks
them
about it
off,
all the
man.
time. Like, because the way they grew up poor as shit. So, like, they'd go out and rabbit hunt, and I mean, that's like, they eat a rabbit, and that's better than any meal we've ever had.
It's really fucking good.
According to, like, how you lived, you know,
Yeah.
they enjoyed that better than we've ever enjoyed anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, learning how to shoot, and that's what they would do. They would fan out and then try to jump the rabbits, and the rabbit is not an easy thing to hit.
No, when I watch people do it, they're using shotguns.
Yeah, you got to do a shotgun, but then you got to lead them, but then they juke back and forth. So you got to account for that. I mean, it's a hard animal to hit. A squirrel is not that bad because you just tree them.
They perch up, yeah.
Yeah, you just tree them, and then you find out where they hit their nest, and then you just pop them out of their nest. But rabbit, you got to hit them
squirrel
before
meat
they.
sucks too. I mean, I've had it. I mean, it's not bad meat, but it's not great meat.
They're
either.
a rat. They're a tree rat. I
It's
mean,
a tree rat,
it's
yeah,
what
you're
it
right.
is.
Yeah.
They're just eating way better things than rat eats, so you don't feel so bad about eating them.
That's
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but that's what they are. But yeah, let's get some rabbit.
boys, we have come to a close. I think on our first episode for the year.
Have we? Are you calling? What
yeah.
time is it?
We're 3 hours
yeah.
deep.
Yeah, we're 3
Oh
hours deep.
shit, we are 3
Yeah.
hours deep.
Yeah, we've
Well,
been
we could
going
talk
hard.
forever.
We didn't even get into
like
like any deep shit. We didn't even get into Dr. Seuss being canceled or anything like
Dr.
that.
Seuss, I didn't even hear this.
Shit.
Oh really? Y'all didn't know this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me,
So
I want to at least hear this.
so 6 books of Dr. Seuss got canceled lately, and
no.
everybody's mad about
Which
it. Man,
6 we talking?
I feel like y'all would already know. 6, I bet you've never heard of. You may have heard of 1.
Okay.
And I couldn't even tell you
I
the
thought
one.
you were about to rattle them off. I was going to be super impressed.
Fuck no.
I was
I've
like, damn.
seen them all.
The foot book. What's the name? While you're looking that up, me and Levi are going to go back and forth naming until somebody can't name one.
Green eggs and ham.
Nope.
Lorax.
Horton here's a who.
Fuck, I'm done already.
The Cat in the Hat.
Shit!
I don't even know how to spell Seuss. How you spell Seuss?
Suess.
Seuss.
Seuss.
Euss.
Damn.
Okay. Here they are. Here they are right here. If I ran a zoo, that's probably the most popular one
I know that one.
by far.
I didn't even remember he did that.
And then the rest of them. Scrambled egg super,
Never seen it.
Nope.
Never heard it.
the cat quizzer,
Never
Nope.
heard it.
on beyond zebra,
Nope.
Mick Eglet's pool,
No.
Damn. How many
Mul-
books this motherfucker
Mulberry
write?
Street.
What kind of dumbass names you got for these
These are
books?
his unknown books.
So why are they canceled?
Because they got some racist pictures in them.
Okay.
And then that's kind of like the argument. So shit. Like, see, Google, I should have looked it up on somewhere else. Okay, here's one. Here's probably the least racist picture. And it actually says a Chinese man who eats with sticks. And it has a picture of that on it.
Damn.
There you
It's
go.
Not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that, but the thing is, see,
It's kind of like feels like if you said that you're making fun of him, like, oh, eating with sticks.
it's not that bad. I guess my side of like kind of. Well, see, I figured y'all would like know about this. So
At the same time, he is eating with sticks.
I
though.
gotta double back on a lot of this now. Okay, the truth of the story. Okay, if you just look at what's going on, it's the Dr. Seuss is canceled. That's what you would hear if you listen to right wing media right now, which is not true. They canceled 6 books. Those 6 books were canceled by the family of Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
They decided to cancel this largely because they don't sell well because no one knows who they are. Let's be honest here.
That shit was flying off the
No-
shelves. They'd be like, oh, we
nobody-
support it.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck anyways. But they ain't making no money off this anyways. So anyhow, then they decided to cancel it themselves. They only picked these 6 books, and then it's stuff like that. Then if you look at the other ones, it's like there's like some African tribe, and I mean they look like very racist depictions of African people, and they're like hiking people up and moving along. So anyhow, then I guess the thing that I think is funny now is We spent 4 years listening to the left-wing people fucking losing their shit over the dumbest shit you could possibly hear.
Totally.
And now we have a Democrat president, so now we get to hear the right wing lose their shit over the dumbest shit that like makes no sense. Like the thing is, like I keep seeing stuff regularly of like people putting the cat in the hat as like their banner flag for America. Like
Lord have mercy.
no one's canceling Cat in the Hat, motherfucker. Like no one has even said that. But the thing is, no one even bothers to like look at the situation. They don't even bother to look at what's going on. Now, I can get the argument over whether kids should see a very racist depiction of a Chinese man eating with sticks or a very depiction of African culture in Africa. Yeah. I'm kind of okay with it, honestly, because kids don't know. Like, they don't know what a Chinese person is. They don't know that, hey, they don't always, they eat with chopsticks, and it's not silly. They have very good reasons why they eat with these. Like,
it's just different.
It's just different, right? I just don't think you should just like gloss people's culture under the rug as like, oh well, these silly dressed people do silly things. Like you shouldn't talk like
Sure,
that.
it's demeaning.
Yeah, and I think it's okay because I think it's fine for adults to make fun of other cultures. Please do. Let's all make fun of everybody. We're adults, right? It's fun to do all that. But kids don't know. They don't get that this is a joke.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I remember black people depicted in Three Stooges shorts even was like super over the top
super racist.
Yes, they always be like. Ridiculous. It was not slaves. They were always like servants in a house. And they were always like superstitious and scared of ghosts and like it's fucking.
And like obviously like I think they blackfaced the black people.
Yeah, they were super
like
black.
They
always.
were so black. Like Wesley Snipes may be the only black person that I've seen on TV as black as a lot of these people.
Yeah,
like
you're 100% right.
Black,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
ridiculously black.
That's right. Here's the only thing I don't mind, not showing that kind of stuff. What I do get a little mad about is when people get in trouble for cultural appropriation when they're just like generally just like embracing aspects of a culture.
Oh, that's silly.
That stuff makes me angry.
Man. That's completely ridiculously silly. Did you see that? It was what was the video where it was a black woman going off on a Chinese restaurant because they were selling something that.
Chitlins or something?
No, I don't even know what it was, but she was losing her shit. And then another black guy was mad at her for fucking causing a scene. It was like the most biggest like clusterfuck I've ever seen in my life. Like there's this whole race war going on in this restaurant that doesn't involve white people at all.
That's funny.
It's just like everybody's suddenly mad at everybody.
I mean, cultures are different, and we can't pretend they're not. And some things are good. Like it's cool to see it. Dude, I think it's crazy how you can go into these black neighborhoods, even around here, into the gas stations and buy freaking fried chicken gizzards right out of the gas station, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean.
It's always in like the little hood gas stations like that, though.
But do it though. I mean, what does it like?
Yeah.
Dude, like you
That's
go in
cool.
like those hood places and go to like to a barbecue place.
You get
Holy
some good ass
shit,
shit barbecue. Fuck
they fucking know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And of course, like they're. I don't know. Like people are just doing like their culture, right? Like
That's
culture,
beautiful.
like is what it is. Like we're all American culture at this point, right?
Right.
I mean, it's like it would be like a Mexican getting mad at somebody for making their own salsa at home.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm not claiming this as my own thing.
Yeah.
I want to make salsa.
I'm saying your culture has something really fucking good, salsa, and we want a part of this.
Yeah. Right. I don't get that at all. I don't get how like Native Americans would be mad at a dude for wearing fucking like leather things with what's that has a name. It has a name of like their what they used to
garb,
wear.
whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know.
Moccasins. Moccasins are the shoes.
Shoes.
The fucking other stuff has its
like
thing.
the chaps and I don't know.
But even whatever it is, I mean, still, it's like, hey, y'all had a fucking good idea.
Yeah.
And I'm dressing like y'all. Like,
I better not catch any of y'all goddamn Chinese eating any white bread. I'm gonna be pissed,
that
dude.
shit is so stupid.
Pissed.
It's so dumb.
Y'all Chinese people ain't better not be eating no goddamn grilled cheese sandwiches, bruh. Don't do that shit.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
That's white. That's white people who craft singles, baby.
Shit.
Well, no, you can't do because that's the thing though. Because if you're white,
You have no.
Yeah, because you control the planet or something, so you can't. I honestly just don't understand the logic. Like, why can't we all just fucking get along and love each other for what they are?
I do.
Like, each culture like has great things about it. Like, why do we have to be mad at each other?
I love things about other cultures.
Yeah, and then like I said, like this Dr. Seuss stuff, like it's kind of like
It's on fringe.
yeah, you know, like it's probably not the best thing for anybody to.
But you don't have to fucking shit on Dr. Seuss. All you gotta do is say, look, that was a different time.
Yeah.
We're not gonna continue with the ones that are
dude,
bad.
Dr.
Seuss was still an innovator, still a great guy, still had good things.
Yeah.
He's living in a different culture.
time
He's
and
still in a
place.
different
Yeah.
time.
Dude, Dr. Seuss was born in like 1905. There wasn't a
Yes.
white person alive during that time that wasn't racist.
A little bit.
They were
Well,
all racist.
no,
they were 100%
that's
racist.
not-
Every single one of them.
True, but
Like, you're gonna cancel Dr. Seuss. Like, you're gonna be mad about Dr. Seuss. You're gonna be mad about Walt Disney. I don't see no fucking Mickey Mouse
That's
around your
true.
place. All them old fucking Disney cartoons are racist as fuck.
that's true.
So was Looney Tunes, or not? Well, I guess it's Looney Tunes. Whatever. Whoever owns Looney Tunes or
Warner.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
They're racist as fuck too. Everybody was racist back then.
everybody.
It wasn't okay. We moved past that
We've
now,
grown,
but
we're
we can't
better.
just like be like, oh, this one thing we're canceling because
Yeah.
because I'm talking about these books, but there are people that have taken it further along and they cancel completely Dr. Seuss out of their school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
For that reason, like, well, that's really stupid. Like, there's not a single like you can't talk about any founding father.
Well, see, the thing
You can't
is,
talk about anything in any history.
Well, see, the thing is the past, or whatever. You can't change the past. It happened. It is what it is. It's part of history. You know, you don't have to reproduce or resell any of this stuff nowadays because it's not appropriate now. But whatever's been produced and is out there now, you shouldn't have to be forced to take it down. It's part of the history.
I even feel like that. You talk about the founding fathers. I mean, the right answer is not to not talk about these people anymore. It's to just say like things were different. This guy did all these great things. Thomas Jefferson, you know, did all this. He also had that contradictory part of his life right here. Don't hide away from it, but also don't eliminate his good impact on history
and
too.
what people are equating this situation to is burning books. Like, let's calm the fuck down a little bit here.
That's ridiculous.
This is Fahrenheit 451.
There's a difference between what you're going to show children against burning books.
Yeah.
Like, children are impressionable people. Like, their first foray into a foreign culture shouldn't be a racist depiction of that culture. But that's not saying it should be burned or be illegal or you should be demonized for owning it or looking at it. You know, you remember the old fucking Song of the South? That was the Mickey. I remember watching that when I was a kid.
I had the Tar Baby and the
Right.
Briar Rabbit and all that.
Very racist. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't see anything racist about it at all. I didn't equate the Tar Baby to a black person
I
at
didn't
all.
either. I
Again,
didn't
we
either.
talked about kids earlier and the thing. Like, no part of me put that together.
Same.
I just thought it was just a silly cartoon.
I always wonder I do remember being like, I don't know what a fucking tar baby is. Like,
I mean, it was literally a
baby
person
made of tar.
tar.
But
yeah.
like, I remember thinking like, is that a thing? Like,
oh yeah,
Like a monster or something. Like
is a tar baby something people have at their house?
species,
Like, I don't get this.
yeah. No, I don't. Didn't in the cartoon like he shaped it right? Like he made it.
I don't remember.
He
that.
made it.
I remember him just
trick
being
the-
pissed that it didn't answer him, and he was like punching it, and his hand would get stuck in it and stuff.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
rabbit
He
didn't
was trying
make
to-
it.
they
The
were trying
other
to
people
talk
made
to it.
They made it to trap him.
And he was mad that he wasn't answering him back,
And he
so
started
he's
punching
him, and his hand got stuck in the tar.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was that. Anyhow, again, not the best thing, but again, then I'm at the same thing of like we're not burning books. Like let's not pretend this didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's take it and learn from it. Same thing with like founding fathers and like stuff like that. Like
Let's take and learn from it.
Yeah, let's just that is how they were. That's not a good thing to be.
Well, I
They
think
also probably, I mean, that also people back then, their wives didn't have rights. Women didn't have rights.
right.
The men are not worse people. Like, well, whatever they are, but like, let's not talk about the fact that they didn't allow their wives to vote.
Yeah.
It was just a different time then.
You know what was
We've grown past
interesting
that.
back then, though? John Adams, second president of the United States, he was ahead in kind of both of those categories. So he recognized the hypocrisy of the Declaration of Independence and the language it used and the fact that they still had slaves. He recognized that even back then. But he was like, you know, this is not my hill to die on right now. We can get progress and push that off. You know, it's you know, people act like they should have been fighting for all or nothing. But if you know the times weren't going to accept all, then you should get for what you can get. Let that be a progressive thing. He also, in women's rights, you know, John and Abigail Adams, their relationship was different than other people's. You know, he used to write to her for advice on his job back then. There's letters where he's getting her input, which is like, back then, that's crazy.
Very crazy.
Yeah. Isn't there like a really good like TV series on HBO about John Adams?
There was,
I have not watched it. I'm sure it's still there.
It was based on the book by David McCullough about his life, and they did it into a series.
I think a lot of the founding fathers, like you were talking about, John Adams, like they were a lot smarter than even they're given credit for, just because of like what you just said. Like they can only get so much, right?
Right.
Like people are going to lose their shit if you just start talking about that. You know, all these people get equal rights and blah blah blah. So they're they kind of took what they could get at the time.
Yeah, work for what the battles you could win. You know, don't make it an impossible battle to win.
People want to get mad about that. Like, look, if you get into like Black history and a lot of those people, they took their wins too.
Yep.
They didn't just roll out there asking for like 100% equality. They stepped it up. They took it. They took what they could take, and they went that way. And
I think that's the only way progress.
I'm fucking like blanking on like names here, but like I know that I've learned about them, and I think honestly I kind of think that's the best way to do it, because you're not changing people's minds, right? That's what I try to tell people. Like you have old racist people right now, you're not changing their mind.
Let them die.
It doesn't matter. They just have to die. The only thing that we can do is raise our children to not be racist.
Right.
It has to cycle out.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
They just have to die. Like it's all that can happen right now.
Yeah. If they become enlightened along the way, great. But if you spend all your time trying to convert the old people, that's a waste of time.
I think the only way you're going to convert anybody that is an adult and an established racist or an established homophobe or something like that is to get into the what's the Ed Norton racist movie?
American History X.
American History X, where he's stuck in prison with that black guy, and he learns that, hey, black people are like great, like they're just like me, and they're like really good people. You know, and he comes out of prison like that's the only way. So I mean, unless you want to take all these people and put them in a life or death situation
or even factories. We saw that. We would see country boys that we know had racist tendencies in these factories that we worked in. I point to Levi because we worked a couple of jobs together alongside, black guys from Nashville. Like
not because he's one of them. You talk because he's going to back up your story.
Yeah, because he was there too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But you would see like people wouldn't have hung out together, but get real genuine friendships.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's very similar to what you're talking about there. It's just
for sure.
It's not prison. But damn, you got to be there every day right next to somebody. Yeah. How can you not start to hear about their life and be like, fuck, they're pretty cool all these years.
They're very cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I get that. And there was a podcast I listened to where it's it may be parts of like Africa or something like that, but it's the government, like there's so much like trying to like kill racism that they can just tell you where you're going to live and where you're going to work.
Right.
So they would just pull people up and balance these towns out with like other people. And it was like I just cannot imagine like a government telling me like I have to move, but that's what happened.
That's crazy.
And so like it follows this woman, like she was not married. She was training to be a teacher. And obviously she wanted to live in her hometown and teach there, but they were like, nope, you're going over here. And of course, like she was completely fucked up by it because she was the minority.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if she was white or black, but she was the minority, and of course nobody respected her, whatever. But anyhow, it ended up growing, and she ended up liking the program. She ended up meeting her husband there. Like it was a good story, and then the thing is, like the woman ultimately liked the program. She thought it was better.
It was forced on her, though.
It was forced on her, which I can't get behind that.
Yep, same.
At all. Like I still even for the greater good.
But if you're forced into that, it would.
But it goes to the point that you're saying though. If you're forced into it by job or by prison or something like that, you can be forced. You'll just learn to live with it. That's why like people say like soldiers can be some of the most racist, homophobic people ever as far as what they say.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely the least racist and homophobic people that it is.
Yeah.
Like, they don't give a shit. They give zero shits of what you are. All they care about is that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and people are shooting at us.
I heard it might have been Jocko Willink, or it was someone talking about how in basic training, how, you know, you're all in there with your head shaved, wearing the same outfits, doing the same things, and you don't even really know what type of person you're with. But then one of the first times they go away to where they're able to like be off base and just dress how they would normally dress, they're always like shocked at like, that person's a goth, that person's a this. They're like, holy shit, we didn't even know it at the time, you know. Like,
that's so awesome, though.
Yeah.
It's good. That's cool that they do that. And I mean, that's the way it's going to work for like being soldiers, though.
Yeah.
Like, they leave all that shit behind and they get into whatever they're doing. But going back to what I was saying, though, like they make the jokes because I think anybody that's in the situations they be in have to have some dark humor.
Right.
But again, they fuck with each other the same way that the three of us would fuck with each other. Like, you say shit that can be certainly offensive from like the outside perspective, but it's not because you know each other.
Sure.
Right? Like,
Sure.
like things can come across that way. Obviously, we're three white dudes, so we're not making we're not making like any of those kind of jokes. But I mean, you know, like they just find a thing like, oh, you're this race, oh, you're this, oh, you're Mexican, you must fucking like tacos a lot. Like, they just make those jokes about people, but they don't really care. Like,
sure.
I think that's really cool. I just like that.
Joking about those differences actually probably is more progressing things forward anyways, because you're talking about it instead of
right. Because if everybody was white, they would still be like, oh, you're the dude with glasses, or you're the dude who fucking like goes to sleep early, and you're the dude that does this. Like, they're just gonna find something to make fun of everybody about.
Goes to sleep early.
Yeah, you're whatever. It's literally going to be something.
I know, that's
like,
a funny one.
I just know, like, I was never in the military, and I probably should have been just because of how much I enjoy it. But like,
couldn't have had that goddamn haircut, boy.
People, no, not there. But like, there's a dude that I know. He has a nickname that completely just comes from the book that he was reading. Like, they just walked by, saw him reading this book, abbreviated the title of the book, and then started calling him that.
Damn.
That was it. That's the whole thing. It's like the Office.
Tuna.
It's the Office where Jim got the thing of tuna because the first day he was eating the tuna sandwich, so they call it
tuna.
Same fucking thing.
I was thinking that in my head when you were pulling it up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that shit's like cool, right? Like,
That
it's
is
not.
cool.
It's nobody's getting like that mad. It's just. It is what, because I guess there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Comedians generally do things in the right way.
Good
right?
comedians. Yep.
Yeah, good ones.
Yeah, they make fun of people's race or their ethnicity or their sexuality, and it's just fucking funny.
And
right?
it's supposed to be a commentary that makes us all think about the way we think about things. I mean, that's what you need. That.
And then again, to bring it full circle, you don't show that to your kids.
Right.
That's a completely different thing, right?
You introduce it to them slowly, or let them discover it themselves. Think about when we discovered Sam Kinison and Richard Pryor and all these things on our own. Like, fuck, dude, wild stuff.
Cool boys.
I know there was something else I can't remember.
Another historical thing. I mean, another news thing you wanted to talk about.
There was. I can't remember what it is right now. Hey, my sister's here. She's talking about Mulberry Street. I'm late on the chat because I was looking up other stuff.
Halle.
John Adams, my favorite president.
Yeah, Shannon, me too.
He probably, I mean, all those old ones probably would be.
I mean, everybody's got dirt on him. You know, there was some shit he did with trying to make. At some point, he was signing a bill where it was like the media posting bad stories about him was going to catch some flack. So even he fucked up. You know, everybody does.
I would like to get into more like reading books and stuff on history like that, because you look back on like George Washington, like he sounds like kind of a shitty guy. And of course, like that's how you make money right now, being a writer, right?
Yep.
Is to write stories about, hey, you thought this person was this way, well, they're actually this way. So if they were terrible, you know, you got to talk about how fucking Charles Manson was actually a fucking saint.
Yeah,
and you got to talk about
how Gandhi actually was misogynist.
Yeah, how Gandhi like jerked off 6 times a day.
I know.
Like we have to, you know, that's the way you have to do it.
I mean, that's a lot of jacking off.
But I mean, George Washington, a lot, really?
6 times in a day?
You got those are low. You got to get your numbers up. What was
Yeah,
that
come on,
quote?
come on. That's a. We'll call that fair. How about that? Let's.
I don't think you got.
Let's agree to disagree. Let's call it
I don't think you got it all out the first time around.
Or the second, or the third, or the fourth. but no. George Washington. I mean, he got unanimously elected, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah,
could have
he did.
been. I mean, how bad of a person could he be?
He did. You know what's really crazy? How they used to do back then. The person with the second most votes was the vice president. back in the
Really?
day.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way they did it back then. Can you imagine how fuck shit would be
Yeah.
if we still was doing that?
So like Thomas Jefferson was the vice president for John Adams, even though they were political enemies,
Whoa.
or
That's
like not
or-
enemies, but like
Actually, would that not be better?
in some ways it would be. Trump being vice president right now to Joe Biden.
Well, no, could you imagine? No. The first election.
Oh,
Could you
yeah.
imagine if
Hillary?
Hillary be the vice president to Trump?
Oh, dude, that'd
My
be crazy.
God.
I take it all back. That's exactly how it should be. Can you imagine?
Holy
Can
shit,
you
man.
imagine Trump and Hillary trying to? Oh my
That
goodness!
chaos.
Them trying to co-manage
Chaos.
something? God dang, it'd be terrible.
Oh, like it was just like the whole thing was a shit show, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean,
like let's just turn that shit up to 11.
I mean, I can't even see them like in the kitchen like making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Hey, can you pass me a peanut butter? You go fuck yourself. I mean, it'd be like
There is a
100%
part that would be great. Like people get mad because like, oh well, the government can't do anything because of this or this and this. You know, because Congress is this party and like that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be where they can't do anything.
It's supposed to be kind of gridlocked. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the
And,
point.
and that's what makes me not afraid of certain presidents, honestly, or less afraid. Put it that way.
No, I enjoy it like when it switches up. It's
Yeah, that's why like Bernie might have been okay because like no, I don't want Bernie to get everything done he wants to get done.
Oh, yeah.
But I would probably the shit he would get done probably wouldn't be too bad.
I agree 100%. I was kind of pulling for Bernie a little bit, not because like I think Bernie should be king of America and
Yeah.
do everything he wanted, but I think the way that he pushed stuff
He's like different enough.
would have been beneficial.
Yeah.
He definitely can't do everything that he wants to do, and he shouldn't be able to do everything that he wants to do.
No, we'd be a fucking socialist or something.
No, yeah, but he's pushing. I think he would push things in a good direction. I don't know. I don't really like any presidents or any
Yeah,
people like
I
that.
feel the same way about that.
But like I said, I think it's supposed to be that way. It's scary when everybody is the same.
Right.
Which is at the same time still is weird because when Trump got elected, they controlled the House and the Senate.
Still didn't get anything done.
No, you know why? Because all those people don't really want to do any of the shit that they said they wanted to do.
Right.
They got there, they had all like they're like, oh, I want to get this done. They're like, well, do it, and they're like, shit.
Yeah.
Call my bluff.
No, things is hard. We can't do these things because only 52% of people voted for me and 48% didn't. So I need to try to win over those 48%
Before the next election.
So I don't really want to do any of those things, actually. Which is the truth. Which is not even like people get mad about that too. They get mad about senators because they didn't vote to impeach Trump or whatever. Like. Like, oh, those they're not doing the right thing. Like, they're not supposed to do the right thing.
They're
They're
trying to win
supposed to
votes.
do what the votes say
It's
they
true.
should do.
They are representing you.
They are a representative of their state, so they should vote the way they think their state wants them to vote.
That's
That
actually true.
is their entire
I actually,
point.
I actually forget that sometimes
a
myself.
lot,
Even
a lot of people like forget that. Like, oh, their moral obligation to vote. Like, no, they are voting to
On
keep a
behalf.
job. That is their entire thing. They should be voting to make their state happy. That's their job.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Good fucking point.
Yeah.
Hey, we should end with
We
something. You should end with something. Everybody have something. You have something to recommend? Anything?
I got something, but I'll go last.
You have something, you'll go last. Shit, I got nothing. I got to go right now.
First, yeah, you go first. Tell us no.
Wait,
Go,
hold on.
go.
Hold on. Am I recommending something
Anything.
that's good?
Anything.
It could be a food, could be a movie, could be a song, could be a place to go.
Dude, I seriously like
Food?
this is not you're putting me on the
snack?
spot here. Hey, okay, can I ask a question about a food?
Please.
Where can a man go in this area to get good hibachi?
Nowhere.
I mean, we just fucked up
That's a
hibachi.
legit. Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
right?
I mean,
I got a date night tomorrow with the hottest girl that I know.
Oh fuck.
And yeah, don't tell my wife about it.
All right. Oh, whoa.
Hibachi's not gonna be your best choice then,
Dude. I mean, hibachi is like honestly my favorite food on the planet.
You're already koi restaurant is probably the best like that style food. Not hibachi necessarily, but just Japanese food in general is probably gonna be your best place.
I mean, surely you go to Nashville. There's some spots, but I'll tell you
where. Honestly, like name one. Like I have no idea.
I enjoy the food at Kabuto's, but I feel like the environment sometimes gets like a little dirty.
Kabuto was my favorite restaurant that it was until it got bought out.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I hadn't.
Doesn't it seem dirty in there a little bit?
It's just not the same, man.
This is not what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to ask questions. We're supposed to recommend something.
Well, yeah. I asked if I can ask a question. You said yes.
I didn't think that.
And I'm asking it.
I know it took us down a rabbit hole though. We gotta not rabbit hole it.
Most people listen to us are fucking from around here, right? Like they care. Like
I'm
they care
not saying
about hibachi.
I'm not saying I don't care. I'm saying we gotta avoid the rabbit hole though.
I don't have.
Dude,
a
I was gonna give it in and go to what was the place in Hendersonville? It was
They
a
closed.
Fuji. Yeah. And
They
there was a note on the door that said "We are move," and it had an address, and that
for real?
address didn't lead to anywhere. That address was down the road, and it was a fucking vacant lot.
Yeah, I heard there was some like
human trafficking,
human
and
trafficking
weird
and shit
things.
with the owner.
Are you fucking shitting me? That's
No.
what went
Yeah,
down.
they also own the Bonfire restaurant in Hendersonville too, and that one's open still though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Human trafficking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
supposedly. Yeah.
Not because the fucking restaurant started to suck ass. Last time I went to
The restaurant sucks.
to
The
that
food was
place.
pretty good though.
oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I had a terrible restaurant experience.
Yeah.
The food was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I
But,
felt
like,
every time.
Yeah.
The service was fucking shit. I go to the bar and I'm like, because I want to get like a whiskey and Coke. The whiskey was like Crown, or that's it. That was it. Like that was the whiskey
I'll
you
have
could
Crown
choose
then.
from. I decided to get sake, and I got sake in shot glasses because they had one thing, like one pitcher
Of the sake
and thing, and that was it. So yeah, I had like sake in like a shot glass. I think I still had the pitcher,
Yeah.
but there were no other little things. Like
That's so
that's
stupid.
how shit that restaurant had gotten. Food was still fucking really good,
Okay.
but I can't even get that now because apparently they're trafficking humans.
Yep.
Jesus.
It's rough.
Jesus.
It's rough out here, man.
Everything in Nashville went down. Like there's no place. What is going on here? Oh, I'm sorry. I took this like.
So
to a
if
really
if anybody
depressing
knows of a good hibachi place or a massage parlor where they Asians walk on your back,
Put in
Let us
in the
know.
comments. Yeah, there you go.
True.
What about you, TJ? What you got?
you think I would have had something prepared, but I was trying to think too. I think this rapper is good, Jaron Benton. So if anybody wants to check him out, he's pretty solid.
Shit. What do I have then? Shit. I mean, I talked about the Cyberpunk game.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. Play
Cyberpunk.
it if you want something. If you just want to just not think about something. The people that hate the game are the people that spent a lot of time looking at all the previews and listening to all the
yeah.
developer stuff. You look back on that shit. Yep, they lied a lot. They said
Right.
a lot of shit was going to happen that didn't happen. If you don't want to look at that and just play a game that's fun, it's fun. And the soundtrack is fucking amazing. I've added several tracks off of that to my Spotify. That's really good. And I think that's all I got. Oh, and the game Hades. If you just want to play a game that's fucking fun, that you want to just knock out like 20 minutes, but you're going to want to play another 20 minutes and another 20 minutes and another 20 minutes and another 20 minutes, but you can stop whenever you want. There's nothing forcing you to keep playing. But you will get addicted to it, and you will want to keep playing. What's fun about the game? Sorry, let me get in a quick thing right here. What's fun about the game is it's called they call it a roguelike is the genre. That genre is completely all encompassing. But what that means is when you play the game, things are going to change from run to run. So how this game works is you go into a room, and then that room is going to be completely random from the last time, and you go into a different room. You go into a different room. The rewards for that room are also completely random. But the way you also do is you build your character. So the way it is, it's a Greek god. So like there might be gods that bless you with this or this or that. But you pick from this or that. So you're trying to build your character based on that. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm a range character that does this. I'm a melee character. Like No, you're forced to pick your shit out on the fly.
Right.
As the game goes on, which makes it incredibly fun, and it makes you have to figure shit out as you go. Again, it's a cheap game, a lot of fun. It doesn't matter if you're an experienced gamer, if you're a fucking newbie gamer, just play. Everybody will like it. Everybody. If you like video games, you'll like this game. And it's cheap.
Hades, Hedes.
Yes.
I'm in.
Yeah, Hades. Just do it. Just play it. It's fun. It's so much fun. You're out $20. Right?
Yeah.
It's not.
You blow that on energy drinks in a week. Easy.
Absolutely. just have your fun play. Oh, I mean, it's game of the year by like a fucking ton of people. So I mean, they're not. All those people ain't wrong, right?
Fuck yeah. Oh, I have one more recommendation. Then I just thought of it.
Yeah.
White House Nutrition in White House, Tennessee, is a little store that makes this 300 milligram caffeine tea. That is fucking delicious.
Where's this at?
It's
I know you said White House.
Yeah,
but
it's in the shopping center behind that old school car wash. The car wash has been there forever.
Oh, the Tiki kind of looking one, or
yeah, that car wash, but behind there, that little strip mall.
The strip mall, like
wait,
you're going to
are we talking about? Are we talking about 31W behind
76.
Advance?
No, it's
76.
Yeah, you're on 76, but you turn. It's the road is Eden Way, I think.
Going
it's,
to the old primary school.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, Woodall. Yeah.
Yep. There's a place over there. Young dude runs it, and this I recommend the
Gotcha.
Sour Jolly Rancher tea.
Wait, what kind of place is this? Tell me this again now.
White House Nutrition. They have.
But they sell they make drinks.
They make drinks and smoothies and stuff like that over there. Really good stuff.
Cool.
And
So
for
wait,
for breakfast, like multiple mornings, I've had a tea and a smoothie.
You're not buying some shit in a bottle. You roll in there and
They make it for you.
like
Right
they have
there.
like a bar, like they make you a drink.
like a Smoothie King type kind of deal. Maybe.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I've not even heard of this place.
That's pretty cool. And that tea, he says that it's 300 milligrams of caffeine, but it's not like the same way you get it from an energy drink. He claims it's from a healthier way. I didn't ask the science. It's just delicious and gives me up in the morning. So,
I mean, getting it the same. You're getting 300 milligrams whether you get it or not.
Yeah.
But I mean, it probably has a lot of less bullshit in it.
That's probably what he meant.
That's probably what he means. 300 milligrams. It don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I hate that
It
shit.
gets you where you need.
Yeah. You're drinking. What? Yeah.
What's your recommendation, my brother?
Yeah.
Recommendation that I have is if you like our podcast, tune into the Dabbling Dads. They're live now.
Switch over.
Yeah, switch right on over.
You can switch right over into their shit. We might crash their party and tune into their stuff and comment on their stuff. That
They've been going for about an hour, so better get it
yeah,
there
I think
quick.
they started at 9 or something like that. But definitely check them out. They've been real supportive of our podcast, so we reciprocate that
Recommend
back.
you some Weller
And
12.
both on there. Yeah, Weller 12, great whiskey. Weeded bourbon if you want to give that a shot. And also, again, I want to give a shout out to Jimmy in Uptown for hooking us up with the Weller 12. It was a good bottle of whiskey.
Dude, hook me up with that Sazerac rye. I know we had that shit on the podcast.
Yeah, I called you for that one time.
Dude, that has got to be one of my. You were talking about like sipping whiskeys.
Yeah,
man,
dude, so
that
fucking good.
is like it's just something about that Sazerac rye just hits the spot. And again, I think you have to know what you're getting into, but you want a spicy kind of whiskey.
Yeah,
man, it hits the spot, and it's cheap. What?
Yeah, it was
what did that cost?
35 or 39, I think, when we got it that second time.
39. I don't feel like I paid that much for it.
I think it was 35 though.
That seems right.
Yeah, 35. I think it was 35.
It wasn't bad.
Damn good. Though.
I mean, to be a hard to find, really good whiskey.
Yeah. If you see that
rye whiskey,
rye whiskey, get your hands on it because rye is typically higher price than your regular bourbon. So definitely, if you see that one out anywhere, get it. But appreciate you guys listening and. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, like, and all that kind of good stuff. Comment. We appreciate everybody who tuned in to listen, comments, and all that kind of good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Sell us
Driving
out.
the conversation. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be hitting you back soon with another episode. And love you guys. 2021 out on this episode.